I sit alone in my four-cornered room staring at candles. Oh, that shit is on? Let me drop some shit.
God, it's almost a franchise.
Yo, what is going down, y'all? Welcome in the most underrated podcast, broadcasting from Certified Tattoo Studios. The homie Dal Palantonio sitting across from me. And our guest today, man, we've been talking about doing this for a hot minute. The artist formerly known as Boost God, my man, Ted, OhitsTeddy Safarian. How you doing, bro?
I'm fantastic.
Yeah.
It's early, but I'm fantastic.
Hell yeah. We've been sitting here chopping it up. We chopped it up in the car on the way here. So hopefully we didn't blow the whole show or the whole
By
show.
chop it up, he means he's been yelling
We've been
at
basically talking
Dallas
about
the
everything.
whole time for talking too much.
I've been yelling at Dallas.
Record it.
Dallas, shut the fuck up, bro. You're wasting fucking valuable podcast
Great
material.
content.
You know, but no, man, it's great to have you in. We've been trying to effort this for a long time, and I want to let you know that we were gonna have a little fun little convo, but we are gonna turn this into a little roast session. We have been collecting data the whole time, and we're gonna be fact checking all of your tweets, all of your Instagram posts, all of your trolling, and we're gonna try to get to the bottom of all this shit.
Couple of guest appearances.
Right.
We flew a couple of people out. Want to get some smoke. They don't do that. I offered to fly out haters, and then it was
Are you
like
serious?
crickets. Yeah.
And
last month or something. Well, some dude met me in Vegas. Like came out, met me, was super cool. Even came to the shop that he hated because he was like, "Oh, I hate those guys. I'm never gonna come there again." And then basically came out there anyway. Like just like I'm gonna come meet you anyway.
Yeah.
And then when he came, bought a shirt. Pretty sure we took a picture together. I don't know. And a couple of weeks later, I noticed him talking shit on Twitter. You know, like low key, and that's weird. So we engaged, and then finally, I just was like, "Yo, straight up, let me come." I actually was gonna fly there. I was like, "I'll fly there tomorrow morning. Let's do an interview for the vlog."
Yeah.
I really want to see like the psychology behind why all of a sudden you don't like me. And he's like, "We're not gonna have dinner together. Let's just be serious." Why not? You just flew out here to fucking. I mean, you just came to see me at a mall that you don't want to go to. Why can't we have dinner and sit down and talk? And so he didn't want to do it. And the next day on the vlog, I was just like, "Yo, for the record, anyone out there, if you have a problem, I'll fly you here.
Right.
We'll go have dinner. I'm going to interview. I'm going to use you for content. I just want to see what you're all about." Because no one
They're
would
not
do
about
it.
it.
Not because they know no one. You can't sit down and talk to me for fucking 2 hours,
Right.
and walk away being like, "Fuck that dude."
and walk away
Yeah.
and be like, either fuck that dude or be like, everything I thought coming into this
Yeah.
convo, I still think.
Yeah, they wanna
There's just no
feel
way
it.
because I think that's why you and I vibe pretty well. We're both pretty logical. I feel like in situations where you're probably one of the more logical guys that I know, and that's why when I listen to you speak on certain subjects, I always listen, even if I agree or don't agree. It's always logical and it's always coming from a good place. Any criticism that you throw out, any of that shit, it's never malicious. And that's what I love. You know what I mean? I love the fact that it's actually thought out. This shit, you could tell it was mapped out in your brain or it was mapped out for a certain period of time or you really went in and thought about it. And I think that's what we try to do on this podcast too. You know what I mean? We try to do the same thing instead of just coming in here spewing hot take bullshit that we're not going to stick to in a week. You know what I mean? Like that's the shit I hate the most is when somebody says something one week and then the next week they're saying something else and the next week they're saying something else. If you feel this way about a particular subject, about a sports team, about a situation, stay consistent on that shit. Well, I'm not saying you can't vary a little bit here and there and be like, hey, maybe my eyes were opened, but fucking admit that. Your eyes were opened to something else. Don't just start, well, now this is my take and I'm going to be, what
Hey,
the fuck?
feelings die, dog. Logic doesn't. Let's just be real here.
True.
Right? You know,
Plus,
that's what
people
it is.
people want to get you so mad to the point where like, oh, they want you to be like, well, come over here and fucking fight me, or come over here and they don't want to have a talk. They don't want to have a debate. They don't want to sit here and talk it out. They want to get you under your skin to where you want to take it physical or some shit. You know what I mean?
Fighting doesn't do anything though.
So
like
stupid.
I learned a long
I don't
time
get
ago
involved
that
in that.
making fun of people is like nuclear weaponry. You know?
Yeah.
Like fighting is what I don't. If you're a human being and you punch someone, you hurt someone, you feel bad later. Eventually, there's a time where you reflect. I don't care if it's at home in the mirror or if it's in front of everybody. There's a time where you're like, yo, I just hurt another person. It doesn't feel good. Making fun of somebody, though, that never feels bad at all. You know, like I don't ever feel bad because I'm not making fun of you. Not like I'm like, oh, that dude's fat. Like, look at you, you can't lose weight. It's like you're coming at me and you're going to talk shit. You're opening yourself up to like recalibration.
No doubt.
Like I'm going to look at you and I'm like, all right, how to take this machine apart real quick. And
Yeah.
That's humor to me, and that's comedy, and that's fun, and that's what I love more than anything about this is that it keeps me sharp.
For sure.
I love having trolls and haters that make me, because I'm pretty confident in myself, and like you said, I try to think about what I'm saying before I say it. I'm cynical as fuck. You know, like that's probably not the most positive thing, but I think it makes for humor. But yeah, it's like that's just the whole thing is dissecting what's going on and looking at it in a real way. For instance, voting yesterday.
Did you vote?
No, I don't vote.
You don't vote, okay.
Because I don't vote because people can't shut the fuck up afterwards.
Because everyone wants to tell you they voted. Is that what you're saying?
Well, there's that. There's
Everyone
that.
wants to be like, look at me, I fucking voted. Look
Well,
at
you
my
can't. You're
sticker.
not allowed to say yesterday go vote, and then today say, well, wait, why did you vote for that guy? It's go vote. Period. End of story.
Okay.
Not another conversation. And that's not what we're doing here. People are saying go vote so that there's like ammunition, and people have taken the word vote and pretended like it means the word care, and it doesn't. You know what I'm saying? Like you can go vote and still step over a homeless vet on the sidewalk tomorrow and be like, fuck that motherfucker. That ain't my fault.
Yeah,
So
good point.
It's to me, it's like I believe in all kinds of social issues. Basically, I feel like most of us in this realm believe the same things. A lot of us aren't racist, aren't sexist, don't think that women should be drugged and raped. You know, like there's all kinds of normal shit that we don't think. I don't need to argue with people on the internet who have some stupid fucking thought pattern that can put together a sentence to get me to respond to their non-logic.
Yeah,
you know, because
for sure.
You're like, at some point, you might not be getting trolled on purpose. You're still getting fucking trolled.
No doubt.
Yeah.
Yeah. Before we kind of get going and dive back a little bit, that was kind of the intent of this, to have a good conversation, let people know exactly who you are, man, where you started, who is Teddy Safarian, where did we all know the Boost God moniker, or the former Boost God moniker. We know what we know from the vlogs, which you're very insightful. You give a lot of behind the scenes and a lot of backstory. But let's be real, you put out. You're probably the hardest working cat, or one of the hardest working cats in the YouTube community, YouTube sneaker community, whatever you want to call it. You put out a ton of content. For me as a creator, it's hard to keep up and continually create. So I keep up as much as I can. I know you keep up on his vlogs a little bit more than I do. I don't know if you've ever missed one. I mean,
It's
you
hard
might
to keep up no matter who you are.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, I try not to miss one, but I mean, there may be a little bit of a delay, whatnot.
Yeah.
But you know, you build these relationships even if you don't know the guy. Like we've met Ted a couple times, right? We've gotten some shoes for him, helped him out, that kind of thing. Went to his tattoo shop, been
to his crib, bought shoes.
Yeah, man. Like, great dude. But, dude, I have a relationship with this guy, not so much personally, but mentally inside. Through YouTube
the vlog
and through the community. And, and I know his dogs. I know dogs passing. I know his relationship status. Like, he's super transparent, man. But he involves the audience. Because of the transparency, because of because how he puts himself out there, it makes this like this. I want to be this guy.
No
I like this guy. He's a friend of mine, even though he may not be, man.
Yeah.
It's just,
I think it's just like, I don't think I'm that special by any means. I think I'm funny. That's all I really think about myself is I think I'm fucking funny, you know? And I think that I can draw. Those are my two attributes. If this is a video game character and I'm picking my fighter.
Dude, speaking of funny, that's where I was going. The news thing, the Boost News Network, bro.
Dude,
I just caught up because I'm trying to go back. I'm trying to be a professional journalist here, do some research on my subject.
And you see me in a helicopter. You're like, what the fuck am I doing?
I had just smoked some weed, bro, and I fucking couldn't stop laughing last night. I was laying on the couch.
Great.
That's
my
amazing.
girl called. She's like, what are you laughing at? And I paused it, and I'm still laughing for like another 3 minutes. Cause I was like, you will not. I can't even tell you what happened. And I watched them in the wrong order, so I didn't watch the episode where you did it first. I watched one of the newer ones where you did it. And dude, I just wasn't expecting it. The part where the helicopter actually flies in, bro, over the cityscape.
Talk about an edit. You know what I mean? I got super tight because people were giving Earn credit. Like, damn, Earn did a killer job on that edit. I was like, wait 1 fucking second. I edited that shit. Don't even start.
Crying, bro. But,
and then just hearing Earn being him just saying "wav," just was fucking too much for me, man.
I have a funny story about that, but let me go back so I don't skip your first question. But I think the internet and transparency is really important because when all this started, when I was got back into shoes or whatever, and then digesting content myself because. I'd find things and want to watch more on it, like sitting there, like I want to see what's coming out. No one was talking about Boost at all.
Yeah.
But then I've found other sneaker YouTubers who I've met a lot of these dudes in real life, and they're not that they're nothing like their personalities online, but they're just there's a little bit of
turn down
character
right?
there. Yeah, for sure. Like, and I don't ever turn on the camera, and there's no change in my mood really. You get what you get to a fault sometimes. Some people are like, "Yo, Teddy's a dick. Teddy just fucking was really mean to Earn." It's like. this is what happens when you hang out with me. Like sometimes I
get
snap.
The same.
Yeah,
dynamics
like
are the same with,
right?
with
like,
franchise and I mean, a lot of
friend.
years, a lot of times we can trust that's okay, but an outsider may say, "Oh,
Right.
Man,
that's
these
a little
fools are on each
dicey."
other's
and
case.
God forbid the world know about that,
Right.
right?
Yeah, right.
So like that's my whole thing with all of it. I don't know if you've ever seen the movie We Live in Public. Either of you,
No.
anyone listening to
I
this?
haven't even heard of that. What the hell? is
Okay,
Live in
well,
Public?
Hold
you
on.
should definitely,
Fact check's
you
coming
should
out. Hold on,
definitely
let me see.
go. You should definitely go and buy, download, watch whatever. We Live in Public.
First, how old is it?
Probably 10 years.
Is it a documentary or is it a movie?
Sort of yeah,
Okay.
it's definitely documentary.
Okay,
Yeah. Really good. Will probably scare you away from being on the internet.
2009. Yep. Look at that.
But I watched it and it gave me like a different perspective, and the gist of it basically is this guy essentially made a bunch of money in .com, decided to, I don't want to ruin it for anybody, decided to film himself and document himself and his girl in their house fully, like down to like taking a shit in the toilet. Like there's a camera in the
Damn.
toilet, like you can see the shit coming out of my man's ass.
Wow.
Yeah, gross.
Yeah.
And then he did some
Pause.
projects before that, but essentially he's basically warning of the dangers of
Putting everything out there.
out there, right?
Totally.
And I, if nothing else, want to leave this planet being like I was honest about what's happening in my life, and that's all I can do. So the bad shit that happens, I've got to fucking share it. The good shit that happens, I've got to fucking share it because all these things keep happening. When this started happening, I was buying some shoes. My life was good, but I was a regular tattoo guy who was kind of like rebuilding his career after some drama.
Yeah.
And just bought shoes, and then now that I share all this stuff, like, hey, how do you get that? Instead of being like, yo, I'm just plugged up, my G. I mean, there's certain things I can't tell people because I have, I don't want to get someone fired.
Right.
But it's literally all just there's been so much freedom in not having to hide a fucking thing. Like not having to hide the fact that I don't want to vote and be like, this is why I don't believe in it. Cause I don't want to argue with you, my man.
Yep.
Like I don't want to argue with you either. Like I like you guys, like I don't really fucking care what you think about this other issue. Like if we really want to dissect it, cool. Like, I guess we'll probably come away with a difference of opinion, but I don't care until it comes down to like, you want my neighbor deported, maybe. I'll be like, yo, homie, you're fucking tripping. But like, I'm the type of person, if my neighbor is getting deported, I'm going to fucking hide my neighbor.
Right.
So, you know what I
absolutely.
mean? So, like, I know that that's a really grandstand type thing. People are, all right, Teddy, like, what are you, Rambo? But at the same time, voting, and I said it to someone yesterday, I was like, when you vote, and you do all this stuff, you're part of the machine. And it's totally fine that people are part of that machine and they're doing their thing. I fucking totally get it. But you cannot change the way a machine works until you take it the fuck apart. And until we're ready to take it the fuck apart, I gotta make money. I gotta work. Like I've got to. You know what I'm saying?
Like,
And,
voting ain't paying the bills. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
And I shouldn't like
The rent's still due
but
on
the
the
way
first.
that the social media and shit works now, like YouTube and even with all the Kanye shit that happened and people not wanting to comment like on just the idea of exploring ideas is really scary and really stupid. And people are so eager to have a comment for themselves because they want the shit to go viral or they want the shit to get some attention. And it's what do we? It's a circus, and that's why I just want to be completely honest about how I feel about things, even if I'm exploring something, even if I'm exploring an idea. Like I don't like even my dad. I don't know if you saw that shit with my dad. Me and my dad had an awful relationship.
Yeah.
So that day I literally could not vlog. I literally like tried to pick up the camera up and I was just like raging, And I was like, I can't do this today. And it was one of the first times, and that's why I was like, I have to just talk about the fact that this is what happened.
Right.
And
Well, and that next day that you put the vlog out, I absolutely tuned in, not because I want to see you fucked up, not because I want to see you in your feelings with this, but it's fucking real.
Yeah.
And dude, I can attach to that. I've dealt with that shit, not necessarily with my parents, but I've had friends with their parents and whatnot. Dude, relationships are tough, man. And for me to be able, that's so relatable, man.
Yeah.
And it makes me want to tune in, and I can relate to that.
Yeah.
And dude, we're friends again.
And I'm not
Like,
doing it for the views
No,
either. Like it's not
absolutely
like,
not.
my dad's flipping the shit. I'm just gonna make a great video. It's like, I don't even like. I've said it 100 times. I don't care about the view count. I care about every single person that looks at it.
Totally.
I don't care about the views that I don't get.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I can't count those views. So for me, just sharing all that shit is really big. And one of the major things is my homie's locked up. My homie's been locked up for a while since the vlog started. he can come home and watch all this happen. He doesn't understand any of this.
Right.
He's seen one Ultra Boost in a magazine that he ripped out, and he wrote how many subs I have.
That's what I was going to ask. There's no way for him to see any of the vlogs or any content. Like, he doesn't have access.
No.
I don't know what jail system's like. I don't know.
He's been moved around a bunch, so.
Because you hear about shit in jail, you're like, how the fuck did this motherfucker get access to the internet? Or you know what I mean? Like,
there's people who have access
right,
to it.
okay, that's what I thought.
Sure.
It's different depending on
Just
where you're
what
at,
the situation is.
Yeah, what you're in jail for.
what's your crime or whatever. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So he hasn't seen any
Nothing.
shit. What is he in jail for? Because I don't know the backstory, and I don't
technically, it's assault.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that this
assault for how many years?
7.
7 years for assault.
Yeah.
Did he kill the guy? Is it bodily deadly
repeat
weapon?
offender.
Or?
I mean,
repeat.
Yeah,
Okay.
depending on how political you want to get with it.
Did the camera just go down?
It sounds like it.
Damn, man. Struggling. We have to be on the wide angle a lot.
I wonder if there's like a standby setting that's going.
No,
into
but there
or
is
something.
I bet you it's that auto 15 seconds. If you go in the settings, just stop recording on it, and then just go into the settings and click preferences. We can use these cameras until for the meantime while you get that shit figured out. But under preferences, there's an auto on or off. And I think it's in there. I think it's set to like 15 minutes. So if you pull down from the top of the screen, click preferences. Sorry, guys, I'm giving you a little behind the scenes of the fucking podcast as we get it worked out. But nonetheless, what's my man's name?
Jay.
Okay,
we
that's
call
right.
him Diddy. You'll hear me say Diddy more than anything.
And how do you know him and how long have you known him?
So I've known him for not like 7 years now, I guess.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Yeah, so I know Ern is how I know him, and they went to high school together.
In New York?
Yeah.
Okay.
And so they went to high school together, we're friends, and it's a real small community. And when I came through New York, I was just going through my shit when I went to New York. And then, whoa.
That was fire. The Rambo.
That was fire.
The Rambo joint.
So I was going through
I
my
would say
shit.
the Rambo, the Contra.
Yeah.
That's the
Yeah.
fucking
Oh, yeah,
spreader.
that
The
was the
spreaders,
Contra.
dog. What do you know about the spreaders?
I love this GoPro. Dallas
yeah.
just got a brand new GoPro Hero 7, and we use Hero 5s, I think, or 6s. Either way, either
5s or
one,
6s.
5 or 6s black. That's what we normally use for the podcast. So Dallas is like, oh yeah, I got this 7. I'm like, cool. We need a 4th one. We're gonna have Ted in. So we come in. We just try to do the normal shit, and of course it's not, it's not working correctly.
Play me out here,
And that's
dog.
the GoPro that's on Teddy because we wanted to make him look like the most piece of shit because it's the best quality. So we want to have the HD quality on Teddy because he's the prettiest face in here. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta have that going. But to continue along with your story, you're from North Carolina. Mm-hmm. Kind of give me a little bit of a background on how you grew up. Single mom, right? When did your pops
13,
jet out? Or?
He left. I was
Oh, shit.
13.
So your dad was there until you were 13? Mm-hmm. That's rough.
And he was a piece of shit. Then.
Right.
I mean, he tried, with credit, he tried or whatever. Like, he did his thing, but when later you find out the truth, you know what I'm saying? You find out that, I had all these like crazy Christmases that were just over the top and shit. And you're like, damn, like what the fuck?
Yeah.
Over the top, like
over
just mad
the
gifts. Like you
fucking
came down
top.
and there's all 4 Power
the
Wheels
best
under the tree
shit.
and shit.
Like a hidden it's always a game. You know what I mean?
Oh,
It's
okay.
always but there's always a big thing at the end, and like one year, this is a perfect example of who my father is.
Okay.
One year I got all the presents are opened, right? Like everything. Then all of a sudden there's like a fucking van pulls up in the driveway. I'm like, what the fuck? And then there's a fucking basketball goal in the van, like wrapped
yeah.
up. Yeah, me and my sister, like, oh shit. Then you come back in the house and there's another present on the fucking couch that you didn't see before, that wasn't there before.
Right.
Like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
Open it. It's a fucking helmet. It's like all spray painted, like perfectly customized, like purple to black fade glitter shit. You're like, what the fuck is this? This helmet is sick. I don't
What am I
need a
gonna do with
helmet.
it?
Yeah. What kind of helmet? What are we?
Go back outside. Oh, there's
Okay.
a 4-wheeler outside now.
Oh shit.
You know what I'm
Like
saying?
a racing helmet.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you're like, my dad's the shit, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Never one time, not once, did I ride the 4-wheeler.
Why?
Ever. Just never was allowed.
You weren't. Oh, not allowed. Okay.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, who wouldn't take interest in that? Well, you're a weirdo. Why are you taking interest in the
got put in the
four-wheeler?
backyard. Was always like, we'll take you over here to, we'll take you here to drive it. We'll take you over here to ride it. And then eventually years go by, like, oh, we got to sell the 4-wheeler, Teddy. Like, never once did I ride it. That's a sad story.
That's just weird.
Yeah.
It just seems
But
weird.
that's
as fuck.
it, like lack of follow through, which is why I'm.
You have the
probably
thing, bro.
most
It's sitting in the
follow-through
yard.
thing,
How are you not using
Because you have
it?
to take the time to like load it back up, take it somewhere else.
oh,
Like, we
yeah.
didn't live in a
Yeah.
place where you
it
could
wasn't
really
like
ride
you weren't
it.
on land. Got you. That makes more sense. I was like, what do you mean? You go outside, you jump on the
context,
bitch.
my dad's idea is like, we're gonna buy this house out here.
Got
in
you.
land, and
Yeah.
you'll be able to
Makes more sense.
ride it free, but shit like that. Like, but then you find out years later, the money for that shit was borrowed. Or manipulated and somehow, so shit like that.
Was your dad bad with money?
He's a gambler.
I was just gonna ask, do you have vices?
Yeah, huge gambler.
Anyone that's bad with money generally has some kind of vice. You know what I mean? That's just no one's just. You don't spend every dime you have on just a bunch of ridiculous shit. It always goes towards one kind of vice and then a bunch of other little shit to make you feel good about
his
shit.
vices are women and gambling.
Yeah.
He was never a drug guy.
Gotcha.
Women and gambling. I mean, even when we got into it last week, he's like, how much weed you smoke today? I was like, don't you ever in your fucking life say a
Blame
thing
weed.
about weed.
Call me out for some dumb
because he's
shit.
also years later got addicted to Ambien. So you're just like, it's like he's had his shit. you know?
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah.
So when after he jetted out at age 13 or whatever, when was the first time you guys talked after that?
We talked a lot while that was going on because I was kind of on my dad's side during the divorce at first. You know,
Before,
like,
you're a kid.
Yeah, and it's my dad and my mom. You're growing up, so you don't really like either of your parents fully. So I was just kind of
whoever lets you get away with the most shit is usually.
And neither of them really let me get away with much. I was just kind of like, yo, it's my dad. Like I spent time with my dad, and he wasn't telling me the truth though. Like he was lying about what I thought he cheated on my mom once. And it's like, Mom, just forgive him. Like chill. Like I'm a dude. I'm fucking 13. Like I cheated on fucking Kimberly. What's up? So I'm like, just get over it. Like goddamn, And she's like, it's not that simple, And eventually explained to me that this is a pattern, a lifetime pattern of just really insecurity at the end of the fucking day. But yeah, I mean, he's got his issues for sure. And he still has them, So.
Yeah. And then I know you kind of almost, it's crazy. The vlog, people that follow the vlog got to see you reunite with your mom almost in real time. You know what I mean? Yeah, you hadn't seen her. And that was the first time you had seen her. And it was kind of on the vlog.
Yeah,
like live.
She got married to a guy when my parents got divorced. And then pretty shortly thereafter, she got remarried. A couple years or whatever, but it was just whack. Like he was just the wackest dude out. And I basically didn't fuck with her for a while because of him. I was like basically just like, like a lot of things happened and I ended up having to move in with them for a little bit when I was younger. Yeah. And then it just like really got bad to like a physical. I tried to kill this dude, I was just like, I'm gonna kill you. And that's just like what's gonna happen, and I don't care because I was young and emotional, and of course, dude's fucking with my mom. So,
what age was this?
This is like 18.
18, okay.
Because I left home and then broke my leg.
Skateboarding?
At Tampa Am, actually. I went to Tampa Am and went skating around the corner, like downtown, basically. And broke my shit off. It was like that was it.
Doing what? Was it even doing something cool?
Nothing cool.
Isn't it always that way?
A little 3-stair on the way to we were all skating like a handrail because I was a pretty good skateboarder at the time. Like definitely could, do little handrails and like 9 stairs and shit like that.
Damn.
Yeah, I mean, I was a pretty good skateboarder. I still go skate a mini ramp and I'll still kick flip today if I need to.
I used to. So a bunch of my friends used to be big time skateboarders, and I rollerbladed. So a couple of my friends rollerbladed.
That's unfortunate for you.
BMX, fruit booting, whatever the fuck you want to call it. But I loved that shit so much because I skied. I grew up skiing. Cool. I started skiing at 4 years old. You know what I mean? And rollerblading felt like the next best thing to skiing for me.
For sure.
And then when I was skiing, I would get on snowblades just fucking around with friends. You know what I mean? Being able to. So I kind of the whole thing was one, and then all my friends that skateboarded snowboarded. So it was all cool, and it was all love. And they knew I wasn't like no bitch ass rollerblader. Like I was fucking badass, dude. I mean, alley-oop fish brains down hand roll. Yeah, like good, dude. And same thing. I broke my leg fucking rollerblading. Okay. Yep. And crazy fucking same shit. Just on like a little, I think maybe probably an 8-stair, just trying to do like a little soul grind to fast slide, come off and came off wrong and just got fucked up. But the thing I loved about the rollerblading and skateboarding culture, there was people, it was always like the motherfuckers that didn't like rollerbladers were always not very good at skateboarding. You know what I mean? They were like the biggest shit talking motherfuckers, and the ones that were really good were like, all right, I respect that dude because he's out here doing it. He's good. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like
it's just anyone that gets in the way. Like, right, if you're at a skate park or something and a rollerblader is like being a fucking dork, you're like, yo, get the fuck out of the way.
Exactly.
But it's the same thing with a skateboarder that's got his board diving boarded out, and you're like, yo, get the fuck out of the way. It's just etiquette.
Exactly. You see a motherfucker over here, and it's like, dog, I've seen you here 6 hours out at the park. You haven't landed one fucking thing. You're over here just flipping your board around like it's a baton. Like, go take up fucking cheerleading. You know what I mean? Like, you'll be better off, And it was just that kind of situation, and it just became. But anyway, not to get down that rabbit hole as far as that goes. But so you break your fucking leg.
Yeah, break my leg
on a little handrail.
Fucking terrible. Actually, visiting my father because he lives in.
Was
Florida.
it at the knee or what happened?
Just on my right ankle, like straight.
Okay,
up.
gotcha.
Like, and it's fucked still. Like, I mean, it's not fucked, but there's definitely like still
scarring and yeah.
13 18 screws in that bitch and
Fuck.
shit. Yeah, that's
Damn.
fucked.
That
So
sucks.
that had me move back in with my mom because I was like, I'm fucked right now.
And that was at that same age, around the 18, 18 whatever.
Yeah,
Okay.
and then because I had actually just come back from Colorado because I had hopped trains out here.
Yeah.
and then left pretty shortly. Greyhound back to North Carolina. So I can go see my pops and go to Tampa.
Mm-hmm.
Broke my shit off, and then straight up had to move back in with my mom because I was broken.
Just keep clicking record on it. Like that's what we're gonna have to do today.
It's
you can't
recording.
figure.
It's
No,
recorded.
This one's good. It's this one. Memory card is.
Oh, the memory card's full.
Memory card.
Fuck. JJ's crushing the game right now. This is why this man gets roasted in the fucking comments. Also, I want to take this time to let you guys know. Some of you guys send in questions to Teddy and shit, and some of the shits were just trolling. Obviously,
I'm
you're
sure.
you're the
Yeah.
trolling guy.
Yeah,
And
I
for
have
me,
no problems with that.
right. For me personally, like
They can't
some of the shit
out-troll
is
me.
just
It's a problem.
It's it was basically ask him why his channel's dead. Ask him why,
Why
Boost
Boost
is
is
dead.
dead.
Hold on, let's back up. Hold on, let's
Yeah.
back up. All right,
All right.
channels.
Go ahead.
Let's talk about why
All right,
the
go
channel
ahead.
is dead.
Yeah.
First off,
Is the channel dead?
no.
Okay.
Here's the thing that people need to understand about numbers. A vlog of mine, even like the worst vlog that you could possibly imagine that I've ever done, right now,
Like views wise.
views wise,
Okay.
let's just say the first 24 hours, let's go low, gets 3,000 views. Let's just say that. Let's say that you're a fucking stand-up comedian. How many people will come to your show
In an evening?
in an evening?
You probably maybe get a couple hundred people?
maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe.
On an average
So
show, depending on the video.
now take 3,000 people and put them in line, like in a physical. Put 3,000 people in this room who check in on a video every single day that I
Yeah.
post it. How is that dead? How is 3,000 on a low end people who are engaged in what you're doing as another human being dead?
Yeah.
How many numbers make it alive? Does it need to be a number that is so unattainably interactive? Like I could never, it got to a point when there were people watching my channel for the wrong reasons where I couldn't talk to anyone because it's like every time I open my DMs, it's just like, so people keep saying this shit like, oh, your channel's dead. It's not getting like 30, 40, 50,000 views a video. But why does it need to?
Right.
Why are we gauging what people like, yo, I remember making music and sitting there in a fucking studio for a month, putting out a song and getting 12 views.
Yeah. Same.
That's
Same.
dead, motherfucker. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? And even that isn't dead because there's 12 people that give a fuck about what you just did.
Right.
Which is a lot of people.
Right.
In the world that we live in.
Yep.
So I just don't understand it. My part of this whole thing, which I generally want to sit down with someone who says this. I'm like, let's talk about like why you think.
What's the perception of dead though?
Yeah,
You know
what
I
is
mean? Like,
alive to you
what's dead?
in the form of a channel? Because let's take like Shane Dawson's YouTube channel, for instance, that gets millions of views.
Yeah.
Where my man has literally, like we were saying earlier, not putting any of his real personality into it.
I don't even know what the fuck that is, to be all the way real.
It's really like some super melodramatic shit. You know what I mean?
Is he kind
Which
of
is
like what are some of those other big YouTubers? Is he along the same
like Jake
line
Paul?
as them?
Like
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
down
Casey
doing.
Neistat,
He's doing like
whatever.
documentaries on other people's shit.
I feel like
nowadays,
Jake Paul
you
and
know?
Casey Neistat are two totally different.
It's a slippery fucking slope.
Is it?
Is it?
Yeah, I mean,
I
Casey
don't watch Jake
Neistat
Paul a
obviously
ton, so.
is a grown man and
Right.
has life experience that the Paul brothers don't have.
That's I guess
You
that's
know,
how I
but-
feel. That's why I see it
Yeah,
as
for
different.
sure.
you
They
know
have a
what I
different
mean?
audience.
And I don't see him
by
clickbaiting
far.
it really a
Who?
ton. Neistat.
Neistat invented clickbaiting, my G.
Is he still clickbaiting though?
Invented it, I'm sure.
I guess I'm
He
talking
cut
about
his
more
silver
recently.
play button in half yesterday, I think.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if that's click. I mean, I'm sure he actually did it. but-
Right. Yeah. I guess if he actually did it, it's not really
So
clickbaiting.
my thing
but
basically is this.
I saw
like,
you got taken in by federal officials though.
I did. I
So
get arrested a lot. I just don't understand how people gauge certain things because I'm still in a place where I can't keep up with my fucking DMs. I can't keep up with my mentions. I can't keep up with merchandise. I can't keep up with my travel schedule. I can't keep up with my tattoo schedule. I literally can't keep my ideas. Like I don't have enough time to finish my ideas. And anytime I don't post a vlog, my mentions are full of people being like, yo, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
So
And by the way, you're also almost selling out with your friends and family
Yeah.
as well that actually subscribe
I have
to this as well.
400 people
Yeah.
that fucking are in a small knit group that are
Yeah.
allowing me to create.
Break that down. How
like,
does that
freely.
work? What's
Yeah.
the friends and family
It's
program?
basically
I've
like
heard you mention it, but I'm not sure.
It's basically like
for
but
people who aren't
let's,
familiar.
hold on, let me finish the other thing.
Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
Channel's not dead. If you're commenting that and you have a channel that's getting more views than me, we'll sit down and talk. If you don't, eat a bag of dicks.
I guess to piggyback off that before we go to the next question, people have said that. People are like, actually not even people, a dude commented on my shit and was like, wow, the view count on these podcasts is horrid. And it's like, you dumb motherfucker. Do you think every person that is consuming this podcast is watching on YouTube?
Well, that's the problem too.
Like,
so we were talking in the car about
Yeah.
Facebook and
Yep.
how we both hate Facebook and
Yep.
how Facebook is monetizing in
And I didn't even know that.
dividends
I didn't
now.
know that. Yeah,
so
yeah.
I've reopened my Facebook.
I saw that yesterday.
Yeah, and I don't ever, I'm not gonna ask.
Shit's always been for grandmas anyways.
Oh, it's Teddy,
Yeah.
and but it's like you have to. I don't have to like Facebook. You know what I'm saying? I don't like fucking Walmart either. But
Right.
if they got a fucking spray paint color I need, I gotta go there.
Exactly.
So it's the same shit, and I can be stubborn about it all I want, but there's money there, and there's ways to put your content there, and there's no point in putting out content to one place.
Yeah.
Giving YouTube that kind of fucking clout is
come check 'em.
insane. That's crazy. And we've all been doing it. I learned that through making clothing by having all my clothing printed in one place. I'm like, why am I giving one person all of the account when I could use that as leverage later?
Yeah.
Later I can be like, oh, what, you want the whole account? Well, you're going to have to give me shirts for this.
No doubt.
So,
Yeah.
And I wasn't leveraging that correctly. And that's
Yep.
something I had to learn. So now I'm learning that with YouTube. I'm like, okay, I'm giving out this free content to YouTube. And for what? Like, what's the real incentive to put it on YouTube? And I feel like most people's incentive is to fucking harness all the views in one place so they can say, my shit gets 100,000 views. My shit gets 40,000 views. Like, no, I don't want you to watch it on Facebook because the view don't count towards YouTube.
Yeah.
Well, YouTube fucking shat the bed on that one.
No doubt.
So why are you
And
not
continue.
putting your shit all over the place
Yep.
and not giving a fuck about the view count and just being like, yo, whatever.
And I'm guilty of that. I was doing
we all are.
that for a minute.
It's a human ego
Yeah.
thing, dog.
Yep.
Like we
Totally.
all are. But you have to eventually look, when you have anxiety about something, something's happening.
Yep.
There's something in your head that you're worried about, like that's going on, and you're afraid of something. So you have to face it, and you're like, okay, why does this give me anxiety? Oh, because it's not real. It's it's an actual like thing that isn't real that I'm trying to fill up. It's like trying to fill a cup up with air. Like, dog, you can't see it. It's not ever
Right.
going to be full.
Yep.
So that's all it is. So now that I'm like, okay, I should put the vlog all over the place, like Facebook, Vimeo, YouTube, make my own website where it's there. Maybe even charge a premium on that, like a $2 a month membership. Like, yo, you want the vlog a day earlier before the rest of the world? $2 a month.
Right.
Whatever.
And
you
then
want to
still
help me?
and still be doing your Twitch and still be doing the
everything
platforms.
I'm doing,
Fuck yeah.
and like give people these companies, like all these. This is my big beef with Complex. I'm sure we'll get into, but these companies that are backed by corporate money don't give a fuck about us. We're the talent.
Yeah.
And it's like you were talking about earlier, and you're like, I want to, hopefully grow this, like have someone reach out to me and like put me into their network.
Yeah,
and I was
yeah.
like, fuck that shit.
Yeah.
We have to build
You're all
for
about control.
ourselves. I'm all about
Yeah.
it. Like
all about control.
build it for yourself, because that's the fucking key. If I don't do that, and you're using them a little bit here and there, but dog, if anyone out here in the world thinks that I'm living off of YouTube money, they're
Nuts.
tripping.
Yeah.
They are fucking tripping. My YouTube check last month was $200.
No way.
I'll show you right
Wow.
now. You know what I mean? Like I will show it to
I told
you.
him that too. I was like,
Yeah.
bro, the YouTube
Yeah.
checks ain't really
They're
like.
not clicking.
You know
and
what I
they're
mean?
definitely not clicking for me because I'm talking shit. Because I'm not going to fucking do anything that I'm not here to make content based around what is
In a box.
acceptable.
Yeah,
Like, I
yeah,
don't
no doubt.
care. Yeah.
You're not going to stop smoking. You're not going
No.
to stop cursing. You're just going
Yeah.
to be you.
And I'm here to create like art. Like I'm here, like I make no qualms about it. I am here to make art to sell in different ways to continue my life on so I can make more art so I can leave a fucking mark on the world before my heart stops.
It's the same thing as the tattoo
it.
game. That's what these
Yes.
fools are doing here. They're getting paid off their
Exactly.
art. They're creating art. Now, sometimes they have to do some bullshit walk-ins they don't
Yeah.
really want to do.
Right.
It's part of the job. You know what I mean? Because they're not to the level where, like, we do have artists here that are fucking books are closed, dog. Like,
Yeah,
we don't
for
reopen
sure.
these shits till March. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
for
Like,
sure.
these fools are just fucking cooked out.
And I
Like,
hated that shit though. That's
Yeah.
that became to me like I could book out tattoos
Yep.
for years
Yep.
now, and that to me feels like a fucking trap. Like
Mm-hmm.
that's the real big goal when you first start learning how to tattoo. It's like I just want to be booked out,
Be
doing
booked out,
tattoos
yeah.
all day. Then you're like, your girl's like, I want to go to fucking Maui, and you're like,
Yep.
I can't take a vacation. I'm booked
fucking
out
booked
till
in.
next
Yeah.
January,
No
girl. You know.
doubt.
So that to me was like, all right, I don't like this either.
You're being
And
owned.
It's basically like anything I do, I cannot do fully.
Mm-hmm.
Everything has to be just sort of spread out, or I just get so bummed on it. You
Yeah.
know, like, I
if you're
just-
doing one thing, I'm the same way.
Yeah.
Like I have 15 things going. If I cut one of these out, if I cut certified out of what I'm doing every day, if I cut the podcast out or the sneaker reviews and stuff, I would probably feel a little bit of like, all right, I have one less thing to do. But then in a week, I'd be like, God damn, I'm missing this shit. Like I'm missing out on this.
You're going to move something right back into that.
I'm going to put something else in
That's
there.
like that's the way to find balance, though. If
Yeah.
you're only doing one thing, there is no balance. You know,
Oh,
like
yeah.
shit
Yeah.
gets like, it just gets bad.
Yeah.
It's like I just worked on this big drop that we just did for the last, like 2 weeks. And then yesterday I was even still like buttoning shit up and getting it out. And today I was like, I woke up this morning and I was like, it feels so fucking good not to have to draw today. You know,
Yeah.
like I'm so glad I don't have to think about this for at least a couple of days. Like
No doubt.
even until I get to Houston, I don't have to draw a tattoo basically.
Yep.
So I'm Gucci for a while, and that feels great.
Yeah.
But it doesn't mean I hate drawing. It just means I'm
You're a little-
empty right
yeah,
now. I need to
yeah.
fill up doing other stuff. you
Dog,
know?
you're just coming off of 70 plus hours on a Godzilla fucking print.
Yeah.
Like,
but
holy
see, I
shit,
don't ever like
you know?
look. I just can't stop.
Yeah.
Because I'm not ever satisfied.
Yeah.
Ever.
Well, that's what
So-
when we get into this art here, that's what you're alluding to. People that haven't been watching the vlogs here lately. Like for me, I'm not an artist. I feel like I'm more of a visionary. I try to see things in the future, movements, whatever it is, and trying to put myself in the best position. But I'm not an artist, so I need people like Thomas. I need people like JJ to help support me and bring that. When you get into your art and talking in the vlogs here lately, like it's hard for me to fathom that you're not happy with anything. You're not satisfied with any of the art. You look back, maybe it's a couple days, maybe it's a couple weeks, maybe it's a couple
very
months.
happy though. Don't
And-
get it twisted.
Okay.
I'm very happy. I'm just not satisfied.
Yeah, but with your art pieces, I'm just like, holy shit, man, these are fucking awesome.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm thinking, this Godzilla that took so long, these fucking shirts. Yeah, some of them I don't fuck with. Like some of the AI stuff isn't for me, but some of it I do like.
Yeah.
But I'm just like, when hearing you say, man, I don't really like it. And that's how I guess how any artist is when they look back at their stuff. But that's the experience. That's the evolution
Yeah.
of where you're at today. But I'm just like, man,
It's
to
also
be
how
hating
you
on his
refill
shit.
your
I'm like,
tank. There's
yeah.
no other way to refill your tank. I said it to someone the other day. He's not. I hate the word fan, but someone who interacts with me on the internet was like takes photos, good kid, like learning new stuff, and he's like, I'm not where I want to be, and I was like, good, great.
Yeah.
Who is?
Because
You know
if
what I
you
mean?
were, then you wouldn't be fucking like. There's nothing that's gonna make you want to go out tomorrow and shoot photos.
Then you
And-
can call it a day. Yeah,
yeah, the
then you're
worst
done.
thing that could ever fucking happen to me is to be satisfied.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and be
that's
like,
cool.
oh man, I'm fucking like. I do think I'm great. Like, a lot of people like, man, Teddy's cocky as fuck.
Yeah.
I'm very confident in the fact that I think I'm fucking great. I also think I have a fucking lot of growth to do. You know what I mean? Like, that's okay.
That's humble, man.
There's nothing
I
wrong
like
with
it.
that at all. That's just what life is. You know?
Yeah,
So-
no doubt. Okay, hit on friends and family, and then I want to take it. Explain
right.
that really quick, and then I want to
So
take
friends
the-
and
the
family is
Convo,
like
back a
Netflix
little bit.
essentially. You basically
Okay.
it's $20 a month.
Subscription
It's a
service.
subscription service.
Okay.
Yeah,
Just like everybody's doing, bro. The box meal joint you just opened, I saw the other day.
Oh,
You're
yeah,
doing about
yeah.
everyone. If
The
you're not on
thread beef
subscription,
and all that
fucking-
shit. Yeah.
because
Subscription, where it's at.
Because and people think it's lame or whatever, but these people don't invest their own money in business.
Yeah.
And I did this shit last year, and I lost money last year, even for a company that did a lot of fucking sales in t-shirts, a fucking lot. I can already just go. I mean, I can tell you because pay taxes. We did over $1 million in sales in t-shirts last year.
Yeah.
So it's like. I forgot where I was going with that. What was the first part that I said?
The friends and family, you were talking about
Yeah, the
subscription
Yeah, so
models.
but what
Yeah.
was happening with all of this shit, like we're still losing money. Like
Yep.
because you can print cool shirts and try to fulfill a customer base and overshoot and then
Yeah.
not make your money. Or you undershoot and not make your money.
Miss out, yeah.
Right. So there's trying to find that sweet spot, right? And then the way the world works, everybody wants everything right now. Right now. I want it right now. Well, as a creator or as a salesperson, we have to stop catering to that idea. You can cater to exclusivity and you can cater to like you're involved in this, but you can't fuck yourself and your customer in the future, because if you fuck yourself, you're not there to serve them later by printing or making or pre-doing all of this product to sit on.
Yeah.
The fucking model of supply chain of build it and they will come is fucking over. Come over here, I'll fucking build it for you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
that's how the world has to work from now. That's why we're moving into 3D printers.
Yeah.
There is too much waste. There is too much shit that doesn't work. I mean, I talk to clothing companies now that I'm working with who are big clothing companies who are like impressed by what I've done. And I'm not tooting my own horn because I didn't know what I was doing. They
Yeah.
just were like, you were so smart for not doing this or not doing that. Like, you don't print. Like now when I do friends and family dictates what the public gets. If friends and family doesn't order it,
Yeah.
public's not getting it.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha. Just
Like
smart.
I'm testing
Yeah.
my own market.
No doubt.
If friends and family is like, hey, we really like all this stuff. And, let's say I sold 5 larges of something in friends and family, then I'll make 5 more for the public.
Right.
But I'm not here to sell as many units as possible. That's not the fucking goal here. The goal is to serve the people that actually want what I make.
Make shit people want.
Give a shit that I exist. Give a shit that I put fucking 6-7 hours a day into the vlog. 4 hours a night editing usually. And want to support in any way they can, and rock a shirt that's going to get them laid. It's like
I want to say it's absolutely fucking brilliant.
It's a
what
fucking
I mean?
awesome business
It's a brilliant
model.
idea because the customer never has to worry about missing out, right?
Yeah.
Isn't that part of the part of the program?
You're
You don't have
guaranteed
to guarantee
whatever
drops,
you want,
right?
yeah.
Okay, that for me, that's what of all the other shit that I know about friends and family or I've heard, that right there connected me.
Yeah.
That clicked in my mind. That made it so that was the premium for me. You know what I mean? That's the reason I would subscribe to a service like that, because if I want that shit, I don't want it. The last thing, me, I'm trying to do is do more shit, wait on shit.
None
try
of
to
us
be
wanna
on
do
the
that
fucking
shit.
no.
None
I just
of
want
us.
I want the shit and I want it
Yeah.
to show up when I want it to show up. So it's fucking brilliant for people that are like me. They
And
don't
how
wanna fuck
fucked
with
up of it is it for us, right? For any of us to be like, oh, that shoe's releasing, and I'm fortunate, right, where I don't have to stand on the line. I can
Right.
make a phone call and get the fucking
Yep.
shoe.
Yep.
That's a very fucking big blessing. It is not fair for me to get to that position and then be like, I'm going to contribute now.
Yeah.
Y'all stand in line.
I'm gonna turn my shit into try to turn it into Supreme.
And
or
it
whatever.
felt really good at first to sell out of shit and be like, yo, we just sold out in 10 seconds. And it felt really good to have people be like, yo, that shit's gone. Oh my God. And then have to see the tweets be like, bro,
I missed that.
what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like,
Is there
yes,
an extra
it was
one?
definitely super cool and felt super fucking cool. But it's not real. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, if the guy who really wants my shit, who's watching every single thing, can't get it, and then some other dickhead is like, yo, I'll give it to you for double.
Yeah.
I'm
It's
not
a
here
it's
to
a
do that
disservice.
shit. Yeah, I'm not
absolutely.
here to do that shit.
And for me, friends and family, when I was looking at some of the trolls that were fucking hating on it, like, I ain't paying this
Yeah.
dickhead
People were
20
hating on
bucks.
it? Of course they
Yeah,
were.
Of course they were. Come on, man.
But I'm not
And
asking them to
whether they
either,
did or
which is
not,
so
it doesn't
weird.
matter. They fucking
Yeah.
had to say it. It's just
Yeah.
you're fucking trying to get clout, right? But for me here in the business model, which totally like I want to subscribe to it, not because I don't like everything or I do like everything. It's a business model, and for me, dude, I ran a shitty clothing company. It was called Deep In It, and it was just kind of a hobby thing. And all these things that you're saying, dude, I experienced on a lot lower level. I didn't fucking sell out, none of that shit. But like going to these people, printers, fucking trying to get discounts on my shirts, mass quantity producing. The business model that I love is you're also able to gauge the hype.
Yeah.
And not that hype matters in this case, but it matters to your fucking
Just
pocketbook,
interest.
dog.
You're
like
like, yeah,
who
interest.
really likes this
Yeah.
design?
Yeah.
Who's feeling this? And my friends and family are going to give me a fucking real taste of this, not just because they subscribe, but you don't think their tastes are similar to everybody else's?
Exactly. And that's
Fuck
who you're
outta here.
serving.
Yeah, that's
and that's who
awesome.
you're serving. Your core following
Right.
is who gives a shit about you.
Right.
These are the people that are going to come out and see you when you come there.
Yep.
Yeah.
These are the people that are going to take care. And I get taken care of in so many places. And I also know that there's people who aren't in that list who just, like you're saying, it doesn't serve all their needs. Like, it's not needed. But also the regular drops aren't as fucking crazy now.
Totally.
So everyone else is getting served.
Yeah.
And the people like you or the other people who still fuck with me heavy and are like, yo, I'm not going to give you an extra. I get it. Like, I'm not saying everyone should.
What's the
But
cost on
now,
that service? Sorry?
$20 a
$20 a month.
Yeah.
Okay. To
And
be
it really
guaranteed.
just
Okay.
helps me facilitate. I have
Yeah.
like 2 employees now.
Yep.
I'm doing all this shit my fucking self. YouTube's not fucking clicking at all.
Right.
Like, there's reasons why it exists. It helps me actually be able to do things. Every time I turn on my I'm still going to, I'm still traveling 12 months out of the year. Like, I'm going to Houston next week. I was in I don't even remember where, LA the
yep.
week before that. The week before that I was in Detroit, and the week before that I was in LA. Like, I'm still going to like be with the people.
Yeah.
It's not only just like, hey, let me be on the internet up here and unattainable, don't talk to me, blah
Yeah.
blah blah. Like, I'm here to connect with people. And I'm very fucking fortunate that people fuck with the fact that I make clothing and art and they want to buy it and wear it. That's like the biggest blessing out of the whole thing. That's also the entire goal of my life is to sell art. So that just went this way.
For sure.
with it,
So to kind of take it back a little bit, and I guess some of the questions that I have when you started the vlog, like, so right before you started the vlog, and you were kind of, was this something you had been thinking about doing for a while? Was this something that just popped up because of Ultra Boost and shoes, or did you a little bit of both? Maybe were thinking about doing it, but then all of a sudden you were like, oh, this is the avenue. This is the this is how I start it.
Yeah.
Instead of it just being you at the tattoo shop without shoes or whatever.
So for years before I was in DC. When I lived in DC, that was when like shit for me kind of changed, and
How long did you live in DC?
3 years, I think.
Okay.
Yeah. And it was cool. It was like a really big opportunity in like a quote unquote famous tattoo shop, you know. And then I worked there for a while and kind of got tattoo fame, quote unquote. In case you can't see my hands, there's quote bunny ears. And then realized real quick that was fucking
not what you
empty
thought it was going to
and
be,
political and like, you know, oh, you can't. Why are you talking to that? You know, just high school shit.
Was that one of those things where you wanted to get there so bad, and when you got there, you were let down?
Yeah,
was it
absolutely.
one of those feelings?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, absolutely.
Yeah.
You know,
I think we've all
realizing
seen
that some of my
been
heroes were just straight douchebags.
Yeah.
You know, and I worked for some, worked with some, all kinds of things, and then when that went south, but during that time was when I really discovered that I wanted to make music. That's when I like really started to get bored with tattooing.
What years are we talking?
2010.
10. Okay.
I think I put out my first project 2010. And so I was doing a lot of music towards the end, and I was being disrespectful to the shop because I didn't really care. You know, I was just doing whatever, and I got like a little bit of like right away in DC, got like a little bit of shine just like hanging out with people, and got like a little radio interview and shit.
Okay.
And ended up leaving the shop during the day to go do this radio interview
For the music, or
yeah, just because like and just like little shit, and I wasn't even had
Popping
literally
and
zero talent at this time, or like had not like really molded it into anything.
Yeah.
But it was cool, and it was all happening, and I was really excited. It was something new. So when I left DC, it was really bad terms. You know, I got fired / quit, and then there's all these accusations that I was stealing, and we like had it out back and forth, you know, and it like blew up on the internet because all these people were involved who didn't even work there, but it was just this big frat essentially. So that like ruined all kinds of shit. And I dipped off to New York. And then when I dipped out, what is the original fucking question? Because I definitely smoked
just kind of
no,
you're fine. Just the start of it, just how it all started.
Yeah, so I got that's right.
Yep.
So I got to New York.
Yep.
Started tattooing. That's when I met Ern.
Okay.
You know,
so you didn't know Ern before that time. What year is this when you did New York?
This is 2011.
11.
I guess.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So about a year later. Okay.
Yeah. So I met Ern, who didn't want to fuck with me
How'd
at all.
you meet Ern?
Because I tattooed a guy who knew I made music and was like, "Oh, I got a boy that makes music too." He's like, "I should hook y'all up."
What did Ern do?
Ern is like an engineer, makes beats.
Did he work at a studio or anything, or was he just kind of self-taught?
Yeah, well, we have a friend that does in Woodstock that has Applehead Studios. He's like the main engineer there. He's like a really good friend of me and Ern's.
Okay.
So they would do some studio work there. And Coheed and Cambria as well, the drummer from Coheed is a good friend of ours, and he has a hip-hop side project, and Ern helped with that. You know, Ern is kind of the guy that took Josh...
Yeah,
and
Josh, the drummer of Coheed.
He took care of him when he was recovering from heroin addiction, and
this is the band he's on tour with now.
Yeah,
Coheed is what it's called?
Coheed and Cambria. Yeah, he's back in the band now, but at the time Josh wasn't in the band. And Ern, I would say, and I think Josh would agree with me. I hope I'm not misquoting, but I think that Josh would give Ern some large amount of credit for helping keep him sane while he was coming clean. You know, like being his friend. No matter what people were saying about him, you know, because Josh did a lot of heroin makes you do bad shit. If you're on heroin, you're doing bad shit. I promise you.
I like how he looks right in the camera.
Even if you don't know it, you're doing bad shit.
Nice.
It's not who you are.
A little PSA for you.
Yeah, it's not a good drug to be on. Right. I'm sorry. But so like, they're like, yo, you just go record a song. I'm like, all right, where are we going? And we went to the straight up hood. And I just like had moved there, you know, and we're like, met this dude named Maze Man.
What part of New York now are we talking? Are we talking upstate? Or are we
Kingston,
talking,
New York.
where's that at?
It's upstate, so it's right outside of Poughkeepsie.
Okay, so my uncle's from Jamestown, which is uptown. You know, we always say from New York, and people just assume
it's New York City. This is like this
upstate
is definitely upstate. Yeah,
right.
It's like up and coming, kind of cool area of hipster, but it's nothing. It's pretty shitty. There's a lot of drugs.
Gotcha.
A lot of drugs and a lot of poverty. You know, it's like
for sure. Yep.
And not a lot of opportunity. And so we, you know, I'm like, all right, let's go record this song. So we record this fucking song.
Are you rapping at this time?
Yeah, rapping and producing all my own shit.
You're doing all your shit.
Yeah,
okay.
and then so we we do this thing where I show up at the house or whenever they're recording, like a closet type thing. It's like a
course.
whole like,
Sure.
setup.
The home
them?
studio.
Yep.
And nobody talked to me. Like I get in there and no one says shit to me. So I get in my bag and I pull out a 1/4 pound of weed and I just start rolling these fucking fat joints.
Yeah.
Ern looks over. He's like, damn, dog. And then like I light one as I like record my verse or whatever.
Yeah.
And it's still burning. Like it's just burning forever. And the other rapper's like, yo, this dude rolls a joint like a blunt. This shit is sick, you know. And then, but Ern left. Ern was like a Peabody dork, no tattoos, wearing like a polo, fucking cargo shorts, dead ass like
Whoa.
dork. And
Wait,
he's
like the dress shoes that you had in the vlog a while back. Remember when you called him out on those like Clark looking shits?
yeah, that's Ern. Clark Wallabies all day.
Clark Wallace.
Yeah. So dork, right?
Yeah,
He's like bugging. He's like, oh man, I see.
So he was nerdy Ern instead of dirty Ern.
Yeah.
Got you.
And he's like,
Nerdy Ern.
God
Nerdy
damn.
Ern.
And he's like, I would never get tattoos. I see you're pretty sick with it. You know, my girl would never allow. And I'm just like, look at this dude. Like, this
Same
dude is-
girl he's with now?
No. I was
Oh,
like, this
different
dude
girl.
is a
Okay.
clown. I'm like, why are you gonna come up to me? Because I'm on some gangster shit. Like I'm driving some other chick's car from DC.
Yeah.
Not my chick, just some chick who I'm like, yo, I'm gonna take your car.
Wow.
In New York still, 3
Yeah.
months later, haven't heard from her. You know what I'm saying?
That sounds like some of my homies.
Quarter pound of weed in the fucking trunk. Nowhere to fucking be. Got the car. I got a little place to stay. You know, I got plenty of money to do whatever I want. You know,
Just saved from tattooing?
yeah.
or-
Just honestly, that's a funny story too because I thought I was broke and I was packing my house up to clean up.
Yeah.
And at the time, I was kind of selling weed a little bit, and I grabbed this box of envelopes, and I was gonna throw it away, and I was like, that was kind of heavy, and I like pulled it out, and there was like $4,000 in it.
Oh,
And I was
shit.
like, oh shit, I hid this from myself.
Yeah.
Tight. And then I was just on cloud 9 and like, I'm good.
Especially
Yeah.
4Gs when you ain't got nothing to do. You feel like you're the man.
Yeah. So I'm making rap music.
Yeah.
My dudes. That's
in
met
this-
these dudes in
I'm
New
in
York.
this game.
Yeah, you can't
Yeah.
tell me I'm not risen in liquor
Right.
stores right now. Yeah. So you know, and he's all, my girl would never allow me to get tattoos.
Tattoo, yeah.
Yeah. So I'm like, fuck this motherfucker.
Yeah,
And
especially
then-
this polo wearing motherfucker clown. You're like,
seriously.
dude, dog, you
Yeah,
don't even know.
Big eared fucking goofball. And then
Why'd
so,
they introduce me to this guy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, what's fucking
What was he
on?
going by? Was he Dirty Ern? at
Yeah,
that
he's
time?
always been dirtier.
He was
Has he?
Dirty Ern looking that clean.
Yeah,
Dirty
he's
Ern
still
on the
dirty.
clean grind.
Yeah, he's still the dirt runs deep. You know what I'm saying?
Interesting.
So
The dirt
I
run-
dipped. I came out here actually. I came out here because my boy Matt, who owns the other shop, they were like, "Hey, we need a guest spot at this other shop." I'm not gonna say that other shop's name because I think everyone in this building hates this dude. So
Do you wait before we go? Do you know, or how did you already know Matt?
yeah, for years
You've known Sega for a long ass
yeah.
time.
I kind of helped teach him when he first started learning how to tattoo. He came up under the guy I came up under, technically. And
So
so
you
when
met
I
him when
came
you were
out
in
to
Denver
visit,
first?
yeah,
Okay.
Fort Collins, but
Fort Collins,
yeah,
okay.
back in
Gotcha.
the day, like coming up.
I was
like,
wondering how that all came
Yeah,
about.
I would
Okay.
just come out here and tattoo a little bit because my buddy had a shop and he'd
Yeah.
always have new guys. And when Matt started working there, we just like hit it off.
Yeah.
And then I would show him how to draw stuff better, you know, like tattooers do. Like, hey, let me show you how you fuck that
Yeah,
up.
yeah, I
And
see
then
this shit all the
so
time around here,
yeah, just kind of like whatever. And we
So
just
he asked you
stayed
to come out
friends.
and do a guest spot?
Yeah, and he knew that I needed some more money because I was going to open a shop. And he's like, we're busy as fuck, you know. So I came out and I made a bunch of money.
Yeah.
you know?
Nice.
And then I came back to New York, had a bunch of money, and I was like, yo, I want to make another album because all I really want to do is just make music.
Yeah.
I didn't really want to tattoo that
I've been
much.
there, bro.
Yeah, so
Been
I
there, yep.
rented this really shitty little studio, and I just chilled in there and made music and took tattoos when I wanted to, but barely, and did a lot of drugs.
Were you tattooing in that studio?
Mhm.
Oh, sick.
yeah, in New
Okay.
York, like just like, but it's the Shady Lady was the name of it. It
Yeah.
was so shady.
Right.
The door didn't even open from the outside. You had to be let in. It
Oh,
was so shady. People on Yelp thought it was a brothel. Like,
Right,
yeah,
yeah,
like
yeah.
Yelp reviews would be
I can
like,
see that
yeah,
vibe,
like,
yeah.
So, and I liked that vibe. It was like
Yeah.
total Mogwai type shit. So, yeah, it was just fucking cool. And that was when I did all that, I was like, I hit my boy. I was like, tell that motherfucker I'll pay him because he's the only person I knew that knew how to make beats.
Ern?
Yeah, and at the time, my beat game just was
What was
like
he using?
bad.
Do you remember?
MPC, I'm sure.
MPC.
Yeah,
that was
sure.
if you had an MPC,
Yeah.
I knew motherfuckers that like DJs that had an MPC just so they could fucking do the DJ Who Kid type shit. You know,
Yeah, for sure.
you know,
And our
just to
buddy
make
Chris,
drops.
our
Like-
buddy Chris is a genius,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
musical genius. So
Okay.
between the two of them, the connect was just like, all right, between these two guys, they can help me do something.
Yeah, yeah,
you
yeah.
know, and that was like kind of where a relationship started. I started paying Ern we made music together, and it was just like that. And we smoked a lot of weed together.
Yeah.
And then eventually he broke up with that chick. I kind of was there to be like, yeah, man, this is how this works.
All good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I've maneuvered through life pretty
Right.
well in some areas. So I was like, yo, this is how you should look at this, whatever. And then kind of helped him get out of his career of bullshit. I was like, yo, you should work for yourself. Like, why are you working for some? Like, my main thing, and this is for anybody else too, if you're out there and you're working for someone else, that means that you have more confidence in another man's abilities than your own, which is you're trading it off because there is no security. You know, you're just saying that your idea that they're more secure in the future. You know, people say that shit like, oh, I'm gonna work for fucking IBM because it's secure. That's not true. You're just telling yourself that.
Right.
And that's why when something happens, when these corporations close down, people are devastated because they can't believe it. You can't put that much faith in other things.
I have homies
you know?
that are like that. Like, I just know they're the most brilliant motherfuckers, and this fool could just be killing it on his own business. But he's got a wife, he's got 2 kids, and he's just happy. He really just wants to go there, bang out his fucking job,
Well,
make
that's
his
all- that's all you want, and that's
$100K
all
a
you
year, and
want.
go home
Yeah.
to his family. You know what
Absolutely
I
have
mean?
to
But I know he
decide
could
what-
kill it working a little harder. But
Yeah.
he doesn't want to work that hard.
Yeah.
He just doesn't want to do
Well,
it.
that comes down to back to views.
Right.
So you take that back down to views, and people are like, oh, your channel's dead. I'm like, dog, I'm fine. You know,
Right,
I
right.
get to fly first class wherever the fuck I want to go.
No doubt.
And fucking people come and hang out, and like it's always good vibes.
Yeah.
You know, like I don't need more. Like the views, I welcome. You know, and I know one day I'm gonna wake up and some video is gonna hit like 4 million.
Yeah.
Or like, oh shit, that popped because me and Ern are hilarious.
Right.
And that's all I really care about. You know, like if I had gone viral off some shoes, it wouldn't feel as good as, you know,
Going viral off yourself.
yeah, like we're just trying to be ourselves and have fun
Yep.
and rock cooler shoes than most motherfuckers.
For
You
sure.
know what I'm saying? Like that's it.
And that's what I'm happy about with the podcast, man, because before, like, my views, my channel, my subscribers, whatever, you could say that the reason that it was what it was because I was getting certain pairs of shoes and I was showing them a product. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was showing people. Now I know the podcast, they're coming here for me and this motherfucker.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
it.
for
You know what I
sure.
mean? They're here for us. They're here for the content. They're here for the fantasy football advice, us breaking down games, talking UFC, our personalities, the jokes we have, even for this motherfucker in the corner that fucks up all the time and shits the
That's
bed
part of
constantly
it,
on this
though.
bitch.
That's reality,
But-
right?
And
Like-
I mean, that was earned though back in the day, man. He was fucking miserable on the vlog when he first started, you know, because he's just trying to find himself.
Yeah.
And how do you say it, dude? When I got behind these cameras, behind a fucking mic the first time, I didn't freak out.
Yeah.
But dude, it's
It
it's odd.
changes
It's
a little
different.
bit. You have to get
but
comfortable.
You evolve.
Yeah.
JJ's evolved. Earn.
But JJ's not there yet. You see cameras fucking crashing today. Let's not anoint the guy. Let's not give him too much credit. I mean,
See, and then someone's like, "God, you're really hard on him, man."
Yeah.
You
dude,
tried."
it push it.
I know.
If I'm gonna be pushed, he's got to be pushed.
I
You know what
get
I mean?
it.
If
And
we're
you're just
pushing
helping
ourselves
each other.
this hard,
You're just
yeah.
helping your team elevate no matter what. If I can't fucking be like, yo, me and Ern get in, like, I love Ern.
Right.
Like, I'll take a fucking bullet for
Right.
Ern. If you fucking say a thing to Ern, I'll knock you into next fucking
Right.
week.
Yeah, no doubt.
But when I'm like sitting there talking to him, I'm like, dog, we gotta do this, like blah blah blah, that shit, and I'm like, yo, the business, this, like that shit is me trying to make sure that me and my homie eat.
Yeah.
Forever. Like
Yeah.
I don't want, and my boy in jail, like when he comes home, like, yo, boom, you got a job. Here's a job, here's a car, here's this. Let's go. You're not going back.
Yeah.
That's what this shit is all about. That's it. So if I'm yelling at you about something, it's because I'm fucking scared.
Yeah.
It's because I want this to work
And you give a
more than
shit.
anything.
Yeah.
If you become a boss of anything, that's the fucking day that you start working for everybody else. You
No
know,
doubt.
like my anxiety comes from, is Ern comfortable?
Yeah.
Is Brandy comfortable?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then am I comfortable? Well,
Yep.
is my girl comfortable? And then am I comfortable? You know what I mean?
Yep.
Because that's like where it is. And I'm going to be comfortable because I'm a bougie bitch. So you best believe I'm going to crush this shit because I'm not going to be uncomfortable. You know
For
what
sure.
I mean? Like, I'm not sitting in the back of the plane anymore.
Yep.
And that's not because I'm fucking fancy or whatever. It's because you don't deserve to sit in the back of the plane. You don't deserve to sit in the back of the plane. Nobody fucking deserves to sit in a smaller seat when there's a bigger fucking seat available.
Yeah.
Regardless.
Yep.
So if the game is set up to the fact that I have to have more of these little fucking little pieces of paper to get to that part of the game, then I'm gonna do whatever the fuck I have to do to get to that part of the game. You know,
And that's a great breakdown and explanation. I wouldn't say mine is directly related to that, but I think somewhat of that. And mostly it's, hey, if I'm fucking working this hard and I'm bringing you along, and for example, JJ, this show does blow the fuck up, I'm not going to kick JJ to the curb and say, all right, now we need to find a professional producer. This is motherfucker's going to be Robin from Howard Stern. Like, he's going to just be rolling along with the fucking ride.
For sure.
You know, where the fuck it goes. So if I'm working my ass off and I'm staying up late to do this research and I'm working these hours and I'm fucking working a job and still dropping, I want you to be putting in the same effort, man. Make sure the fucking memory cards are clear. Make sure the batteries are charged. Make sure the fucking lighting looks good. Make sure the edits are fire. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
just make sure that everything's clicking so that
no doubt.
because that all you're doing when you're doing shit is preparing for your moment.
Exactly.
Like, that's it. Like, if I hadn't, like, dog, there's fucking 10, 15 fucking years of me sitting at the tattoo shop late at night, drawing all fucking night. My girl be like, when are you gonna come home? I'm like, when I figure out how to do this dragon's arm, dog. I don't know. I've redrawn it 400 fucking times. I don't know what's wrong.
Placement's still fucked up.
Dude,
Yeah, I don't know what to do. And then, you know, and then feeling like shit. Like, going home and be like, I didn't really do anything tonight. Like, I drew, but, like, I didn't really do anything. I don't have anything to show off. Like, and then later it clicks. Like, now someone comes in here and is like, yo, draw a dragon. I'll draw you a fucking dragon better than anyone in a 100-mile radius. And I know I'm in a tattoo shop, and it's no disrespect to anyone here. I know I've drawn more dragons than you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know I've gone to Japan. Like, I know I fucking study dragons. Like, I am a fucking dragon. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't tell me that I'm not. Like, I've immersed myself in it.
Yep.
So
I think the biggest thing I learned, and especially through creating content, is time management. You gotta fucking manage your time because, especially like you, if you're gonna make time to edit at night, do all this shit, you've got to do time management. I think I was guilty of this. I think a lot of people confuse activity and productivity.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
sure.
Like, they just fucking do a bunch of shit, but then they didn't get anything done. But they were busy. They did a bunch of shit, but they didn't get anything they wanted to.
you can be
fucking
busy
done.
checking your mentions all
Right,
day.
exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
I mean,
So
I
they
get
made
caught in
themselves
it all
feel
sometimes.
busy, and I feel like I got a lot done. But then when you fucking break it down, I spent half the time I used to being busy, and I actually got more shit done in half the time because I was productive.
You just gotta
know
be
what I mean?
efficient, right?
Activity versus productivity. You know, people confuse that shit all the time. Once I figured that out, I've been a lot more productive.
Yeah.
You know, you have to be. And once you create content, time is fucking money. Dude.
Dude,
Time is so important.
And I'm about to change my shit up just because I've vlogged for 2 years now, and I don't know if I'm the only one who's done this.
You gotta be
the day of,
right?
Like day of vlogging, which
You've got to be.
Yeah,
I don't know anyone else that's doing that amount of content. The amount of content you're pushing out on the weekly.
Today is actually going to be my 500th video.
And you could say there's motherfuckers. That's insane.
Yeah.
And you could say there's people pushing out videos, the same amount of videos as you. Yeah, they're 5 minutes long.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
That, like, you could. There's no debate on that.
Right.
Like, the content you're pushing out. I mean, just doing my vlog when I was doing it 3 days a week was fucking stressful.
Hard,
It's super hard.
It's hard just to wake up in the morning and have that thing be your boss.
No doubt.
That camera is my boss.
Right.
You know,
Right.
I wake up and the first bitch I think about is that fucking camera. And, and it doesn't bother me because I love, like, pretty quickly my brain turns on where it's like, you love documenting this, so it's whatever. But there's always that first 20-second grog where you're just like, I don't want to do this shit right now.
Yeah.
You know?
That's how today, I appreciate you coming in early, man, because you were like, damn, I told you the time. You were like, damn, you motherfuckers are in here this bitch early.
I've been trying to get up earlier, though, so it works. Because I get a lot more done. You know, like,
Right.
I'm blessed with the fact that I can sleep in kind of till
Ted was throwing shots at you, dog. He's like, "Where's Thomas, man? This motherfucker's late." He's like,
When?
"It's 8:15."
Oh yeah,
where's this motherfucker?
live stream.
On his live stream.
Because I was worried I missed you, so I was like, "Oh shit, it's 8:18." I was like,
"Where's this
I
motherfucker?"
texted him. I said GPS says 8:20, but he was fucking on live. I didn't know, so he didn't.
They need to fix that. I need to be able to check my texts and be on live.
But yeah, your shit wasn't. It kind of. You're in Inglewood, so I shot down 225 and just right over there, and we could just shoot down Broadway. So that's why I said shoot me your address because it wasn't too far out of the way just to come scoop you. Like, instead of you having to fucking worry about getting over here, like, we appreciate you getting up early and doing the fucking.
No, it's cool.
You know, doing
I'll get
the show.
some shit done today. Actually, it'll be great.
So, go ahed.
Tell me about that. The kind of the story behind the boost. So I know there was a trip to California. You had your fucking you had sandals on, right?
Yeah, Jordan slides. Actually,
Before you answer that, you fucking killed me, dog. I asked you to come on this show about a month ago, and we kind of started. You're like, yeah, just let me know whenever. And then the last fucking 2-3 weeks of vlogs, you've literally dropped every question answering. You've been well, not even on purpose. Like, I'm watching through these vlogs. I'm like, this motherfucker's giving the dude in the sewing shop a full fucking interview over here. I'm trying to do the podcast and get some good content. He's fucking asking him or answering every question I'm trying to ask on the fucking show.
That's amazing.
So some of that stuff may be rehashed, but
that's funny.
It's just
they don't watch that shit. Are you serious? People skim through looking for
I fucking
shoes.
love that shit. I listen to them like, damn.
Your fan base isn't even my fan base fully though, either. So it's like there's
why
mad people out there who are like, fuck Teddy,
Right.
who don't know shit,
No doubt.
really, and walked. Because every time I meet a quote unquote fan now, I'm like, "What's the first vlog you saw?"
Yeah.
5 out of 10, 50% will say, "Dog, the first one I saw, I fucking hated you."
Oh.
Like, and I'm like, cool. What was it? You know what I mean?
Yeah, well,
like,
yeah.
I caught you in the middle of a rant, or I caught you in the like, and it's like, that's beautiful to me.
Yeah.
It's fucking beautiful to me that people like. That's all I ever wanted, man. Like, I think I maybe even said it in the first vlog. I was like, I don't care if you like this. I don't care if you dislike this.
Yeah.
I care that you care.
Yeah.
In either way, like
Yeah.
that's all I wanted, because I realized that is the key to all of this now. On the
You
internet.
created emotion.
Get people to care,
Yeah.
and you win.
Yeah.
That's it. It doesn't matter. Kanye's winning because you care. I don't give a fuck if you like him or not.
Right.
I care.
Yeah.
So that's it. I don't know where I was going with that.
No.
but-
Go back. Sorry, answer Dallas' question. I was just talking
so-
shit because you fucking
How
ruining
did
my interview. But
yeah, so I want to talk more. I want to talk
fucking
more about your content and kind of the business sector of you. But
how he got into Boost in the slides? That's what you're
yeah,
saying.
But
he had
how you
slides.
got into Boost? So yeah, you took a flight to L.A. You had your Jordan slides on, and I think correct
Jordan
me if I'm
slides?
wrong.
Were they?
Yeah.
Oh, no shit, huh?
I had bought
Correct
some Spizike Jordan slides at like Foot Action.
The fucking
Because they were like,
worst.
yeah, they were.
I gotta look that
they
up.
had
What the hell are
3M
Spizike
it's the
Jordan
fucking,
slides, bro?
watermelon looking ones with like the 3M. This is how you know I'm a 3M junkie. It's like a 3M top.
Yeah.
And the it's like silver, and it has like a red Jumpman on it.
3M
I
on
literally
some
bought them.
Spizike
Yeah,
slides.
yeah, they're so bad. They did like 3 colorways at the same time.
These ones right here are they
They're not the purple grape ones or what?
those? None of those ones. Oh, are they like these? But they have red Jumpman.
Yeah, but it's like the colorway is like a colorway that they ripped off of a 7, I think, or a 6.
Like, did it have the? Oh, that's an 8 logo.
Yeah, some of
Damn.
those came out the next year, I think, with the furry fucking. This is so depressing.
Some Jordan slides.
Hey, what's up, Spencer? How you doing, man?
You know him?
Yeah,
Oh, that's funny.
for a long time.
That's funny. Yeah, he's fucking great.
So you had the Jordan slides, and then you fly into LA, and you needed some shoes, maybe because of the tattoo shop. Correct me if I'm wrong. And then you
just
somehow
from
acquired
walking around slides for 3 days
Fair
will
enough.
crush your fucking leg.
yeah.
Yeah.
And you
Fuck yeah.
ended up getting a pair of NMDs.
NMDs, yeah.
correct?
Actually, I bought a pair of tubulars first.
Oh, did you?
At a fucking discount shoe warehouse thing, because my boy was like, just go here, because
Yeah.
he doesn't care. And I was like, all right, whatever.
Yeah.
And then there were tubulars there, and I was like, cool, I just need something on my feet. And then we went back to Melrose in tubulars, and then I got NMDs, white
Gotcha.
monochrome white NMDs. But let's double back, because this makes sense, because we were talking about the tattoos. Like, you asked me if I had wanted to do this.
Yeah.
So when I was in New York with the tattoo shop with Ern, when we met, I was like, we should be documenting this shit. After it like popped off, I was like, we should be documenting this, and like this is funny. Like, everything we do, we should just be making a show.
Sure.
And he's like, who's gonna watch that shit? No one wants to watch that. I have that conversation. I actually put it in a vlog a couple months ago. It's like spliced in, because I found this old Vado HD that has this conversation on it, and it had
Wait, I did see that.
Doobie,
Was
yeah.
that shot on that what were those cameras called back
It's
in
a
the day?
Vado HD is what it's called. Yeah.
Yeah, those were crazy, man.
So I wanted to do that, right? And kind of got shot down by my peers and friends, being like, no one's going to watch that
Sure.
shit. And I'm like, whatever, okay. And not really knowing exactly how to
This round 2012, I guess.
2011.
11,
I guess,
okay.
Yeah. And even like 2010 when I lived in DC, I was doing some documenting.
Yeah.
Like GoPros were starting to come out. Little shit like that. Just little shit. So whatever I could. But the internet was all new. YouTube was
Right.
like... I was
Do
still
you
kinda-
ever think back like, fuck, if I would have started this bitch in 2012 or 2013,
I guess.
not only the bread you could have made, but where you would be as far
I'd
as
be
your...
Soldier Boy, though.
Do you think so?
People are still working out their avatars.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, people who came up in that time are fucking
When
weird.
when did some of the bigger sneaker YouTubers like Kais and these when did they start? What years?
I have not. I think probably
14
around
maybe?
2012, 13.
13, so
maybe.
around that time.
Yeah, I don't know. But even, and
Is
this
that why they are where they are? Because they were first? Do you think?
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it probably has a lot to do with because view sub count or whatever.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean view count.
Right.
Right.
I mean, I have 113,000 subs, and it ebb and flows. Like, I lose 100, I gain 100, whatever. But 113,000 people aren't watching the fucking videos.
I think that's what the guy, to kind of go back to that comment, and like I said, someone was talking about the channel being dead. I think that's what he more referred to as like, oh, you haven't, your sub count
not
hasn't
growing.
fucking grown.
Yeah, it's not
That's
growing.
what people say to me.
Are you dead
when
when
they
you're not
when they tell
growing?
me I'm dead? Yeah, they tell me my channel, even though my channel is gaining subscribers, it's
Yeah.
not maybe at the clip that it was.
Hold on. So you're telling me that this person thinks that
I don't know
when
for
you,
sure,
I
but-
know, but let's just
Yeah,
assume
hypothetical, yeah.
that people think that when you lose a subscriber, it's forever.
It's forever, bro.
No.
You can never get them back. That's it.
You know, there's other people.
Once they unsubscribe from your channel, they kill themselves.
You know when you go to a
can't get
movie.
'em
You know when
back.
you go to a movie and you sit in the seats and it's full. You're like, damn, there's no room in here.
Yeah, yeah.
This shit is full.
Yeah.
There's no room for you. The movie's over, and then it empties out. All new people get to come and sit.
Yeah, that's true.
What the fuck are people talking about? People are letting these numbers like train their brains into thinking like what? It makes you want to watch it more. That 4 million fucking. Do you know what the number? One of the biggest videos on YouTube right now that's growing the fastest is how to do your makeup for a dick appointment. So if that's what you are interested in by numbers,
I don't even know what that means.
That means how to do your makeup if you're trying to get some fucking dick.
Okay.
That's what
A
it
dick
means.
appointment?
Yeah,
I was like,
a
wait.
dick appointment.
I was like,
that's growing. Like that has like over, you know, and it's not demonetized.
Are you serious?
Dead
This is a
ass
real
serious.
thing?
This is a real thing.
Where do you find this shit?
I'm all over the internet,
dude,
dog.
you are a
I am the
motherfucker on
fucking
the
internet.
internet.
You know Lawnmower? You seen Lawnmower Man?
No,
It's me,
fuck
dog.
no.
Yeah.
Half the shit you come up with,
The
bro, I'm like, this
early 90s
motherfucker, how does
films.
he
Yeah.
know this
Remember the
shit?
Lawnmower
How does he
Man?
get this stuff?
Yeah. But I don't know what we were talking about. This is why I'll get sidetracked.
No,
so
this is
quick.
fine. This is good. That's part of a combo.
Yeah. But basically, fast forward years, it didn't have anything to do with what you're talking about. So I go to nothing happened video wise. I was just sort of life kind of got
Chilling,
chaotic.
yep.
I was making music. So I was doing stuff like live streaming. I thought it was really important. This is where me and Ern clashed with music because I thought it was really important, and I'm right because music now. But at the time, this wasn't happening. I thought it was super important to show everything, like show making the beats, show us in here arguing, show me doing cocaine. I don't care. You know, like
Yeah,
show
just be
this.
super transparent.
Show what we're actually doing so that when this shit comes out, people are invested. They're like, yo, I remember him picking a clap for 4 hours, you know? Like,
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, so it's like, that's all I wanted to do was document everything because everything that I respect, I always go back and I'm like, damn, there's a documentary about this. You know, the fact that there's Ed Hardy footage from the 70s is the best thing for me because I think Ed Hardy's the king. So that nothing happened. I went to LA. I got those shoes. In the weirdest way, it was just the vibe. It was the LA vibe and seeing everybody what was going on. And because I didn't know about round two and I'd been out of like streetwear, sneaker culture. I had just been so full into tattoo culture. And I, like we were saying earlier, I'd kind of like jumped in that water and finally had come out and was like, all right, you know, how was things when I went in this water?
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
like,
yeah.
Let me find the things I left
sure.
behind. And that was sneaker culture and fashion. Because a lot of the dudes I came up with tattooing are like burly dudes. I show up in like 100 shirt and they're like, what the fuck are you wearing? Like some big grape holding 2 fucking guns. They're like, what are you wearing? You know,
Right.
like I had diamond plugs at one point and they're like, get that fucking shit out. And it's like at some point, you're younger, these people you look up to, they start to influence
What
you shape,
Totally.
which is why I'm so much not like that. That's why I'm like, yo, wear what you fucking want.
Yeah.
Do what you want. You want to wear fucking grapes holding the fucking Glock 9? Wear it. I don't give a fuck.
Holding the
That's my
fucking
whole
Glock
that's
9.
my whole thing now. And that's why I'm shaped that way. Because I let people, when I was younger, influence me and scare me. So I don't want people to do that. When I got the shoes and all these things were happening.
You got them at round 2.
Yeah, round 2 in
So
LA.
did you pay resale for those NMDs?
Yeah, but like $225.
And they were
They were
monochrome, so those were the prime knit or
Monochrome.
mesh?
No, they're dog. What's my fucking
You were
name?
the mesh god.
Sorry.
Yeah, you weren't the mesh
I'm
god?
Mesh god.
I tried to be the mesh god.
He's like, I'm fucking out of here.
I've never in my life.
I did
had
own a pair of
one
mesh and they were
fucking pair
awful.
of mesh
Yeah, yeah, that's
NMDs
all
and
it
I
took.
sold them shit.
Same
Oh,
thing.
man, hey,
away.
here's
That's the gray joints.
I'll troll
Yeah, the
myself.
same one with the
I
wool
was,
ones?
I was
Yeah.
the I
Same
was
one.
the mesh god. Ask this guy.
He was,
Yeah,
dude.
that's
This guy
because you
had
couldn't
so
get
much.
prime knit back in the day.
Exactly.
I was all PK all day.
I was
That
just buying whatever
that was
I
what
could,
got
though.
me addicted. If I had tried on a mesh NMD, I'd still be wearing Air Force Ones right now. No, I wouldn't because Air Force Ones are trash. I'd be wearing
Fucking
Air Max.
Clunky ass heavy
Yeah.
brick stuff.
But-
He had some PK NMDs and he was like, dude, you've got to try this. The greatest fucking
Yeah.
shoe ever. Like, I
Yeah.
love these shits. Still, you know, managing T-Mobile store, standing all day. I was managing a store, so he's like, you got to fucking have these. I go buy a pair of NMDs. They're those shitty gray fucking mesh joints.
Yeah.
I put them on. I'm like, Dallas, these are not that fucking tight, dude.
Yeah,
I'm like,
yeah.
what are you talking about? Then I get a pair of Ultra Boost off Adidas.com. I just caught like this is before the super hype. And it was just a pair of 2.0 Core Blacks.
Blacks,
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That was my first pair of Ultra Boost. And I was like, fuck what you're talking about.
Yeah.
This shit is the
It's the
fucking
bomb,
truth,
right?
bro.
So
This is
I
before
turned him
started
on to
YouTube
Boost
or anything.
but I had no idea about an Ultra Boost silhouette.
Yeah.
I had no fucking idea. I was just NMDs and I was
And
buying
that's
them
the funny
with-
thing
out of
about
the
it when it
woodwork.
started. That was the thing that got that. That's
That
kind
got
of
you
the
too,
catalyst
NMD?
because well, what
I
you're
love the
talking, no, the
silhouette.
idea what you're talking about, like
Oh, okay.
not knowing the difference between the
Yeah.
mesh one,
Yeah.
the PK one, and an Ultra
Ultra Boost, yeah.
So I bought all these shoes, right? Like I got the NMDs
Because you
and
came
then-
home and bought like 5 pairs, you said?
I
Like
mean, I went
directly or something
outside
like
and
that?
bought like a couple online because I was
Yeah.
kind of like, where can I get more of this?
That's
you
what's
know?
up, yeah.
And then they were like, they round 2 had an online store. I don't know if they still do, but at the time they did
Mm-hmm.
also. And then so I bought a couple from them.
Was
Stop.
Sean shitting on the NMD?
Yeah, he just was like, whatever.
He's kind of wasn't shitting on it, but he wasn't hype about
Yeah,
it.
me and Sean have had so many fucking sick conversations together,
Yeah.
and not a single one of them has ever been like people would
Negative or
probably
whatever?
think me and him would go back and forth on
Yeah.
some shit. Never.
Never.
Really?
We've had like 5 or 6 conversations where we're both just vibing on talking shit about our brands that we love and the brands that we hate. You know, like it's not like that.
And
You
the
know what
great
I'm
thing
saying?
is that he's wearing Adidas now every once in a while.
Yeah.
And he's getting trolled the fuck
I
out
heard
of
there's
that.
a rumor behind that, but I'm not going to speak on it.
Yeah, totally.
We're speaking of Sean Witherspoon, the
Yeah.
owner of Round
Round
2.
Two.
He,
But yeah, he's the man, dude. Like,
Yeah.
and again, this is the shit that other people create because you say a couple of things, you make a couple of jokes, things that you feel that but you're also like fucking around, and then
Yeah.
people take it and they're like, yo, there's Reddit threads on shit that I've said,
Yeah.
where people
Yeah.
are like taking something the wrong way, and I'm like, dog, it's not that serious. So, but to double back to the main thing. When all this happened, I met all these people in LA. I actually met Ian Connor. I don't even know who that is.
I don't
He's
know
a
who that
fashion
is.
guy. He does
Sounds familiar.
He does the revenge shoes.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, I'm
he works.
familiar.
He's
The
Kanye's
big-
stylist. He did the.
They look like a Vans or
Yeah,
like
it's a Vans
Chucks,
with a
and they got
lightning
the
bolt
big
on
lightning
it.
bolt on
Okay,
the side.
all right,
Yeah.
Red,
all right.
blue, very
so
basic.
met
minimal.
him like briefly, and nothing significant, no conversation, but there was definitely like a vibe, you know, and like just people on Melrose doing this thing like their own shit, you know. Like I just picked up a vibe in LA, and then I was like, yeah, man, I think I should just do a vlog because I'd already watched, you know, like Kais and Tony and all these people.
Sure.
And that's when I realized, like, all right, these dudes are their own brand of shit. Like, I'm my brand because I'm just this dude who smokes weed and cusses and has this weird view of the world. And I think I do really cool shit. Like, I have a cool life before all this.
Yeah.
You know, like getting to travel and do tattoos and the conversations that I would have with people. And that's when I was like, I'm just going to start documenting. And me and Alex broke up. And that was the big thing.
Were you in, now, Alex, did you meet her in New York?
I met her here.
You met her here. So this is after you moved here. You came here to do the guest spot with Sager, and then you decided to move out here?
No, years had passed. I'd come to that guest spot and then went back to New York, and then I'd come out here again for a different guest spot at a different shop.
Okay.
In Breckenridge, my buddy Peter.
What made you move back out here, or made you make the move from LA to here? Or, I mean, from New York
Well,
to
because
here?
I was in New York,
Colorado.
like wilding. I was like seeing like 5 girls.
You said you're doing drugs.
doing coke.
Yeah.
Yeah, like just like, you know, for the record, I don't do cocaine anymore. But
Right.
because people sometimes think I do because how much I work, I don't. So
Yeah.
if I did, it would be
It's
a
crazy.
totally
You told me,
different
I picked
person.
him up. I was like, yo, you got coffee? You need a Monster or anything? You don't do
Yeah.
caffeine at all, you said, right?
Oh, I drink caffeine. I just don't drink coffee or
like in the
Monster.
morning or
Yeah,
nothing.
I
You're
drink
not like a
tea.
morning.
Yeah.
Man, I have to get out of bed. Like I have
Yeah.
to make my way to the Keurig, or I don't fucking get up. You know what I mean?
I've
Like,
just never been a coffee guy, really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same. Me
Dallas doesn't do that shit.
I've had like a couple sips of coffee in my life.
Yeah,
It wasn't
Weirdo.
enough.
I used to work at a coffee shop and I would try all these things, and
Yeah.
eventually they just figured out I was putting more chocolate syrup in it than anything. I'm just making
Totally.
chocolate milk at this
diabetes
point.
and
dog,
shit. Yeah. So then you move out to Colorado from New York. You meet-
So I guest spot here for a month,
Yep.
and I met Alex, and we kicked it, and it was like, oh, this is cool, and shit was in like real shambles, like not shambles, but shit was just crazy in New York.
Yeah.
Like all over the place. And at the time, I thought I was going to be able to pimp it because I had the shop in New York, and I had a guy who had reached out to me who I'd known from the past. It was like, I need some help. You know, I want to work for you, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, okay, this will be sick because I can have this dude work here, run this whole thing for me while I'm over here doing this, building my other shit. Because in the back of my head, I was still like, I'm trying to do some shit with music. Like all these beats that you hear on the vlog and shit, like that was, you know, me and my friend, like I'm still trying to do this music thing.
You were producing beats? Were
At
you
this
selling
point,
any beats to anyone?
Nah, fuck
Just
that.
your own
Yeah,
shit.
at this point, I had bought a machine, and I was like learning my own shit because Ern and Chris no one is as motivated as me. Like
machine or MPC?
Machine.
Go machine over it.
Yeah.
Sorry.
And that's also because I never fucked with the MPC.
Okay.
So whatever you learn on is what you're going to be good at.
Use.
Right.
I used the Roland Phantom X6. I got that in 07, dude. And that's when I started making beats.
And I just don't have time to learn. And I don't even know I buy the new machine every time it comes out. And I never learn my way around it fully. Like I have 3 machines sitting at home. I'm like, dude, I can make beats, but I don't have time to really dissect these things like I used to. I would kill for that. And that's what I'm trying to get to now is like realizing that I have enough to be like, I could take a month off and just go make a beat album if I want to. What was your original question?
No, we were kind of circling back how you got back to Colorado.
So all that vibe shit, breaking up with Alex, we had this like, just our lives were just fucking crazy, like that's a whole nother 4-hour podcast. When we broke up was when I was just, and then Diddy went to jail, and like when Diddy went to jail, it was like, I remember being in the back of Think Tank and like crying because I spent $10,000 on a lawyer. I knew he was wrong. I knew he'd fucking did it, but it's like it's your boy and you're just like, I'll try to beat the system.
Yeah.
Fuck it. I'll try to buy my way out of the system, and like that was what was motivating me to work really and tattoo was paying a lawyer for him because that was the biggest expense I'd ever taken on at the time. It was really scary, and it was less than $10,000.
Is this before or after your car wreck?
Before
the car wreck. Okay,
good question.
Yep.
Before.
Okay,
because I didn't have the car yet. So Diddy was already in jail when I got the car because I remember called him.
All the money that you had, this money to pay for a lawyer, this money you had to start when you first started the vlog, was all this just saved from tattooing? I mean, I know a lot of people.
No savings whatsoever.
Okay, so a lot
if we
of
want to be
people
fully
wonder where the fuck you got all this
so
money to get all these fucking shoes and get the shit going.
Let's be fully open about this. When I relinquished that shop or whatever to the guy, he robbed me. Stole everything that I owned.
Wait. So you talked about starting your own tattoo shop earlier. You actually did that. You started your
in
own
New York.
shop.
I had the Shady Lady, which was like
that was
the
your
thing.
own.
Yeah, and
okay,
then I'd moved it. Like it was in that little like brothel looking spot.
Yeah.
The owner of the building and I had it out. He ended up committing suicide in like a dark twist, not because of me. Just like basically it was like you're lying about some shit. Some other shit fucking unfolded. My man knew he was going down. And it was bad. I moved the shop to another place and a nicer place and was kind of opening it up to the public.
Yeah.
And then I'd given it to this dude to run who I trusted. And that's when he robbed me.
Gotcha.
And Ern this is when me and Ern when I knew Ern was like my real friend, because Ern had called me and was like, this dude's being weird. Something's up. Do you want me just to get everything out? And I was like, Ern, you're tripping, dog. Like, it's fine. He's not going to fucking do anything, because I just confident, like that no one can't be touched, you know what I mean? So, sure enough, everything. I'm not exaggerating. Every fucking thing. So if I didn't have it with me, and you're talking about everything I've collected, if you talk to any of these tattooers, like everything I collected my whole, at this point, 13 tattoo years career.
Yeah.
So every book, every painting, every gift, every fucking thing. And I wanted to kill the dude. Like I literally,
dude.
But I had just brought Diddy out, and I had just brought Diddy from New York, who was running from violence and bullshit.
Yeah.
So I'd had this pinnacle moment where I was like faced with who I used to be and who I wanted to be, and like I wanted to go kill this motherfucker, and I knew that I could go and make something happen, but all I had money for was that. Like I was like, I have like $300-400 at this point. I'm like, I can fly home and fuck my life up,
right?
Or I can stay right here and I can like set a good example for this dude. I can be with my new chick who I just like came out here for. I can turn this around somehow. And that's what I did. I stayed there and I struggled. I lost everything. No one wanted to hire me. Like all my friends
you
had
were
tattoos.
here in Colorado and
in
you
Denver,
struggled and
right
you didn't go. So when you got robbed, you were here, like doing a guest spot or something, or on
I'd already
vacay,
decided to like come out here and just try to work. Like I'd set him up.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? Like he was like, I'm gonna run this. I had 2 other tattooers.
But you weren't
working
fully
there.
out of there yet.
No, I was still owner. So I was just trying to get checks. Like I was basically like, I thought I'd built it up strong enough to where it could run on its own. I'd be able to use that money to fund my life over here while I built something.
Kind of like how Yayo is doing right now. He's got certifieds running. He's over in Colombia right now doing some shit. Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
These are, that's what business is.
Yeah.
You open businesses so you can continue to do more shit so you can get to a goal.
Yep.
Everything's a building block. You
Yep.
don't get to just start off fucking doing Louis Vuitton.
No doubt.
So,
Yeah.
So that all happened, and
You moved out here. You started your new life with Alex. You said you kinda,
and it just was really rocky because no one out here was. I had friends with tattoo shops and shit, but you can ask Spencer. He was around for this shit.
Yeah,
because Spencer had a little shop, Black Vulture,
Mm-hmm.
and they were like, "Come guest spot out here," whatever. I went down there one day. It was hella dead, and I was like, "I'm probably not gonna work here."
Yeah.
Like, it's not really worth like whatever. It's across town. I don't even have gas money for this
Right.
shit. So it wasn't working. And then I had a friend who was like, "Come to New Mexico. We're making money out here tattooing." So I went out there, made a fuck ton of money real quick. Like I was like, "Oh, I made a couple $1,000s in a day." I was like,
Damn.
I was like, it was cooking. So I was like, all right.
no shit.
Me and Diddy was supposed to come out here and start getting his life straight. He wasn't. He was still partying, doing
Right.
coke. He's a blood. He was fucking with that shit, like doing all this stuff. So it was just real bad. It was like really bad with Alex and him too, because I kind of had left her with him.
Yeah.
I was like, I gotta get money and do all this shit. You just handle him. And she was like, this sucks. We just started dating. Like,
Yeah.
she's
Totally.
like, what the fuck, homie?
She's like babysitting your friend and shit.
Yeah, who's like fucked up, and she's
Right.
got her issues, and I'm like, yo, and she doesn't know me yet. She doesn't know how I maneuver through the world, and a lot of the ways that I've maneuvered up till now has been out of survival.
Yeah.
And, like being young and not having any money. Like when I was young, I was a piece of shit. I stole shit and sold it. I, did all kinds of fucking stupid shit.
Yeah.
So, and I still sometimes operate. My first thing is to do this dumb shit. It's like when something's happening, then it's like, oh, we're gonna get
Whatever's the
evicted.
quickest means
Yeah, it's like
of
we're gonna
getting-
get it.
yeah.
Whatever's gonna feed you
Yeah,
and
no
make
doubt.
sure that you have somewhere warm to sleep. That's my main thing.
Yeah.
Like because of past shit.
Yeah.
She didn't come from that world at all.
And it's hard for someone to relate because that's how my dad was.
Mm-hmm.
But my dad always made sure that I kind of had what I had growing up.
Mm-hmm.
He, at the same token, once I was 18, he was like, "Cool, man, I'm moving. So,
Yeah.
what do you want to do? Are you
Yeah.
going to college? Are you going to go
Yeah.
figure it out, bro? Because I'm moving to the mountains." You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like he was gone. So he made sure I was good until that point. So I never really had to go through that, and so I didn't always understand, especially at a young age, why people did that shit. Like, what fuck? Why
Well,
are
they
you
don't get-
robbing
if
that
you don't get
fool? Why are you
exposed to that
fucking-
type of shit,
exactly.
you know?
You're
I
not
know.
exposed to it. You
My
can't
dad
relate.
being
You
a
can't
hustler.
understand.
Yeah, my dad being a hustler who failed sometimes you just have to move in the middle of the night.
Right.
And I didn't have it bad like that where it's like, hey, we're moving again in the middle of the night. We don't have any water. But
Hey,
there's
pick up
shit.
your
I
stuff,
remember
yeah.
shit like my dad being like, I remember my dad breaking the fucking some lock or something to turn the power back on and shit because it
Yeah.
didn't get paid. Like little shit. So regardless, where was I? Where did I just?
No.
stop
I
on?
know what you mean. So basically, you left.
So New Mexico.
Yep,
We go
yep.
to New Mexico.
Made a shitload of money.
Yeah, and chick flatlines immediately.
Yep.
Like start making no money.
Oh,
Okay.
fuck.
Yeah, that's that picture that I posted the other day
Yeah.
of me. That's in New Mexico.
What were you laying on the couch?
Yeah,
with
that's
your
in
dog?
New Mexico.
Yeah.
So that's after I left here.
Doobie on top.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
wasn't making. Like, it just. I don't know what happened.
What
like,
year was this? I think you said in the caption, but
2013.
13?
Yeah.
Okay.
14 at the latest. So no, 14. Yeah.
I think that's what the
it's
caption
gotta
said.
be 14.
I think I remember it saying 14.
It's gotta be 14. Could even be 15. No, 14. Yeah, 2014.
My bedroom in New Mexico in a house I couldn't afford not even 4 years ago.
and
This is pretty much everything I own.
$600 for that house.
600?
$600 in the middle of the desert.
Wow.
Yeah. So it like flatlined quick. Alex, there's a lot of shit that happened. And I help these people who are really good friends of mine still. They had to move the shop. There's a problem, and they were like, the big deal was come help us move this shop and be a good tattooer that's here, so that when people come, they're getting good tattoos. And that's what I did. I sat out there and I did all that for them, but I also was going broke because no one was coming. It was a brand new shop in a place that they have a ski season, but that year there was no snow. So it was just like fucking dead. And I was
Yeah,
starving.
for sure.
So we came back again to Colorado because Alex was losing it. She's like, I don't want to be here. We're fighting a lot. I'm like, I don't know where we're going to go. I don't have any money. So she's like, we'll just go stay with my parents in Boulder. I'm like, great. Every fucking dude longs to go stay with their new
Yep.
girl's parents after fucking everything up.
Especially
right?
at what age? You're probably
fucking
30s, approaching 30.
32, yeah.
How the fuck do you feel at that age? You know what I mean?
Like shit, homie.
You have to,
and
right?
and you have to understand
to.
too that I had worked my fucking ass off at tattooing to like
Yeah.
make all these friends and all these connections. And people took a story they knew nothing about and weren't involved in and just took it for word. And to the point where like some people where I was tattooing in their shops, I'd be in the middle of a tattoo and be told I had to leave from friends, people in this town, straight up.
Here in Colorado?
People on Colfax,
Wild.
Walter McDonald at Lifetime Tattoo, if we really want to get down to it. Because I don't care.
I know Walter.
And Walter, and I know Walter too.
Fucking-
And we're
I don't know
cool.
Walter.
And we're cool. Like,
Yeah.
it's cool. Like, I'm like, all right, Walter, like, what up? Like, that's politics. That's why I don't vote.
Yeah.
Because you're letting other people fucking tell you what you need to do based off of another decision. I
Protecting
don't-
image, protecting
and it's
whatever.
whatever.
It is
Like,
that
at
they're
this point, I
deciding to
don't
do.
care. But that happened. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? And
Yeah.
so all this shit happened. And so I had worked at all this stuff and had people telling me, like, you're not going to be shit. You're not going to fucking ever do anything again. Like, your time is over. Like, you start to believe them, you know,
Yeah.
because you're like, nothing is working out for me right now. Like, nothing at all. And so it still didn't. And then even at Think Tank, like, it just happened to be one day where Matt worked there already, and he's like, hey, there's some people who are not in town. Do you want to just cover a shift? I was like, cool, I'll cover a shift.
Yeah.
So I covered a couple of shifts, and I went in there and I worked my fucking ass
Think
off.
Tank south
South.
or
North.
the one up here?
Yeah, we opened south, so north is
The one up the block
Yeah, that
here
was the
on-
only one
on
that
Broadway
existed.
120, yeah.
That's the only one that existed at the time.
Okay.
And then I went there and just everyone there is all fat and fed, you know. So they're doing like 1-2 tattoos a day.
Comfortable.
I'm doing every tattoo that walks in that door.
Like
You know?
Spencer. That's what he does here.
Oh
dog.
yeah,
He's
he
the
knows
walk-in
what's up.
fucking
Yeah,
king,
Spencer
bro.
stays hungry.
And that
Spencer's
was-
got
and
kids.
that was-
he knows what fucks up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was Scotty and his pops the owner of
just
that?
Scotty.
Scotty.
Yeah,
built
yeah.
that
Scotty
time?
and his brother.
Okay,
I think his
that's what it
brother
was.
has something to do with the building or something.
Yeah, I couldn't remember exactly how that worked, but yeah.
I'm not sure though how that works
Right.
though. But
So then you got an opportunity at Think Tank.
but
Banged
I
it
had
out.
to fight for that.
Right.
Because
And all you were
half
doing,
the
you weren't
people at
guaranteed
the-
shit. You were covering.
yeah, half
right.
the people there didn't want me there. You gotta understand, like, Matt loves me. You know what I mean? And a couple other people there like me.
Yeah.
Some of the other people there really didn't like me.
But
at the
word
time.
got around, and word is
Yeah.
gold to them, and that's what it was.
No, I just didn't go away. Yeah, like I literally just
Gotcha.
kept. Yeah, I just literally
Persistent.
No,
Yeah.
I just kept coming in, and like even days where they were like, I was like, yo, finally, I was like, I'm just gonna come on days because
Where
I
these
saw
fools
a
are off or
crack.
whatever?
Well, no, why? Because they were telling people they didn't have time.
Oh.
They're sending people. I'm watching them. And I'm like talking to Scotty. I was like, hey, I'm not trying to step on anybody's toes.
Right.
I'm fucking starving.
But I'm seeing people walk out.
People are walking out.
right.
Like, I'll do those fucking tattoos, homie. I don't care what time it is. Like, I'm hungry. I need to have my bulldog to take care of. I have my girl to take care of. Like, I don't have any money. So I fought, even got made fun of by some of the people that work there. Like, oh, he's a hanger-around. Like, I've been
Oh,
tattooing for
shit.
16
Right.
fucking
Yeah.
years.
Right.
Like, whatever. I'm like, really? Like,
hanger-around.
all right.
Dang.
So humbling experiences just all around and being like, damn, dude. So fought for that and was going to leave. Was about to leave to go back to New York. Diddy got arrested. I didn't know what the fuck was going on. I was like, yo, and I was in the back of the shop and I was like, I'm going to build something, Diddy. Like, I don't know what. Like, you're going to come home and you're just it's going to happen again. And it happens again, you're done. It's over.
Yeah.
So, and I didn't know what to build because I'm like, I don't know what the fuck I can do to give this dude something that he can fucking work in. And like for myself too, to get out of this cycle of the same shit.
Yeah.
I had no idea what to do. And I thought going back to New York and just reopening the shop because I was like, all right, this is comfortable. I've done this before.
No doubt.
I'll reopen the shop and like recalibrate and I'll like be really focused on running an actual tattoo shop.
Yeah.
And then that didn't happen. I just like, me and Alex broke up because of all the stress and other shit that was going on. And then I literally was just like, yo, I'm just going to start documenting. Like, it just happened. Like, I bought the shoes on that trip. I came home from that trip. I remember I was like looking, I actually tweeted Mike the Compass and was like, what camera setup do you use? Because I knew he was in Denver and he responded. I went on Amazon, I bought that shit. It's like $1,500 for the whole setup, which was all of my money.
Tons
of
like
money. Yeah.
that was it after coming home and shit. Like,
This is did you already have Think Tank South going at this
yeah,
point?
we had opened Think Tank South.
Okay.
Like,
Were you
so-
half owner of that or how?
No,
how
so like
was the
when I
setup
was about
there?
to leave to go to New York, I was like, yo, fuck this, I'm gonna go open the shop. Matt approached me, he's like, I'm gonna open the other shop. Like, I'm about to do this. I want you to stick around because I want you to work there.
Yeah.
I was like, all right, bet. Like, that's great because my main beef with that shop was there's like 13 tattooers.
At the
I don't-
other one, okay.
Yeah, I don't have
Yeah.
time for this shit. I can't be around that many fucking people all day.
No
every
doubt.
day. And they all had their place there. Like, everyone had their clientele. And, you know, me being who I am and being confident in my own work, I'm like, yo, I don't think you should be doing that tattoo, motherfucker. You
Yeah.
know, like, you don't know how to draw a dragon. I don't know how to draw a dragon.
Yeah.
So we left. We did the other shop, whatever.
Yep.
I went back to L.A. That's when I went to L.A. because there's a dude that works at Think Tank South that likes to whistle a lot. I don't like it when people whistle.
Like what kind of like what do
Like
you
whole
mean?
songs.
Oh,
Like, if there's
oh.
a fucking
just
song
walking
playing-
around
Yeah. And
Andy Griffith style. All right.
Yeah, and
Okay.
I'm like, yo, dog, this is a real story.
Yeah.
One day
Appreciate
I was
your
like,
talent, but
One day I
God
was
damn.
like, yeah, I was like, yo, I was like, hey man, I was like, do you need some help? And he's like, what? I was like, I was just wondering if you need help booking studio time because it sounds like you want to drop a fucking album with as much whistling as you're doing, you know?
Yeah.
I was about to beat the shit out of this dude. Like,
Okay.
I could not handle
This
it.
is
'cause-
at South.
Yes.
Okay.
This guy secretly was trying to be a postman, walking,
Yeah. Yeah,
delivering
yeah.
mail.
And he was
Yeah.
kind of like the last addition to the shop too. So there's like and he's not my favorite,
Sure.
you know, like, so it was just like bad. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna fuck this dude up. And, that was when Matt was like, just take a week off or whatever. And that's when I went to LA and slides.
Okay.
Gotcha.
So that was when that happened. And then I came back and then boom, boom, boom. But,
So you came back. You got the NMDs. You had all
yeah,
that.
but I was making a little bit of money based off tattooing. So
Yeah,
the shop
sure.
was busy enough where, and you know, I was starting to get a clientele and I was starting to make money. I was like, all right, rent's paid now. Like I stopped worrying so much. I wasn't in the red.
Yeah.
So I was paying rent.
So you could get the camera set up.
Yeah, and I'd moved out on my own. It was like just me and, you know, the dog and the
Was this
girl
the
was gone.
apartment when you moved down on your own? Was that the apartment you lived in when you first started the vlog?
Yeah, that's where you met.
Over
where
by
you guys
the
met me, yeah.
was that by the railroad tracks?
Yeah,
Those
5151,
ones?
whatever the fuck.
yeah, I don't know.
Littleton, yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, we never went there.
Oh, you came to the shop,
Yeah,
right?
we came to the shop.
Okay,
That's right.
cool.
Yeah.
It was right by the shop.
Yeah, where you started the vlog.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, on that, in that room. So
That's the place.
I bought that camera when I bought it. I remember was all the money I had,
Mm-hmm.
and it was like, I don't know what I'm gonna do next. And then I was buying shoes. I had no savings. I didn't even have a checking account.
Shit.
I couldn't even get a checking account because of like bad credit,
Yeah.
negative
Yeah.
strike.
All that.
Like you have no idea. Like bankruptcy, essentially. Other than I didn't have any way to file for bank. Like no one cares. I didn't make any money for anyone to be like, "What do you mean bankruptcy? You don't have a bank account.
Right.
Like, you're not even on the system. Like,
Right.
who are you? You know? So
Yeah.
like, and I was literally tattooing and having good days or whatever. I'd stand up from a tattoo and do like a $600 tattoo and have another one waiting in the lobby. And I'd just get on StockX and buy a shoe. And that was it. That was literally, and then it would come in and I would tweet this all started because the shit would come in the mail and I'd just get the box and I'd just tweet a photo of it.
Yeah.
And people who were into the shoes were like, damn, this motherfucker's getting on. There's old tweets where like I'm tweeting Wex because it's such a small little community that
At
I'm
that
like,
time.
dog, I spent $1,600 this week on new boost. What the fuck? And I'm like, what is happening? Like, you know, and like I can't believe myself. I'm
Right.
like, I just spent this. Like,
Especially
I can't
because you don't
stop.
have any fucking money.
Yeah, it's
You were
all just coming in. You want
Right.
to talk about fucking living hand to mouth? It's all just coming in. I just know that my nut is covered. Like I'm
Right.
like, all right, I'm finally tattooing. You can make good money. Like, none of us are doing this shit because we don't like money.
Yeah.
So you can definitely
can make a
ball
good
out
life.
for a little bit. You know. So
Yep.
I was finally catching my breath, and that's when like I just.
When you were
got the
tweeting out those
idea.
photos, you hadn't started recording video yet.
Nothing,
Vlogging.
nothing
Okay.
at all. And then I was having little conversations with little people. I bought, I think it was a soul box from a guy that lived here.
Okay.
And he found them on eBay. He had soul boxes, and I was like, I want these. And I'm like, yo, let's meet up. And he didn't want to meet me because he was afraid. You know, he's
Yeah,
like, I'm not
absolutely.
meeting you, you fucking crazy motherfucker. So he mailed them to me, you know, and it just started a relationship because I knew that he ran bots and shit.
Yeah.
And so that was Bigfoot, and that used to be in
Bigfoot? Oh,
yeah.
shit.
So
Yeah.
he's gone now. He lives in Rhode Island now. But,
Okay, gotcha.
that was like a real big thing. We had a lot
Is he
of
still doing that shit?
Yeah, he
Still
does. He
doing
runs
sneaker?
sneaker concierge and shit on
Okay.
Twitter. Yeah, he's the man. Like
Yeah.
he's still the man. Like I don't think that botting and those services have a huge future, I guess. But at the same time, you know, like convenience anything.
For sure.
He's the shit. He always has been. There's a few of them that are. But we would just talk, you know, and like a few people would just talk about shit. And I just one day I was like, I think I should just start a vlog, you know, like I think I should just, and that was when all these other ideas where it's like, I've always wanted to kind of do this. And
Yeah.
that's why when you watch the first vlog, it's like kind of awkward. And I'm like, you can tell I'm uncomfortable. I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't really know what this is about. I don't really know the scope of this. I don't,
Yeah.
you know, and that was kind of the thing. I just knew there was a common thing that was far enough separated away from me personally that would get people to at least check it out. And then it was up to me to have my personality keep them and bring them in, which you kind of touched on earlier. You said,
Yeah.
I know people were watching for they weren't watching for that. You have to bait people to do anything.
Yeah.
We are human beings and we only work off incentive. And that's why McDonald's has 2 big ass yellow arches in the fucking sky. Like if they didn't bait you with the arches, you wouldn't fucking get the French fries. So there was no other way. Like if I had just come out with a vlog being like,
This is me.
Yo,
I'm here.
Yeah.
hey,
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
what?
don't
Like
give a
what
shit.
are we doing? So yes, and then that common like that's how you make friends. Oh, you have a common interest? Cool.
Right.
Like if we don't have, if I start a channel about spark plugs, motherfuckers aren't gonna fucking like they're gonna know real quick I'm full of shit.
Yeah.
But this is something that I actually do care about.
You
Like
know
do
about,
know
you care
about.
about,
Like,
you
yeah, it's like
research. Yeah.
I mean, now that Nike
Passionate.
SB's coming back, if you need a legit check, I got you because I was a fucking Nike SB legit check god back in the day.
God.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like
SB guy.
That's the shit that I was into. Just because I haven't, like you were saying earlier, like Kais and all these people who were in early. Just because I didn't jump in first or whatever, like I'm here to change the climate of the sneaker world.
Right.
I'm here to show you that you don't. And these guys who I like Kais and I like Tony, like these guys are changing their content too.
They
And I'm
all
not saying
have
it's
to
because
at
of
this
me,
point, yeah.
but everybody's realizing real quick there is no future in being fake. None.
No.
Like that fake it till you make it shit is done,
Right.
son.
Done.
You can like you're
Consumers
gonna fake
are
it till
too
you break
smart.
it.
People are too smart. They'll
Yeah.
fucking read you like a fucking light, man.
It's too
and-
hard
and
to
move
be
on.
honest. I mean, it's
Yeah,
too
how
hard
you
to
gonna
keep
keep it
up.
up?
That. It's
Yeah.
for me
That's
personally.
why
it
I
would be way
love
too
that I
hard.
don't ever fucking have to worry. Like I'll tweet shit. Like I tweeted something this year. Like the complex sneaker list came out, which is completely bought and paid for, and I was
Yeah.
like, you know, the only sneaker list that matters is the one that you make. Like, who gives a fuck what anyone else is telling you what top sneaker is? If you live in bumfuck Ohio and you have no access to Off-White, UNC, Air Jordans, it's not sneaker of the year for you.
Right.
Sorry,
Right.
like it's not, and you're not gonna tell them that it is, and you're not gonna fucking make someone feel bad because they don't have access. Like that's not what it is. It's fucking bullshit.
Let's before we go into the whole complex conversation and stuff, let's talk about as the YouTube channel really started to grow and as it started to boom. When's the first time you felt like, oh shit, I'm onto some shit? Like,
The
was it a
Silver
certain number
Ultra
of
Boost.
subscribers, or was it a
Yeah.
certain shoe?
It
or
was a Silver Ultra Boost video.
Silver Ultra
So was
Boost?
was that the silver medal?
Yeah.
Okay.
But really, it was an everyday thing too, though. Like I started the vlog, and this will go back to our thing. Channel's dead, whatever. I started the vlog on the first day. I don't remember the views it got, but it was over 100. And I was like, "Holy shit, that's a lot for like." Because you got to think
When
like,
you first start,
Yeah,
Stone
we put
Cold,
out
yeah.
music videos sometimes that wouldn't get 100 views.
Dog, I did the same
Yeah.
shit. I can totally relate because I did
Yeah.
the same shit. Producing music, I'd put up music, it'd get a couple little views here and there. It was cool.
And how many people out there right now,
Right.
are listening, have music, have a link on their Facebook, have more than 100 friends?
Yeah.
It's not getting views,
Nah.
and you're going internal, and you're like, man, my friends don't fucking care.
Yeah.
it's not. That's not the problem. Your
Yep.
friends do care. Your friends just don't care as much as you do.
Yeah.
and you need to make people care about your shit in another way. They don't want to hear. You know how many people ask to hear my music now? A lot. You know how many people I tell about my music now? Zero.
Mm-hmm.
I don't ever advertise that I make music. But I sell an album. I sell albums every week.
Yeah.
Like we sell Mercy Light albums every week.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just like you have to just find your angle.
My album sales have gone up. I put an album out back in 2013, dude, and that was the very first shit I ever put out, and it was on iTunes and all that stuff. And people go back all the time, and it's funny because people think they're roasting me, and they'll go back on my YouTube channel and find an old ass video I recorded from college or whatever. I leave that shit up intentionally because
Live it.
it's what I did. It was
Yeah.
me at the time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I don't need to hide from that shit. I don't need to scrub my shit and start like, oh, this
They're all
is really
saying
who
that
I am.
shit
Like,
though because people say that and highlight it because they are afraid themselves.
Right.
It's like everyone, and that's again back to being real on the vlog. I don't care, and I tell my girl this too because I'm like, we accidentally live streamed a fight the other day.
oh shit.
Yeah, it was
No
bad.
way.
Bad. Like one of those fights where you're like, yo, they should break up.
What made you guys get back together?
A lot of shit. Like it was like a really
How long was
crazy
the break? 2 years?
shit. Yeah, a while.
Were you guys
Off
talking
and on.
all the time?
Yeah, it was off and on, and just like we can never really reconnect because it was just damaged. And every time we would fucking try to reconnect, it's like trying to put something back together. You know,
Yeah.
and you're like, I don't want. And I'd be like, yo, we got to start over. I can't talk about it. And then finally, just took space and both people getting new perspectives. That's all it is.
How'd you guys meet?
I actually was in Breckenridge smoking, and I took a photo of me smoking weed like by the water.
Yeah.
There's just a joint, and I think I wrote like, because I'm on my rap shit, dog. So I'm like, smoke with me, dog, or
Yeah,
something
yeah,
like
yeah.
that. And she wrote like, I'd love to, you know. And
Definitely on
then-
that jizza grind.
Yeah,
for
and then
sure,
she came up to get tattooed. Like she was like,
How did she? Was she just following you randomly?
Yes,
or?
yeah.
Oh,
I mean,
really?
before all this, I'd had
That was on IG?
Yeah, I was already like clicking like 10, 14,000 followers before, just from tattooing.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, but
Okay.
before like,
Yeah, we got a couple cats here.
yeah, like I was no like schlup in the tattoo world. You know what I mean?
So you already
Like,
started with a decent amount of followers from tattooing.
yeah, but all those people left.
Right.
Yeah.
One day I unfollowed everyone on Instagram because I just wanted to figure out who was about it and who
Yeah.
wasn't, and I lost like thousands.
I bet.
Did you?
A bunch
I
of
bet.
people like just fell off, and then a lot of people came. But that was perfect for me. This was like
Restarting,
my
yeah.
cleansing.
Yeah,
I was
it's
like,
cleansing for sure.
let me get rid of everything and start over, and let me test who I am. You know what I mean? Like right now, like restarting a Facebook. You know, a lot of people would probably look at that and be like, I should have done this when I started.
Yeah.
I don't have near the gas I had when I started.
Yeah.
I don't care. You know,
Right.
like it's like you're using Facebook as another channel for more eyeballs.
You've got me thinking about getting a Facebook business page going
Yeah.
so I can start uploading the podcast
It's
to
worth
there,
it.
uploading the.
You should put it wherever because you don't
Yeah.
know the dude who's going to hear the clip that has the guy that needs the thing that does the thing. You know, it's like
And YouTube ain't paying shit like anyway, like you said. So
The
it's,
more
it's-
opportunities you set
and if-
yourself up for, the more options you may have. You know
Right.
about it.
imagine if Jake Paul, Logan Paul, Casey Neistat, all these other motherfuckers were like, we're not going to upload to you anymore. They would have to change shit.
Yeah,
And
they
they're
would.
not changing shit because we keep doing the shit.
Yeah.
If we keep giving them fucking content to put on there, they're going to keep doing this. So, and I'm not saying I have the power to fucking buckle them at the knees, but you want to talk about politics? These are the politics I can control.
Yeah, you're just
This
thinking about
is
it
the
in a
shit that
smart
I can
way, in a
fucking like,
business
yeah, this
manner.
is just the shit that I can control. Like, this is my politics. Like,
Yeah.
how do I fucking play chess with these motherfuckers? And that's it. And if I can get more eyeballs on it and more opportunities and more brand deals with people that I actually fuck with, like, it's great. You know?
When you started first going to Complex Con and going to
I've never
Sneaker
been to
Co-
Complex
or,
Con,
I'm
but
sorry,
Sneaker
Sneaker
Con,
Con, meeting up with sneaker YouTubers, all that stuff. First question: were you getting paid to go to Complex Con? Or
SneakerCon.
Sneaker Con?
So
Were they paying you?
Yes, the first one I ever went to, I went on my own accord just because someone was like, you should just show up. And so I did. We printed some shirts and like popped it in someone's booth and sold out.
Which one was that? New York?
New York City.
Okay.
We've had a conversation about that
Yep.
before because we were arguing about how many
Yeah,
followers you
yeah.
Whose booth did you use?
Ari Kagan's.
Ari
Before
Kagan's?
he was just a reseller.
He had a booth. Huh?
Yeah,
That's
him and
tight.
Zach had a booth.
Zach Cooper.
And he had reached out to me on Twitter and was like, hey, you could pop up in our booth. And I thought he was a grown ass man.
Yeah.
Because he didn't have a fucking picture of himself at the time.
Right,
for sure.
So we pulled up to the SneakerCon and Sager's like, they're kids. I'm like, what? He's like, they're kids. I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, they're fucking children. And I was like, oh, sick. You know, but they were so cool. Like,
Yeah.
that's when I was like, that was the first resellers I had hung out with,
Yeah.
like on and watching these kids hustle.
Oh,
It's like,
incredible.
what the fuck? Yeah.
We've talked about it
We've
before,
given
man, in the
credit.
I watched
Yeah,
a
podcast.
we've
fucking
given them credit,
17,
bro.
16-year-old kid.
Anyone
hold
that hates on
10
those kids is
10
fucking
grand.
stupid.
I watched them hold 10 racks. I'm like, I don't have 10 racks. Like at that time, I was like, I don't have that much money. So that shit was just like crazy to me. And we went, and then so before I left, the organizers had like come up to me and be like, hey, we want you to come to all of them. And so I was like, okay, cool. And so I let them book one. They booked one. I think Florida was the first one that I did officially with them. And they booked this like, and this is, you know, this is a little, this is just the truth. This isn't shade.
Okay.
This is just the truth. And this is just how I respond to it based off who I am as a human being. They booked a really shitty flight, like a Frontier flight, and a really shitty hotel, you know? And then so I didn't even go to the hotel, to be honest with you. I booked a resort.
It was that bad, huh?
I don't know. I didn't go.
Okay.
I just know that it was I'm not
Are
flying.
you know I'm the fucking boost
I'm
guy,
not
dog? I ain't
fly-
staying at a Super
I'm
8.
not flying. I'm not flying to. It wasn't even Super 8. It was like a Westin or something.
Super 4?
But it was like we're in Fort Lauderdale.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not fucking staying by the airport for this convention. I'm going down to the beach to ride jet skis and shit. And that's
Yeah.
exactly what the fuck I did. So we booked a little resort, whatever, have fun. Me and my friends, blah, blah, blah. I had a great time
Yeah,
at the
yeah.
convention. Made good money doing the shit. It was all worth it. It was fine. No big deal. I hit them up and I was like, look, from now on, let me just book my flight and accommodations. Whatever you spend on someone else, Mike's from Colorado, whatever you spend on Mike, just give me. I'll add it to what I pay.
Yeah, I'll just take it off.
Yeah,
I'll pay-
because I'm
yeah.
clocking merch.
I'll pay the difference
Yeah,
or
I'm
whatever.
clocking merch. Y'all letting me sell merch. It's fine. Whatever. That was fine and well and good. Whatever. It was working for a while. I was also traveling at the time, so it was really easy to get to places cheaper.
You were doing your pop-ups and shit?
Yeah, I was doing a
Okay.
lot of pop-ups, tours and shit. So it was really easy that year to get to each spot. Then the next year, I'm like flying everywhere. It's like, I want to fly first class. Like, look, here's my thing. Don't be in this game, this sneaker game, fashion game, and buy shoes that are worth thousands of fucking dollars and then fly coach. Like, there is just something about that whole idea that priorities just don't line up to me. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying that, like I said, first class isn't a fucking
What if
great.
people are okay flying coach though? What if
Then
they're
great,
comfortable?
but I'm not comfortable. I'm
you're
a
not.
fucking 6'1", 200.
You're only 6'1"?
Yeah, like
No way.
Yeah, I'm 6'1". Yeah.
Wild.
600, somewhere between 250 and 300 pounds, depending on when the fuck you catch me.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want, and my mood, honestly, like going through the airport without priority boarding, being like.
Use the clear shit.
I don't know why,
do
but
clear?
yeah,
I just
like,
barely started using it. It's
and
the truth.
sometimes that shit's backed up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like, it's really just controlling anxiety. My life is all about controlling anxiety. So it's like, when I get into situations like that, I get really shitty.
Yep. Yeah.
I turn into a really shitty version of myself. If I'm flying somewhere to go do an event, and by the time I get there, I'm already shitty, what are we doing?
Yep.
Why am I even doing anything that's going to get me in a shitty mood?
Yeah.
Well, I own my life, so why the fuck, like... So that's just like what it comes down to.
We should all look at our lives
right,
like that, just on
like,
the daily.
Yeah,
you know
and
what
I
mean?
just don't understand how you're running an event
Right.
that's making a lot of money.
A ton of
and
money,
you're
dude.
skimping on, like, let's just acknowledge the fact that SneakerCon would not fucking exist without YouTubers.
Oh, hell no.
Oh,
So I don't
100%.
even want to hear it from anyone. So if you're not, and I proposed all kinds of shit. I was like, look, I have certain people who are coming and they're paying $20-some to get in just to buy a shirt and leave. That's not fair for my fucking, that's not me serving my fan base. That's me serving SneakerCon before my fan base. So that's not fair. You guys aren't giving any kickback to me. Like, there's no code that I can give my fans to see, like, 600 people came because of Teddy. They used his link. I should get a kickback off that.
doubt.
That's business. That's just how it works. I propose these things. It's just like deaf ears, you know? And then finally, now my merch game is like, the brand has grown. We're selling out more and more. I got to print 200 shirts for fucking each drop. I got to bring those shirts over. I got to fulfill all this shit. I got to bring them back. I got to bring workers. Now I got to pay hotel fees for 2 people.
Yeah.
Flights for 3 people.
Right.
Now it's not worth it. Now I got to sell out all this shit and drop it online just to make it okay and worth it for SneakerCon. And be tired as fuck by the end of it, and make another video that's identical to the last SneakerCon video I made. And I'm just gonna put it out there right now. I made the best SneakerCon videos out of anyone, and I changed the entire scope of how people made SneakerCon videos.
Yeah.
These dudes didn't even have cameramen when they showed up. They were filming themselves at SneakerCon. There's not a single fucking vlogger in there now that doesn't have someone
Yep.
following
Yeah,
around.
no doubt.
So it's just like, and I don't care. I'm just like, shit just wasn't thought about correctly, and then they just didn't take care of it, and it started being where it was like I was having to pull teeth just to get the money they owed me. I was like, hey, you guys still owe me for this one. There's another one coming up. Blah, blah,
Yeah.
blah. And then I wasn't making, SneakerCons got slower. Like, certain ones in smaller markets aren't as busy. So you're like, all right, I didn't even make that much money. I have all these extra shirts now. And you just like can't gauge it. And then the next year they didn't even really hit me up. And then
Gotcha.
once there was another SneakerCon, then they hit me up. And they're like, oh, we'd really like to get you back out here because people are like, where's Teddy?
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, what are you guys offering?
Yeah.
And the money for the last Chicago one just wasn't even enough to get me there.
Oh,
So I'm like,
shit.
this is, from a business perspective, it's not worth it. It's not personal. I think that
What
they're
wasn't worth
focused
it
on their
even with
app.
the merch you were selling? It wouldn't have been worth it.
Not if I can't gauge it. You know what I mean? 'Cause
Yeah.
it's a gamble no matter what.
Still a gamble.
And when you're doing
I'm
that
not trying
type,
to gamble in business.
and when you're doing, and I'm gambling all the time because that's just a SneakerCon
No doubt.
drop. That
No
has
doubt.
nothing to do with like my regular fucking drop.
Yeah.
So anyway, to go back because I want to be super clear about the money situation, how
Yeah.
I did all this. I didn't get any money from anybody or anything doing any of this. The way that I bought those shoes was from direct hand to mouth until the Runnin' MD shirt. When we made the Runnin' MD shirt, we made one and I wore it for myself.
Yeah. Mhm.
Like
Yep.
just because no one was making anything that matched NMDs.
Yeah.
Fucking Adidas wasn't even smart enough to make clothing to match their most popular shoe. So I
Right.
made the fucking
course.
shirt.
Right.
So I wore that on the vlog and it was like, yo, like you can probably go back right now and find it. And like comments are just like,
Everyone
where do I
needed
get
one,
that
right?
shirt?
Yeah.
We made 75 of them like the next day. I was like, let's just make 75, which is the most shirts we'd ever made.
Did you already have the print shop set up over
Yeah,
there?
because
He
of
was printing
tattooing.
other shit.
Yeah,
So he was
just
printing their
tattooing.
own-
And I'd always wanted to make shirts.
Yeah.
Like, understand, I've been making my own T-shirts in little ways since fucking 99.
Yeah, yeah.
In my oven.
Been doing
You
your
know,
own shit, yeah.
My first T-shirt company was called Misery Loves Company. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I was that kid. Like I was definitely trying to make my own shit all the time. Me and my boy Rick were all like.
So you were able to just run next door. Hey, let's print up the Running MD.
Yeah, we were doing shit for fucking tattoo stuff. You know, it was cool. We already had it, and it's kind of a thing. And when that had opened, that wasn't even mine. Like Sager was like, "You want to buy in on this?" I was like, "Well, I really want to start a brand, but I don't really know." I was doing a lot of black and white drawings that kind of is now really popular in tattooing. At the time, people weren't really doing it a lot, and that was kind of blowing up. And I was gonna put out shirts like that. Kind of like how that dude Sketchy Tank blew up on. Like, I think I draw better than Sketchy Tank.
I don't even know who the fuck Sketchy Tank is.
Yeah, well, take that part out. Fuck them. Yeah, just like I wanted to do it, just didn't have a way to facilitate it.
Yeah.
But when that Running MD dropped hat, 75 shirts in a second.
Yep.
Like in
what
a
were
second.
you doing? $20 each or 30 each?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it was just like, oh shit.
I got one of those.
Yeah. All right.
Crushing.
So like real quick, and then it was a little like we learned really quickly that we had at least that
A little bit of a market.
yeah. So we did the Running, we did a significant drop or whatever, and made a little bit of money. And I got a check that was like $5,000 or $6,000, and I was like, okay, this is a good amount of money. I can work with this.
Yeah.
And then the YouTube check started coming at that time, $2,200, $2,300. I'm like, all right, this is sick. I don't even have to tattoo now. And then we like moved into like higher end garments and doing like trying to move into better stuff and the stuff that we played with last year, and there's some things that I made really good money on.
So you were reinvesting that money.
Yeah,
you were making.
always.
Obviously, you were paying your bills, but you were still reinvesting.
Always, yeah, but I was also able to like in that moment where I'd like invested in myself with the money I did have and play that hand and help my friends out, like never getting to the point where I was like
struggling
this
at
is
all.
all
Yeah.
me.
Yep.
Like, fuck all you guys. Stay away.
Keeping it all.
That was when, and I was like, I'm going to build something for my friends. That's when everything blossomed out, and it was just like money started coming in. You know what I mean? And the Boost God shit was like a fucking huge thing. Like the Boost God box logos and all the stuff with that we ended up getting a cease and desist for was really fucking huge in getting me into a place where I could release what I wanted to release. If we're being honest, I never fucking liked a single article of Boost God clothing from a design standpoint. If we're talking about like clothing to wear, like the garment, I always love the garments.
Yeah.
But from a design standpoint, if anyone in this world thinks that I've worked as hard as I have to release a font, they're fucking tripping. You know what I mean?
Boost God with the 3 stripes
Yeah,
through it,
but
the
I
upside
couldn't
down
come
swoosh,
out any other way.
Right.
It's like when I saw what the Running MD did, which I would kind of describe as like some middle of the mall shit.
Yeah.
Like I saw that people like liked it, and that's a mass thing. I was like, okay, this is a way to get people just used to like getting my creations. This doesn't represent me fully, but sometimes you as an artist, you're a rapper or whatever. If fucking who I don't even have a someone who I don't want to work with. If Drake calls me and is like, you want to feature on this song, obviously people are going to do it now because it's Drake.
Right,
so I should have used a different reference, but whatever, whoever. Charles Manson calls you and he wants you to be on a song. So it's like the same thing. I just had to like, okay, this is a little thing. And then I would catch shit from it too, from people who were like designers and see me selling out. They're like, this is weak. You can do better. And I'm like, I can do better. I just can't sell better yet. That's the problem. I need to show these people what I'm about. And until the vlog, I needed time. I needed the vlog to like unfold who I am and like, yo, this is what I'm working on. This is what I care about. This is the shit that interests me. It's not just about buying shoes and being like, yo, this is this and da da da.
Yeah.
And I showed that through the shoes too, because I could take the shoe, like the shoe I'm wearing right now, it's Japanese.
What are you wearing? Let me see those things.
Pharrell.
Take one of those off. I haven't even seen those in person. Let me see this thing.
It's like things that I find interesting, like Japanese culture and these things that I could express while I was explaining a shoe and going in and nerding out on a shoe in ways that other people don't even look into, like shit like that. Just that is what helped me get to a point where I got financially stable. Right. But not until this fucking year did I open a bank account. Not until this year did I.
2018 talking this year?
Yep.
Wow.
2017.
Okay, 2017.
It's been over a year now.
Those are sick, by the way. I saw you got those gifted from Adidas, right? Yep.
Yeah.
The gold.
Shout out to you in the comments. Ask me when I pay for resale. Nothing.
Right. What? When? I don't even know. I'm so fucking far out the game on those. Are those dropping? When did they drop?
They already came out, but they're not reselling for crazy.
Basic, right? What, in between 250 and 300 or more?
Retail was 350, right?
Yeah.
No, retail was 350 on that pair.
Retail was 350 on that pair.
What
So they're
they're not stupid. Like, why are they leaving money on the table for these suckers?
That's wild. Yeah.
If the retail's 350, the reseller's not going to invest.
They're selling shit.
They're not going to invest.
And Doug,
4 pairs and you're done.
Wow.
Franchise and I have been talking about it a lot, man. We look at like some of these Off-White collabs, right? We talk about that, price points of $160, maybe on average, right? We'll just say that just to save face here. But has Adidas gone crazy with their pricing? Like, you're talking $200 on a basic GR mid now. You're talking $220 maybe for some of the collabs. Like,
you're asking me, they're trying to recoup.
Yeah.
From the shit they didn't fucking button up this year.
Because Franchise and I talk a lot about like their marketing and their PR. Dude, you've even alluded to it, Ted. And you're like, hey, marketing fucking Adidas, hit me up. Let me help you.
They need help, bro.
Dog,
they
need help.
admitted it in an article yesterday. There's a new fucking, I think, CNBC article about Adidas.
Yeah.
They don't admit it in the U.S., but the EU.
Yeah.
It's basically like the stock is going to stall for the next couple of months, especially in the EU, and they say the reason is because they have failed to market their product correctly. They know that they're not doing a fucking good job.
Do you own any stock in Adidas?
Nah,
Do you own stocks at all?
No.
You don't have any stocks in
Not
any
like
company?
that. Not in like the traditional sense.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? Like,
Gotcha.
I just don't like. I don't know. Like, I'm a firm, but like with drawing and shit, I always I have to know what I'm talking about before I do it. Like with Houston shirts, I just did. I immersed myself in Houston culture for like 2 weeks. Like nothing but Pimp C documentaries.
Sipping lean too?
Yeah, I sipped a little lean.
Yeah.
But like,
Got the
it's
Jolly
like, so
Rancher
I
in there.
always want shit to be proper. And so with shit like that, because, stocks is just gambling.
Yeah.
So it's legal gambling. If I don't know it, you know what I mean? If I don't know the ins and outs of it, then I can't do it because I don't understand it.
It's tough to give even someone that does know it. It's still tough to hand over $5,000 to somebody and be like, "Hey, put it in the
and
right
I don't
spot."
trust anyone like that
Yeah.
either. You know what I mean? Because people are like, "Oh, I could reinvest your money."
Right.
Like, yeah, I know you could, but I also know that it goes back to I believe in myself, and that $5-10 I can go get really nice cut and sew garments done and flip that.
Yeah.
I can flip my own shit. I'm confident in my own abilities to where I don't want to piggyback off of fucking someone else's business. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just like not really where I want to do it. I want to be like, yo, I did some shit with this.
Right.
And now I have $1 billion because I was able to parlay it into this.
Yeah. And the reason I was asking about the money thing is I think a lot of people just assume like, oh, Teddy's rich.
Yeah,
Teddy's just
yeah.
doing this because you were buying a lot of high-end shit.
Yeah.
And you were a motherfucker that was like, fuck it, it's $700. I need that pair. I'm going to spend $700. Like it was nothing.
Also
And-
paid $40,000 in taxes this year. So if anybody has a fucking issue,
Wild.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so it's
fuck.
like
That's a basic
understand
bitch's
this.
salary.
Understand
you know what I mean?
this, dog. I never thought I'd get here.
Right.
I never thought I'd get like you talking to a person that was like taxes. Like how the fuck do I pay those?
I look at you and what you're talking about. You were my age when you were fucking struggling. Like you were in the, like you say, you're in the dumpster. You're in that room laying there, didn't have shit. So it is. It's super inspiring, and I know that as a man, that probably couldn't have felt good not to be able to take care of your lady, or not to be able to know where your
and
next.
She's
shit
great.
Is
We
from.
have our issues and we argue and. It's all kinds of shit. Like I'm crazy about all kinds. My dad fucked up all kinds of things about me.
Yeah.
And I'm working all that stuff out. And like that's a big reason we got back together is because once we split up and hanging out with other chicks and doing all this stuff and getting all kinds of attention and people doing whatever, people hit me up from the channel like, oh, you should come here. Like we love you.
Yeah.
All this, like at the end of the day, she doesn't even care about the
Right,
fucking channel.
right.
She doesn't care. Like,
Why did
sometimes-
Eminem go back to Kim 4
it's
times,
like,
dog?
Yeah,
You know
it's
what I
like
mean?
people
She
don't
was there for him.
understand.
She was-
I'm
they
sure
had a
there's some girl
connection.
out there that would like understand me and all this stuff, but like she actually does get it, and she was here when I had nothing.
Exactly.
So it's just kind of like
It's
I
a
can
sense
trust
of
her.
it's a sense
Trust
of home
her.
and it's a sense of trust. I think that's
Literally, it's a
exactly why
trust
M
thing.
kept going back to
Yeah.
Kim.
Dog,
It
she
was a
took care of
sense
one of your best friends.
Yeah,
No doubt.
Like in
Yeah,
a bad
no
situation,
shit.
like a dude
That's
who was
fire.
like fucked up too.
Yeah.
Like I put her in a situation with a dude who was an ex-gang member.
Right.
Respect.
Like it's when you like if she was to tell the story, you have to think once the dust settles on situations, you start to be like, how's the story play out? Like what's the real story if you're really telling it? And you realize that you had some fault in it. And that's how we got back together is finally I was like, look, these things are my fault. Like but at the core of all this, understand that I'm just trying to like get to the next level with you. Like I'm not trying to fight you. I'm not trying to like when you come at me with something that even if you think it's trivial and you are not even serious, but it becomes a thing that you are critiquing my existence, you're critiquing all my effort. You're critiquing the fact that like I wake up in the morning and my drive is to fucking build something so that you don't have to do shit.
Yeah.
'Cause my girl doesn't, she works on her own shit. She doesn't go to a place to work. I don't make her fucking go get a job at some bar just to be like, you need a job.
Right.
You know what I mean? I want her to fucking find what she wants to do and crush that shit.
Be able to do it.
Yeah, and I think she's doing it with Etsy.
Now,
You mentioned something with Etsy that she's doing.
She's like doing her own
creativity
shit.
out.
Like she
cool.
does a lot of
man.
embroidery.
That's cool.
I just bought a
Yeah.
chain stitch machine because we're gonna do like for the brand. I'm gonna start making one of one like jackets and shit, like high end like $500 jackets because they're hand stitched.
Yeah,
you know?
no doubt. I just got a pair of shorts, basketball shorts, dude. They're fucking. I got 2 pairs of Fab 5 Michigan shorts. They're made from old Michigan fucking
Is
jerseys.
it the Don C shit?
It's like Don C,
Okay.
but it's this dude FBCC Flyboy
Okay.
Couture Club. He's out of the Bay. It's crazy because he made the shorts that
I think
Steph
I've
Curry.
seen that dude. He doesn't
Yeah.
get a lot of love though, right? Or he
He's,
hasn't up until recently, maybe.
No, he's about 125K on
Okay,
IG.
it's not the same dude I'm thinking of. Then.
But dude, they're hand stitched. But the shorts are fucking $250 a pair. Like they're
Yeah.
not cheap, bro. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? But
There's markets for
hand-stitched,
everything.
You know, old jerseys. He took them and made took an old basketball jersey and made some sick ass fucking shorts.
Yeah.
Zipper pockets, all stitched logos.
Yeah.
I'll always pay more for something that's like custom like that.
Because that's another thing you learn when you're making shit too, is like there's just regular shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And this is sometimes I don't ever tweet about it because I know that I'll get flamed, but sometimes I feel like Kanye because of the frustrations when I'm trying to make clothing and I'm trying to like get better stuff and make better stuff, and you just realize real quick this is a rigged fucking game.
Yeah.
You know, like
Fuck yeah.
not even on the level that he is, and it's still rigged. And I'm having to invest. Like people don't understand. I've split. Like this is now just my business. Like me and Ern are partners in a sense, but it's my business.
Yeah.
You know what
Yeah.
I mean? And me and Sager split. We're still friends, but he's married. He's doing his own thing. He doesn't have the time to focus on this because it's 100%. Because I started getting resentful to my friend.
I want to hit on that. So let me talk about the Adidas suing you guys first.
Okay.
Was it suing you and him together as a collective,
Well,
or
they
just
fucked
suing
up.
the
They
brand,
kinda-
or
yeah,
was
it's
it
the
not suing at all? Is that the wrong word
the
to use?
brand. Well, it's a cease and desist first.
Okay.
That came with terms that was, we need to know how much you sold.
Oh,
we
shit.
need to know how much money you made.
So it's not even like, hey, just stop.
Just
and
stop.
You're
No.
cool.
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't use the word sue if they because
Okay.
I know I'm not trying to be dramatic.
Yeah.
These motherfuckers definitely asked for how much we sold of the Boost God shirts, the Running MD shirts, and the shirts with Kanye on them.
Tell them 30 copies of each.
Yeah, I didn't tell him shit. I fucking called my fucking lawyer. So that was what got me hot.
Got you.
Right? That was like so. Cease and
When
desist-
was this? How long ago? What's the time frame? What are we talking?
over a year ago?
So it's in 2017, and
yeah.
you guys started producing Boost God merch in 2016 or 2015?
2017.
Oh, you did barely started in 2017?
I think so. Yeah.
No way, dude. Wait, let me think. When did I start the vlog? I started the vlog.
The vlog's only 2 years old.
Yeah, it's
I started my vlog in January of
you just hit
2017.
2 years.
Yeah,
Just
not too
a
long
few months ago.
I don't think.
So I started January 2017, and you were probably at like 5 Gs.
Okay, so I was
or
probably
so
like right
before
before that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess it was
2.5
2017.
years,
Fuck.
yeah.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Fuck. Feels like longer. Feels
Yeah,
like so long
I think
ago.
we sold Boost God shit for 6 months.
That's it, huh? Before you guys
It
got
was just
hit with
a
that?
cookie 6 months, dog. We were
Wow.
just like
Yeah.
crushing it. I was on tour. I was like,
Yeah.
I just like whatever that thing was that compelled me. And I don't know what compelled me because you can watch it on the vlog. One day I'm at the tattoo shop, and the next day I'm like, I gotta go.
Yeah.
I don't know what it was, but I was like, I
You
can't
felt
do this.
like your dog was sick. I remember
Yeah.
that time frame because I was fucking with the vlogs heavy. That was when I was watching. I was daily. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And not
What's going
just
on?
getting into
Yeah,
creating.
What's going
and
on for sure?
I think that's what it was, man. I remember you were kind of just like my dog wasn't feeling good.
Yeah.
He wasn't feeling right, and you
Yeah.
kind of wanted to get
In
out.
hindsight, I think I was getting away from him so
Right.
he could die. Because
It was-
I think if I'd been there, I'd have fucking lost. it.
Right.
I think it'd have derailed
It's
my
crazy
entire
how that
life.
worked out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it would derail my entire life if it wouldn't have been for all those people in LA and all the people on the internet who like reached out. Like,
Yeah.
it was the hardest shit ever
Yeah.
to try to tweet about.
Dallas
that.
just lost his dog,
Yeah, we were
man.
talking about that
We were talking
earlier.
about that
Yeah.
earlier.
It's just
Bro.
like.
He was fucking torn up, and I felt bad as a friend that there was nothing I could
Nothing.
do. I couldn't call him. I couldn't tell him anything as a friend.
Yeah.
I couldn't buy him anything. There was
Nope.
nothing I could do to make
I
him
was
feel
in
better.
a fucking $1,500 a night suite. The
Wow.
fucking W.
I remember that hotel. I remember when you came out and announced.
I was
man.
like fucking in. I remember being in this suite. It wasn't the W. It was another place I'd moved because the W was terrible. And this place was like, we're going to take extra care of you. And I found out my dog died. And I remember being in this place that I would, like, years ago, killed to be in, like, all I want, I'm a rapper, dog.
Yeah,
All I want
yeah,
is
yeah.
this baller ass suite
No
and
shit.
some weed. And I had all the weed.
Versace
that I
fucking
could, I had
robe
all the
and
weed
shit.
I could handle.
No
I
doubt.
had plenty of money. Baller ass suite. Girls at the time would have come and see me do whatever
Yeah.
I wanted. And my fucking dog died. and you couldn't have told me anything. Like that was like a moment where I was like, yo, none of this shit matters.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But at the same time, because I was going to cancel the pop-up. I was like, I can't do this. Like, you're crazy. I can't do this. And then that was like the hardest tweet because I just tweeted a broken heart. That's all I tweeted. And then
I remember
all these messages came in and I was like, yo, this is crazy. And that, like, dude, it built me up. I had 24 hours to get it right, to get it straight. I was fine. You know what I mean? Like, I was at the pop-up and people were saying his name and they're
that
like,
outpouring of love and fucking support.
As soon as the pop-up was over, I was fucking done mess again in my room. Like, oh. But like, like that shit was so important to me. And that's when I realized that the channel will never die.
Yeah.
Like, yo, my dog died, and these people reach out to me. Like, I don't give a fuck what you think about the views on the new Yeezy fucking boot. Like, I don't care because I'm a human being, and I'm not here to like. Yes, cool. It's cool as fuck that you get to see the shoe I got. Great, cool. But at the end of the day, man, like the people who reach out for that shit, and the people who don't watch every video, but they see something that happens, and they're human, and they're like, yo, man, I fuck with you. That sucks. Like, you've helped me through something before.
No doubt.
I don't watch every video, but, yo, you tweeted this thing one day where I was about to fucking do something stupid, and you talked to me. That's why I tweet shit as it comes.
You've even offered people help.
I have a straight-up private email.
If you want somebody to talk to, man, hey, hit me up. I'll do my best to get to you.
I have a private email that people don't know about, that I don't talk about, that I send to those kids, that they email me, and I talk to them.
That's cool, man.
Every fucking day. And that's the thing. That's my beef as we segue into things like Complex and shit like that. Like, how fucking dare you come at a YouTuber, anyone out here who's just a regular human being who's reaching out to people and helping people. And there's a commonality. Like, yeah, we're both into this shit. It's no different than skateboarding or anything else. If we were all just skateboarding together and you showed up, you're like, yo, my parents are getting divorced. We're supposed to be here for you.
Right.
It's the same shit with YouTube. If you're doing shit on the internet or anything social media and you're doing it just to live out your fantasy of being better than everyone else, and you're not here to help other people fucking guide their shit, fuck off. You know, like, that's not what we're here for. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I've made so many cool friends just through Twitter and just through sneaker Twitter, just people that are reach out to me that are really fucking cool, and just we talk.
And cool people who don't even know they're cool.
Right.
Who their like environment hasn't convinced them they're not fucking cool.
Or their friends who aren't even really their friends. They just held them down.
I mean,
you know what I mean?
Like, dude, some of my fucking like people I talk to the most are people I've met off the channel now, and they're cool as fuck.
Yeah.
And the coolest thing about my fucking life is that I can pull up in any city right now, and there's someone who knows me who's cool as shit.
If you don't want to
know
eat
what I'm
lunch
saying?
alone, you know, hey,
someone
fuck someone, you want to come down and get a BLT together.
It's all good. And that's
tight.
like what life is about, connecting. And everybody, this internet shit's got people fucking fucked up.
Totally.
Like, if you want 100,000 followers so that you just can't talk to anybody, like so that you don't, like, I'm sorry, 100,000, it's acceptable that I don't respond. People understand. Fuck you. You know what I'm saying? Like, people, I respond to haters like, oh, you replied. I'm like, yo, you better check the scoreboard, bitch. I reply all day.
Yeah.
You know, you ain't special.
I know. I look at your shit. I'm like, God damn, dude, this motherfucker is
a full-time
on,
job.
It has to be, bro.
Job on
because I lose track of my social media sometimes, which is bad for my channel.
Super
it's
easy
bad for
to do,
the shit we're trying to do. But I just don't have the energy. And that's what I do for work.
People want is to be like, again, it's not the idea of making them feel connected. You don't want to trick them into feeling connected. You want to feel connected, and they want the same thing too. And they're tweeting you when they have a convenient moment. They think of something, and they're like, hey, how's the fucking Y3 fit? They're not expecting an answer.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, most of the times they're probably just like, maybe he'll tell me. Maybe I'm standing here about to buy one. Like, there's value in the fact that you're replying.
Yep.
There's value in the fact that you give a fuck that these people care about your opinion. Do you know how many people out here that no one cares about their opinion? Do you know people out here want people to care about their opinion but won't take time to fucking respond to a comment? And I can't get to everything. I feel really bad about it. You know, like I have DMs. My Instagram DMs are flooded. I don't get through them really ever. Twitter DMs are turned off, you know, emails get flooded. Like, I miss shit. I know I do. I get messages from people like, fuck you, you know, like, you missed, I was going to fucking kill myself the other night and you didn't, I can't be everywhere all the time, for sure. But I can definitely, like, take my time as much as I can so people can see, like, you know, this dude does respond.
Yeah.
He just didn't see it, or he's just busy, or, you know, maybe it's the movies. But
and I
I'm
think
not
any
here
logical
to
person can look at that and be like, all right, I do see responses here. He must have missed some shit. Like, there's
accountability on their side as well. Like, you got to understand, like, for instance, I hit you up, you know, through DM when Doobie passed. But I also have the fucking smarts to say, look, dog, he's probably getting hit up by not hundreds, thousands of people.
At that time,
like,
it was all
how the fuck am I going to try to get a response? Know your place, though, too.
And
you know what I mean?
You shouldn't, honestly, if you expect if it's a situation where you're just trying to reach out and say something, whatever, and you
Give your
expect a
condolences.
response, what the fuck are
you
you
that's
doing
both
it for?
too. There's some
You know
people
what I
you
mean?
respond to, and from then on, they're like, well, you have to respond to every
Everything.
tweet.
Yeah,
And, you're
yeah.
like, and some people will take an opportunity to be like, yo, you responded, let me keep asking you questions. But again, this is the part of me that is just a real dude, and I'm like, yo, man, I'm really busy right now. I just can't talk. Like, that takes 2 seconds.
Yeah.
It takes 2 seconds to be a normal fucking person instead of, because sometimes, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I'm act like, you know, on days like Easy Belugas are dropping and people are like, yo, can you plug me?
Right.
But obviously I'm not answering all those.
Right.
You know, I'm like, you guys are ridiculous.
Yeah, you want me to run down the list and do
at the same
600
time,
no's and
it
shit?
just takes a second, really. You know, like, yo, if I have my phone in my hand, like, there's not often that I see something and I just scroll by it. I'm
Right.
like, I'm not answering that shit.
And my ass would be like, hey, why don't you go fucking meet somebody? Why don't you
Yeah.
go network, you little asshole?
Yeah.
Well, there's
You know,
some
it's-
stuff. Like, a lot of
yeah.
people lately, like, since I've moving clothing into cut and sew and
Yeah.
talked about how hard it's been. Like,
Which I think is
footwork.
fire, by the way.
Thank you.
It's a
But
fucking
the
great decision.
footwork it's been and the stress and how I mean, I didn't think I said this, but I lost probably like 40 grand last year doing like projects and
Dude, samples,
and
man,
yeah.
it's coming
You
out
said
of your
messing
own
up
pocket.
on drops. You were telling me
like,
shit
whatever.
gets misprinted.
Yeah, misprinted.
Dude,
What
that's
people
Don't get it twisted.
stealing? I had people stealing from
Yeah.
me in the print shop. Like,
Don't get
all
it twisted.
kinds of shit.
If you're in the clothing game, don't think these fucking samples are free, dog.
No,
Don't
I had
think
to tell
this-
that shit to
don't
Alex
think-
yesterday.
Don't think these fucking garments are just coming like they're letting me borrow it and
Yeah.
fucking see it. No, I'm wearing it. I had to fucking pay for it. I had to earn this shit. I had to buy some more stuff. I'm still in negotiations.
I gotta fuck it up by printing on it and make
Right.
sure it
Come
doesn't
on,
work.
man. Like,
Yeah.
this shit ain't free.
It's like insane. And so mad people reaching out, hey man, can I get your connect? I'm really trying to do the same thing. I'm like, that's not how this works,
Foot-
dude.
like you said, footwork.
Yeah.
Keyword there.
That's definitely
Go
what I
do the
want to do.
legwork.
I want to give you the
Yeah.
connect to my cut and sew guys, so that when I order fucking shirts, they're like, actually, bro, we just sold out because this
Yeah.
dude from fucking Tallahassee
Yeah.
just called. Like, fuck out of here.
You
know
think
what
there's
I
a
mean? Like,
referral program based in here?
it's
Get
like,
the fuck
God.
out of here.
Yeah, like, give me a break.
So what
you
did
know?
Adidas get you for? What was
So
the
yeah,
end
to go
result
back to
there?
that. So the
What was the end
result
result?
was I bucked back hard because
Okay.
I at this time had letterhead from Adidas being like, "Thank you for all you do."
Influencer
Like,
marketing
yeah,
and all this
email-
shit.
free
Yeah.
shoes at this time, emails being
Thanks for
like,
bumping up
"Hey,"
our marketing.
Yeah,
Fuck.
secret DMs because I can say now because the guy got fired or
Yeah.
doesn't work for there anymore. But like being like, "Hey, we want you to talk about this shoe. Don't tell anybody that we want you to talk about it," which didn't ever happen because I
Oh.
was like, I don't really do that. And I'm
Right.
like, what shoe are you talking about? Oh, the EQT. Send it to me.
Yeah.
That's when they sent me the non-boosted one. Everybody roasted them. That's when I was like, I'm glad you sent me the shoe.
Yeah.
It's not boost. It's the first thing y'all ever sent me. That's cool.
Wasn't that
But-
one in the special
Yeah.
packaging and all that?
Yeah.
But yeah.
So I had all this stuff, and this is where it kind of came down to a thing because they're coming at me. I'm like, yo, fuck you, because y'all are asking me to do shit.
Right.
And I sent all this to the lawyers, and I'm like, you need to talk to somebody over there and find out like something's not right.
Yeah.
Y'all should be fucking with
Yeah.
me. You're stupid. And it went back and forth, and then finally it ended up a few things had happened. One thing is that someone else filed a trademark for Boost God. Someone else, like randomly.
Yeah,
The
yeah,
guy
random
who
guy.
ran Boost Vibes also filed a trademark for his shit for Boost Vibes, which also sent a red flag because when you trademark something, it's people who have interest
Yeah.
get notified.
Yep.
So they shut him down.
Boost Vibes?
I think that's the. I don't want to tell the story wrong, but I think that's the reason they gave away the Boost Vibes bag. Remember when they did that bag with private label?
No.
They
No, I
did
don't.
one, and they had to give it away because they were going to get a cease and desist. I guess.
Gotcha.
So then they gave it away instead, and then after that, I think he decided he was going to.
Boost Vibes gave away
Yeah.
the bag. I think
Yeah.
it was my Adidas. My bad.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then, from there, I think he went to go trademark. And while this was happening, someone else in Arizona tried to trademark our shit, like on the low. And those things sent one thing in motion, which was a problem. I fucking pissed off Adidas marketing when I did a pop-up at Nice Kicks because that was the first retail store.
Yeah.
It's because I have a really good relationship with Matt Halfhill.
Sure.
So he was like, he fucks with me. Like he reached a lot of these big dudes in the sneaker world reached out early because like, we fuck with you because you're genuine. You're doing this shit because you love it. Like it's authentic growth.
Yeah.
You're not being a fuck boy.
Right.
So these dudes were fucking with me pretty hard and it was cool. And he's like, I really want you to do a pop up there. And it just caused a lot of problems. And then Adidas marketing is like, he's stepping on our toes. And I'm supposed to do another pop up at Nice Kicks in San Francisco. And
This is why you were still doing Boost God merch and shit?
yeah, this is right before we had gotten sued. Yeah, because we got sued, or cease and desist / whatever. So all this had happened, and then, so I was just like saying all this to them, and then when we pushed back, there was conversations, and essentially they came back and they're like, all right, we're not going to ask for any back pay. You just need to stop. And that's when I was like, well, I don't want to stop. You know, like, because fuck you. Like, there's boost on all kinds of shit. Like,
right.
Like, it wasn't even about, because I'm fine with moving on, but it was just like, you're telling me to stop, and that's the part that I don't like.
Yeah.
And it just like kept going. We're spending money on the lawyers, and finally the lawyers like, look, Teddy, like, you're right, probably. And
but you're not going to be able to battle.
in the court of public opinion too, because I'm like, I'm going to tell people what you're doing. Like, it's not going to be good for you. Like, I'm the one that's kind of like as far as boost goes, I'm the dude who's like doing it. You know, like, there's no one else, and anyone else, even the friends of mine, you know, you included, right, have moved on to other shit. Like, y'all are interested in other shit. Like, that was a fucking peak. Yeah. But that peak is what just got me back in the game. I'm not going anywhere. I'm just going to stay with what I like.
Right.
You know? So, like, and even JC, who's my homie, who was, you know, people like, oh, he's a real boost god. He's now back to buying the same shitty Air Maxes he was buying before. So it's like, this was what, like, I'm the guy. Like, what are you doing? Yeah. And I'm not asking you for anything either. Like, just let me live. I'm just asking you not to fuck with me. Let me live. And if you want to do a collab, we'll sell 10,000 pairs of shoes. Fuck yeah. But, like, it doesn't matter to me either. I don't care. I'm not looking for that, you know? And when we went back and forth, I mean, I even had conversations with people who own stores. There are conversations that were had with Wex. There are people who in Adidas who were fighting for me, no doubt. Like, that should be made super clear. There are definitely people there who fuck
going
with
to
me
bat
hard.
But it was the lawyers on Adidas side.
Yeah, you talking about a white guy in an office with a tie,
right?
Doesn't know shit about street culture. And that's when shit started to flip in my head. When
they just see that, oh well, he's actually butting our marketing.
Yeah,
and,
they market things. Yeah, they're like, well, he's kind of taking this, and I've heard quotes like, well, that guy likes to smoke a lot of weed. You know what I mean? I'm like, well, Pusha T sold cocaine, and you put out a shoe with fucking Pyrex on it. So
good shit.
You know, and it's fine. You know what I mean? It's all good, because one person who's like a mentor of mine a long time ago who has a really strong relationship with Adidas just said, you know, he said something to me I was excited about. Like, I was like, oh man, one day maybe I will get a collab. And he's just like, dude, careful what you wish for. And at the time it crushed me a little bit. I was like, what the fuck? Like, why would you say that? Now I realized it real quick, and I was like, it's the same as we were talking about with merchandising and giving someone the whole account or YouTube and giving them all
almost
the
like you were
content.
talking about with me going taking this show. You know, if we got offered a job at a radio station or Sirius,
exactly.
almost like we were talking about there. Yeah, same kind of thing.
Now I have leverage,
for,
right? Yeah. So now this is the best thing that could have ever happened, because I needed Adidas to fucking draw a line in the sand, because the real infringement there is people can't tell if you're affiliated with us or not. You know what I mean? Like, we can't. People still to this day think I fucking invented boosts. Some people, you know, so like. They can't tell. And
well, think about how many people are out there and how many people don't do research and are so.
For sure.
It may sound stupid, but there are a lot of people that are just.
But it's also not affecting their business model. Right. But at the end of the day, I can see their point. But I also, without knowing, needed that to happen. I needed that separation. I needed them to never fucking start giving me shoes for free. Yeah. Because then there starts to be this whole like. Well, I don't want to fucking talk too much shit, or like I'll deal with a little more like this craftsmanship's not that great, but shit was free, bitch. I don't care. Right. You spent $350 on
obligations,
it. So things start to get the water gets muddy, right? Yeah. So all these things need to happen, and I'm confident in the fact that Adidas will and other companies are going to come to me and need me, and they're going to need
at some point.
Yeah, they're going to need these collaborations. They're going to need this creative direction. If there's nothing else that I'm showing out here, I'm showing that I can creatively direct. I'm just not creatively directing for anyone else but me. Yeah. Because that's what I care about. I want to leave the mark of Teddy Safarian, not like, oh, Mark Dolce at... Or like I don't want that. Like no diss to anybody. That's just not what I want. I want to create for me, and I want to create for other people, but not under a team. I'm not into sports. I don't play for no fucking team. I play for the fucking name on the back. Right. That's what I play for, because it's the only name that matters to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's just like where it is. And when they do come, there will be a $20,000 margin tacked right onto the front when I spend on lawyers and be like, yo, Adidas, you owe me this. And I'll just put out the cease and desist. Like, do you think I won't just make the shoe about the cease and desist? Like, cease and desist insoles and there's all kinds of ways. If you just live your life,
you could spin it.
If you live your life like going down the rapids, just paying attention, you can maneuver. Just maneuver. Like, we can figure this out. You know what I mean? And that's just what I'm at.
You don't always have to flip out the raft and fucking
what
bail.
Am I going to do? Fucking just be angry at, like, what am I going to do? Just be the guy that's angry at Adidas? Yeah. And then have all the trolls be like, you got sued. Now you don't make videos anymore, pussy. Like, are you fucking joking me? I'm going to give anyone that kind of satisfaction. Exactly. Getting sued was the fucking coolest shit that happened. Like that was when I was like, oh, I got
You're on the radar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yo, I infiltrated a
did
billion-dollar
something.
corporation in under a year.
Yeah.
Like my name came across a desk in an office of some like that's ill.
Yeah.
You can't fucking stop me because I came from a place like last year and have any money. All this money I'm playing with right now is house money, son. What are you talking about? Like
Right.
I came from zero.
So you're at a stop point now. So it did come down to a point after you guys went back and forth where
we
it's just
stopped.
like, hey, just stop and everything's cool.
Yeah, we stopped. And luckily for me, being just like, I don't know if it's a serendipitous moment or what, but I'd already come up with the symbol that we were running already.
Yeah.
Because I just, again, wasn't super into the Boost Guy moniker. Was trying to like bring my own flavor into it.
Yeah, it was the wave at that time. You were doing what you had to do to make money.
And that was when we started
and
doing
push,
like,
yeah.
I was wrapping snakes around the Boost Guy cross.
Yeah.
I was doing I was like introducing little
Starting
shit.
to get
Of
Yeah.
you and where you came from, the tattoo elements.
Yeah, just like, okay, this shirt's cool. Like, okay, this shirt's cool. Like,
When you said logo, are you talking about the TED logo?
yeah, the TED logo. I moved to that, which was derived off of a signature that I use for paintings, like it's a TS.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
One night was just super baked on my iPad and like just erased some shit and made it look like a B and a G to me. And we'd already been running it, and people had already accepted it, so it was cool. And then that day, I was like freaking out, and I was like, "All right, well, I guess we'll just run the symbol." You know, I was run the symbol from now on. And I'm like looking at the floor, like just like it's like just a shirt laying on the floor with the symbol on it, and I'm looking at it sideways, and it says TED.
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Yo." I was like, what the, I call Sager. I'm like, yo, turn it sideways. He's like, what? Like, turn the fucking symbol sideways. And he goes, holy shit. And I was like, we're good. You know, I immediately was like, we're good. We're fine. It's no big deal. And then the next drop was the biggest drop we ever did.
Boom, right
like,
into that
the
shit.
TED symbol shit that we dropped, everything was bigger, sold way more of it. I dropped the You Are Your Enemy shit next.
So it seemed
Boom.
like from
Like-
for the downfall of Boost God, it just picked right back up, moving into your thing.
Because
so
I didn't
what,
stop running.
So what happened? What happened with you and Sager? What happened? What changed the
So
the
he
story?
like, you know, when I think one
Or the direction, I
Well, his
guess.
excitement, you know, was different because this was really exciting when it's all happening. You know what I mean?
Are
And-
you talking about when it first started?
Yeah, like right, like
he started copping a bunch of shoes. You got
yeah,
your StockX
super- it's a
in.
new
blog
thing
was
for him
popping,
too. New
Boost
thing
God
for him
was-
too.
yeah,
He's
yeah,
never
yeah.
into shoes. Like
Right.
Yeah.
He started getting Kith.
Well,
Kith
and all of a
God,
sudden,
streetwear.
he's also got now a following.
a little bit of clout.
Yeah,
He's
yeah,
got a
sure.
following on fucking the social media
because
sites
it's like,
and
like
whatnot.
anyone who's around me becomes part of the story.
Yeah.
So people are watching the story, like, hey, there's a character. Let me fuck with him too. Like,
Yeah.
Yep.
Let me keep the other parts. It's like the bonus features on a DVD. That's what
My
Twitter
life
is.
became the same way with
Yeah.
people at T-Mobile and people when I
Yeah.
started blogging. Same
yeah,
shit. Same
absolutely. And that's the goal.
Mine
So-
hasn't yet.
Don't tell him the secret.
Yeah.
Hey man, still waiting,
yeah,
man.
we'll tell you later. But you know, it's just like
It
he's
stopped
super
becoming
involved,
fun, or
super involved with it. But different decisions up until that point. It's like we could start doing this together. Like we had this idea. He's
were you
like,
guys
"What?"
50-50 on all this up to this point?
Not
or-
really. It was
Okay.
kind of like, you know, at that time I was less responsible. Why I didn't have a bank account? Why I didn't have all these things in place? Because I was less responsible. Because I was standing in my own fucking way. Like I didn't want to grow up. I wanted to be this kid that never had shit together all the way. I wanted to have a friend that had their shit more together than me, so I could be like, Sager, you handle it, right?
Right,
Like you're
yeah.
that guy. Like
You
that
got
was
this,
just
right?
Sager was that
Oh.
guy for
Yeah.
me. And through all of this, through trying to build something for my boy Diddy, like having a reason bigger than me to build, tightened my ass up real quick. Pause. Like
Yeah.
straight up. Like I was like, okay, different mindset. You know what I mean? Like, and that was what did it. You know, just having something else that I had to fucking focus on, and all these decisions that we had both made when this pinnacle moment happened in our life, I think is really what ultimately ended it, because he's married. He has
Kids.
3 kids now. You know what I mean? Like his marriage has
Probably got a
its
nice house to pay
issues and
for.
shit. Yeah, like they've had issues with their housing and stuff. Like they moved and you know, like weird shit. Like a deal fell through after they already sold their house. They had to move in with her parent. Like all
Gotcha.
kinds of just like
Yeah.
personal crazy shit. They had, you know, during this, he only had 2 kids when it started. When I was on tour, they got pregnant again. You know, he called me on tour. I like freaked out on him. I was like, "You're out of your fucking mind." You know, I was like, "We're trying to build a business. Like, what the?" You know, like,
Yeah.
this is everything to me. I walked away from tattooing. My tattoo clients from the last 16 years are in the cold outside. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, there's email after email like, "Dude, can I get this finished?" Like, I don't have time. You know, like,
Yeah.
I don't have that much interest. You know, and like, I want to start new stuff. Sure. I mean, that's really irresponsible of me. But a lot of these people, and now I've moved on to other people. I was gone for 2 years. So it's like, no harm, no foul. It's whatever.
tough, yeah.
But that's the thing, is that I had to focus, like you're saying earlier, you want him to, you know, have your work and your ass.
Yeah.
It got to be to the point where it's like,
I want
all
everyone to be working
I'm
the
going
same-
to sneaker cons.
Yeah.
I'm fucking flipping this merch. I'm doing this. I'm doing all this stuff. You're still here. Like, you can't come to the sneaker con. You can't come to the event. You can't come to the pop-up. You can't do this. And then it just got to the point when it really started, like, Sager's like, yo, I'm going to give you checks. You don't have to worry about shit. Like, you give me drawings, I'll give you big-ass checks. And then that was...
Wait. Sager told you that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Because, like, he's facilitating. Like, basically,
Yeah.
like, I draw, I vlog, you print, and you fulfill.
So he's doing all that. You're doing the creating. He's
Yeah.
just doing the fulfillment.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you pay everybody.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
But I get paid first. You
Right.
know, basically, like, I'm the superstar. You know, whatever the
Right.
fuck. Yeah. So, and that was all good and all, but then the business just changes. Like, he's trying to run a manufacturing business.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to run an entertainment / clothing line.
Yeah.
So those two things intersect at some point. And so when something happens where, let's say, like, something doesn't sell as well, right? And we have all this money invested, and now we don't have a way to recoup that money, then the checks start going down.
Yeah.
You know, but we've already invested. People want things like customer service quickly. That's a full-time job. That's somebody's full-time job.
Mm-hmm.
Whether you're sending a fucking email or not, they're getting paid to answer.
Yeah.
So that person's already in place. Oh, we have all these shirts and taggers and stuff. These people need days off. Okay, let's get a tagger machine. That's $12,000. You know, like, all these things start happening, and you're just like, and then the money just changes.
Spending
the
money faster
changes
and it's coming in. Yeah.
and then things change, and then you just start to realize, like, okay, I can't. This isn't sustainable now, because now, and it's a perfect storm, and it's no diss to Sager. I love Sager. Again,
Right, yeah, you guys are
take
still
a
boys.
fucking bullet
Of course,
for him.
of
Yeah,
course.
It's business, and it's like, yo, this is my 100% focus. All I care about. You still have the tattoo shop. You still have your kids. You still have all this stuff. Like, you can't run this doing that. Like,
Right.
it's just impossible. And that's really what it came down to. And it really came back down to Action Bronson said it the best the other day when I watched an interview with him, and he's like, I'm the point guard. I dish out. You know what I mean? Like, and that's just, at one point, I let other people take control out of my own laziness and being like, nah, they can take care of it. I'll just keep my eyes on the money. As long as the money's coming in, it's all good.
Yeah.
And then you realize quickly, you're like, I'm not in control of this.
Yeah.
You know, this is out of fucking control. I started seeing shirts and colors I didn't know existed.
Damn.
And I was like, that's not a real shirt. And then they're like, yeah, it is. And then, like, showing me the tag. I'm like, texting. I'm like, did that shirt get dropped? They're like, yeah, we did that. I'm like, what the I don't even remember that.
Yeah.
And shit started moving too fast. We're like, and then you have like a nut that you have to cover every month because you have
Yep.
all these employees.
Gotta
And then,
keep up.
Yeah, at
Yeah.
one point, like, not to be crazy, like, I guess it doesn't matter, but at one point, and we were crushing this goal, but at one point we had to make $80,000 a month
Holy fuck.
to fucking keep it going.
Yeah.
And
To
we were
pay everybody
crushing-
on the
Yeah.
payroll.
Big boy
take care
business,
of-
you know what I
Big
mean?
boy
Like, yeah.
fucking business.
No doubt.
And people are acting like it's a game, like I'm just some YouTuber. And I'm
Yeah.
like, you don't and then I'm on the vlog upset, right? No context. Like, I'm just aggro.
Yeah.
Someone says something to me, I'm like, yo, fuck off. Like, what?
Yeah.
Yo, we're doing some serious shit back here. So it's like, that's why I took control of it, and that's why I slowed it all down. I was like, it's too big. It's too much. I want the people who fuck with me to get what I want to make. I want to make sure every garment leaving here is a garment I want to wear.
Yep.
I want to make sure that every, quarter at least we're improving something. We're not just like, all right, here's another Boost God shirt. All right,
Yeah, just continue to stay
yeah,
stagnant.
and I just can't. I can never catch up. I can never catch my breath, and it's because so many people had to get paid, and it was a really hard decision to finally just be like, I'm done. Like,
Yeah.
and that's what happened. It was a really bad. I definitely like knocked Sager's knees out from underneath him. Not gonna lie. You know?
Was he super upset or disappointed?
Yeah, at
Okay.
first, I mean, he was shocked. He was upset. He's a lot of money invested. There's a lot of shit going on. Like, absolutely. And I totally agreed with. I was like, look, if you don't,
Well, and there's a
want,
lot of people that you both cared about.
it's like,
as well.
if you don't want me around, I totally understand. You know what I mean? If you don't want this, I totally understand.
That's what's tough. Business does ruin friendships
But
sometimes.
the fucking problem is that there was a change in position, and when Ern got here, Ern became a pinnacle part of the vlog. And it became really very fucking clear to me that the vlog was me and Ern's relationship.
Yeah.
And that's like what people love. And that's what people like really gravitate towards. And whatever happens to us is just side story, you know? And that was the point. I was like, Sager, you aren't in this anymore. You know, like
Yeah.
it's not like, and it's stressing out Ern to the point. Me and Ern had a huge blowout fight. It's actually in the vlog with no audio. The reason there's no audio is because we're screaming at each other.
Oh, shit.
We're like we're putting together the shoe room. And we're like putting shoes up on the wall. There's no audio. We're screaming at each other. We're crying. We're fucking yelling.
Yeah.
He's so fucking frustrated because he's getting like orders from Sager about shit who's like stressed the fuck out. And I'm yelling about this. And I'm yelling. Like, everyone is just.
Wow.
It's And
super
all we're trying
volatile
to fucking do-
behind the scenes. Yeah,
And all we're trying to do is make fucking clothing. You know what I mean? And I'm like, all I'm trying to do is have my mentions not be full of where's my shit. Oh, this came in, it has a hole in it. Oh, this came in, that's it. And it's like when you can feel it's out of control, right? So I'm yelling at Ern, like, I'm like, yo, fuck you, leave then, dog. Like, you know, because he's like, I just don't think I should work for you anymore. And I'm like, you should just go back to New York because that's who I am. I'm like, oh, you don't want to do something?
Cool.
Fucking see ya.
I'm out.
Yeah, that's ask Alex. We get in an argument. I'm like, you can move out. I don't go from fucking,
which
let's
is not
take a
always
break.
good, but
not
because
good.
I get
It's
that
terrible.
way too. It's
I would
bad,
like to
it's
say
bad.
I'll say it right now in public. It's terrible.
Yeah.
It's a
Fucking
terrible
bad.
thing to do to a person.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. And you never feel that way
it
later.
affects her. Never,
dog.
And I tell her that. I'm like, it's my defense mechanism to be like, this is me showing you that I don't want this around me. Understand that I'm just trying to protect myself. Like that's it, because I know what's happening next. If you keep, we had a little like, it wasn't even a tiff the other night, but I went to bed and like felt away, and I woke up the next morning and immediately felt like she was mad at me. I just felt like it. So
I hate
we were
that feeling.
So we were in the kitchen. I brought attention to it. I was like, hey, I want to talk to you real quick. I said, you remember that shit you said last night? This isn't your fault. I was like, I'm just going to tell you. I woke up this morning and I immediately thought you were mad at me, and there was no reason that I should have felt that way. I'm just telling you it sticks with me. And like explaining that shit to her, and she's like, oh, okay, I get it. You know, like,
Yeah.
it's stuff like that. And then you lose track of that too. You get in a fight real quick, you forget all that shit, and you fight again. But yeah, I never mean it, but that's just what I go to.
Yeah.
And but I calmed down. We're like fighting, and I'm watching my friend be upset, and watching them hurting him, and watching this whole situation is hurting him. It was supposed to be beautiful. Like, yo, I'm my best friend here while I'm doing
Working with me, working
I'm
for
blowing
my
up,
company.
dog. Like,
Yeah,
like
shit's
this
going
is a
good.
dream. Like, you watched me do cocaine in a room and try to write music that no one gave a fuck about. You watched me fucking pour my heart out, no one gave a fuck. Like,
Yeah.
I want you here with me, and now we're fighting. It's killing me. And that's when I realized that a lot of this shit was just because of Sager's management of the situation and not being involved with it like so much anymore.
Full-time,
That
yeah.
it was like there was resentment is growing.
Yeah.
And that's when I was like, I'm not gonna hate you. You're my fucking brother. This has to end right now. And that was
Crazy.
just like what it was. Like I've had too many relationships go south, and I can't have any more. So
Are you guys still as cool as you
yeah,
were?
we're
you think?
cool. We had a blowout like a couple weeks ago, like just because I was like, "Yo, man, like if you have anything you want to say to
Some
me,
shit to get off
say
the
it.
chest.
Like,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
let's go. Like, let's,
Had some time go by.
yeah,
like,
and
let's,
he did.
yeah.
Like we had it out a little bit, and like now we're cool, and we're just going our different direct. Like he's
Right.
doing his thing, and he needs to. That's the tattoo shop's big boy business.
No doubt.
Yeah.
It's
Dude,
like he
and
needs
they're
to
doing a lot
fuck-
of merch over there as well.
Yeah,
Like,
he's doing his
got-
thing. Like he needs to
fucking
focus
managing
on that shit.
Yeah.
And it's like this clothing company to me. Like you're not gonna convince me I'm not next. So
Yeah.
you're not gonna like nobody's standing in the way of that shit. You know what I mean? Like him, my fucking mom, dad, the Pope. I don't give a fuck who you
Yeah,
are.
yeah,
Like I
yeah.
will knock you the fuck out if you're standing in the way of my shit.
Yeah.
Like so that's just like I'm focused, hyper focused on it. You know. So
That's cool, man. I think a lot of us can relate to that with friendships, and you kind of either have to decide we're not going to be fucking friends,
Yeah.
and we're gonna hate each other, and we're gonna continue the business, which doesn't work in the end anyway,
Yeah.
or you gotta just make the choice. We gotta stop this now.
Yeah.
It's gonna be what's best. It's gonna suck right
Yeah,
now.
it sucks.
Just like with
It's terrible.
We've probably all been in relationships with girlfriends or boyfriends, whoever, and we realize this shit went on a year longer than it needed to, dog.
Oh,
I know.
yeah.
I feel like that about. I've been in 3 serious relationships in my life, not including the one I'm in now, and I felt like that about all of them. They all should have ended a year earlier than they ended, and it's just because we hung on because it was comfortable, because we didn't want to hurt feelings, because we didn't want to whatever.
well, people just refuse to change perspective
Yep.
too. Like I don't know that I think that relationships necessarily need to end. Other than that, both people have decided they won't change their perspective.
Yeah, yeah.
That's all it is. Because like me and Alex were done. Like if you asked me 2 years ago, me and
But
Alex
it
get back
had to
together-
end what that was. It had to end to some extent in that way to get to where you are
Yeah,
now.
that's true.
You know
Yeah,
what I'm
she
saying?
had to like see different sides
Exactly.
of the world. I feel you.
So
You
not
got to get a new
necessarily
perspective.
ending meaning fully, just
Yeah.
that fucking period has to end.
Yeah.
And we both have to have either some space or go some different directions
Yeah.
in order to see or
You
appreciate.
gotta know when to pop the clutch,
each other.
dog.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Yeah.
Like, yeah. But you don't
doubt.
have to. I also don't think that you have to like atomic bomb relationships either.
For sure.
It's like I don't understand why people can't just be civil. And that was my main thing with Alex. I was like, we don't need to fight. Like it doesn't have to be like this.
Yeah.
And that was something I could never understood that she just couldn't do. But now I understand because she wanted to be together.
Mm-hmm.
I was like dealing with the fact, like, okay, we're just not compatible. She's looking at it
gotcha.
like
Yeah.
she's looking at it like, no, you just won't change certain
No,
shit,
you're just a
dog. Yeah,
dickhead,
yeah.
yeah.
And so, and not until you see another, because I'm the type of dude I don't want anyone telling me what to do at all. And then I ended up going on a date with a girl, and on the second date, she's like, "You're grumpy because you didn't eat today." I'm like, "Bitch, who the fuck are you talking to?
Right.
Like, you don't even know me.
No doubt.
Like, I'm buying you dinner right now.
Yeah.
For sure.
I'm grumpy because you fucking, I don't know. I don't like the fucking way your hair looks. Whatever. I don't know why
sure.
I'm grumpy. Like, whatever. Someone just tweeted me a picture of their asshole. Like, I don't know. Like, you can get over it. So I just realized real quick, I'm like, I'm going to get this from everybody.
No doubt.
So, I might as well have someone that gives a fuck about my well-being.
Well, as we jump into the, to kind of wrap this up, and let's jump into the complex conversation and kind of finish with Ronnie Feig and a little bit of that. You guys got to take a piss or anything before we fucking
I do,
continue to
actually,
roll?
yeah.
Yeah. All right, here we'll cut off. We'll come back with that shit. All right, we had to take a little bit of a break. Everyone had to take a fucking piss. I anticipated this would run long. This is going to be our longest podcast, but obviously we have a guest in here. Let me see
We
these
could probably
shoes.
do this for like 10 hours.
I know, that's what I was
for
just
sure.
thinking.
I was like, man, I just feel like I'm fucking hanging
scratch
out.
surface of stories, and then I like move to something else. People are like, wait, he didn't finish that.
Yeah,
fucking
no.
story.
I'm the
Yeah.
same way. It's too
Yeah.
ADD. But yeah, Dallas has got the EGs up in this bitch, man. The Adidas engineered garments. I know you just got a pair of these. I asked him, do I need true to size? Do I need to go a half size up? Because I'm going to definitely cop these bitches. I mean, I've
Definitely
obviously
the best
missed
shoe
drops,
they put
but
out this year.
Dude,
arguably,
incredible.
this is the best shoe.
I
This year,
hate royal
think.
blue too. I'm not a royal blue guy, but something about the colored stripes,
So it makes
something
you
about
feel
the ability
American.
to change
It makes
the
you.
laces.
It's like American sport.
Dude, these are
It
so
makes you
fire.
think like that you just won the Olympics.
No doubt.
It's like some straight. It's like legacy sport is what I think when I look at that shit.
I need three
Like,
pairs of
yeah.
these bitches.
Yeah, I said if they put out
Dude.
if they put out a black pair,
Yeah.
a red pair, a white pair, and a gray pair, I'll sell every other fucking shoe I have.
Right.
Fuck yeah.
Like I don't give a fuck. Like
The thing I like about these is, they're just flip-flop versions of each other, man, from the colorways to the toe box, the 1.0s. But then you got leather heel cups. You got fucking suede nubuck heel cups, dog. Like, there is so much fucking detail
there's thought put into
these fucking shoes, man. I just think...
Yeah, it's a good shoe.
This is the sickest release that Adidas has. I don't even.
Yeah.
It's been a
This
minute.
year- this
since
year
I've
for
been.
sure.
It's been a minute since I've been like, damn, they fucking knocked this
They killed
all
it.
the way out the
It's
park.
It's a killed. I think
Yeah.
all the consortium stuff this year though has been nice with like subtle shit with like the tongues being like it's a really big difference the tongue not being PK.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When they take that out, it changes the whole fit of the shoe. The undefeated Ultra Boost this year, which was slept on, no one really cared, but that neoprene tongue makes the shoe. I've worn the undefeated Ultra Boost more this year than
Really.
Really?
It's the
Interesting.
shoe. If I'm going to put on a white shoe, it's always that undefeated one. They're like yellow right now because I wear them. This is that neoprene fucking tongue. It makes for a whole different thing. And they did it here too. It's not as soft here, but it's nice. And I feel like the liner is different.
So could I go? I can go with the true to size 12 in these and be straight. I don't need a 12 and a half.
I mean,
Like a normal 1.0, I like a 12 and a half because on
let's go with your
a 12 I
1.0,
got to take
I
the
guess.
insole out.
Yeah.
But
I
you
would
went
just
10
go
and a
with
half on these and they're fine.
Yeah, I go true to size. So
You're in
my
a
true to-
13 and they're fine.
Yeah.
No insole out or anything.
No, it's just
Rocks it.
regular. Just feels like a regular Ultra Boost.
See, and that's why my curiosity is because if I buy a 12, I can get them under retail. If I buy a 12 and a half, I'm fucking resell.
That's ridiculous.
So that's the difference I'm in. That's the position I'm in.
Dog,
Fuck
I
it.
should
I
have hit
like
you.
the insole though.
Money, but no one sees it.
That's true.
If you
I
like
should-
the insole so much, hang that shit on
Hang
your
that
wall.
shit, tack it up. Huh?
Yeah, dude.
I should have
nice.
hit you up on these. So I don't know what size runs they had, but I got these from
Yeah, I
Proper-
remember. We fucking talked about it on the podcast.
Dog,
you didn't
on
even
the
fucking lob
discount-
your boy a text and say, hey, man,
fucking
these
discount
are out
code like
here.
it was Spooky 31.
Like, I'm not
I got
busy
those
and
bitches
shit.
156 shipped.
Damn, son.
Like you can't fucking beat that.
Right
I
now on
should-
StockX, I
that's
just looked last
crazy.
night. I found a pair for like $216 in a 12. Dog.
I mean, that's retail.
$250 is retail.
Oh shit.
I know, wild, right?
I don't even know what retail is.
Two
anymore.
fucking 50.
My
dude.
card just gets charged,
Yeah.
so I never even know.
Before we go to Complex Con and Ronnie Feig and stuff, tell me about your relationship with StockX. What the fuck is going
They're
on? There?
amazing.
I know you
So-
went there and
And you-
visited this
and it's
facility
been
in
them
Detroit.
since day one.
Yeah, day one.
Yep.
Like organically since day one because I fucked with StockX. I fucked with StockX and I fucked with Goat coming up. I hated Goat. Like I just didn't like it. I didn't like my experience. I didn't like the logo. I didn't like I don't like the word goat. I don't like anything
Yeah.
about it. So I was like just gravitated towards StockX, started using it a lot. One day, some resellers, you know how sneaker Twitter is. People are tweeting whatever.
Yeah.
No one calls anyone out. I call people out about reselling. It's just like the control the market thing. I'm like, these motherfuckers say they control the market. They don't control their bedtime.
Right.
It's like, what the fuck are you talking about? And then Josh had hit me up from StockX and was like,
Who's Josh?
He's
He's
the
just a
owner.
Luber.
He's like
Okay,
Josh
gotcha.
Luber.
Josh
Yeah,
Luber.
he's
Oh,
the guy
Luber,
that came
okay.
up with it. Pitched the idea to Dan Gilbert, owner of one of the
Cavs.
sports teams. Yeah. So like he's like the dude, and he's just like, yo man, again, someone in the industry is like, I fuck with the fact that you're not full of shit, and I would like to
vision.
fuck. Yeah, just like you're just a real dude in this world of fake shit. And he's like, if we're ever in the same place, we should link up. I'm like, absolutely.
Dope.
And then we were in LA the same time. He literally hit me, texted me, and was like, you want to get breakfast? Hit it off immediately. You know, we're like fucking hanging out with the old friend. So he's like, hey, I got this event that I want to go to later. I have to go to. It's an NBA auction event, red carpet thing. Do you want to go? I'm just like, well, first off, I don't know shit about the NBA.
Yeah.
But
Right.
yeah, fuck it, whatever. I get to vlog. He's like, yeah. So this is actually the only vlog ever filmed that never came out because it couldn't come out. But
Gotcha.
Oh.
yeah, eventually it came out where I was like, you can't use this footage.
Right.
Whatever. So and because they're at this auction, all these rich ass motherfuckers are buying old player memorabilia. It's like,
Oh, yeah.
and they've gotten shoes. StockX had gotten shoes that were like samples of some of these players, and they're big players. Like, I mean, I know now, but at the time I didn't know who they were. They're walking by, and it's like every big superstar in the NBA, Blake Griffin, all these dudes, like CP3, all these dudes are there. And I sound so cool saying CP3 right now.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, and so
You're in there.
We're like, we're interviewing them. They're interviewing them. People, they show him a sample. One of these guys a sample. I think it was Blake Griffin. Show him a sample of a shoe, and he's like, "How the fuck did you get that?" Like he's dead up. Like, how the fuck did y'all get those? Y'all aren't supposed to. Like someone took the shoe they weren't supposed to.
Yeah.
And it was just kind of like the whole thing was just cut like really weird.
Oh. Huh.
Yeah. So then, but we had me and Jive was like, cool. And later on, he's going to use the footage, and they didn't. And then after that trip, like he was. After that day, he's like, you should come to Detroit. I want to show you the facility.
Yeah.
Had to take it booked in 10 minutes.
Of course,
yeah,
dude. That's
so
fucking
like,
awesome.
Booked.
I would love
they
to do
had
that.
me in a hotel, and then I just came there and I was like, we should do a pop-up. So that's when I was on tour already. So
Yeah.
I like called it in. I was like, we're doing a Detroit pop-up next. I'm going to Detroit.
Fire.
And then so that was like the first start. They did like a little interview with me. Because this is when StockX was first growing, even when I first got there, they weren't nearly as big as they are now. So it was just like that shit, like me fucking with them heavy because I believed in it and I fucked with the service. It was easy, like I'm not a huge corporate guy. I'm not like don't like corporations, and it's definitely a corporate mindset there.
For sure.
But these dudes have fucked with me super hard up until this point. Will it last forever?
Who knows,
I don't
right?
fucking know. But they take really fucking.
Do they message you and say, "Hey, a box is coming your way," or does shit just show up?
So I put in
or
an
do you-
order.
I got you.
So to be completely honest, I have an allowance. Like they pay me. Like I have a contract with them every
nice.
quarter or whatever, and I've only had like 2 contracts. So
Okay.
it hasn't been going on forever. So
Yeah.
anyone out there who's like, I knew it. Like this has only been going on for like this has been going on for about 6 months, I think. Yeah.
Right.
And it's ending, so I don't even know if we're going to be doing it in the future.
Okay.
So, essentially they hired a friend of mine as their influencer marketing, and I worked with him with another company that he used to fuck with.
Cool.
Because we were and that all happened organically too. Like, dude asked me to help promote some shit. He was super cool. We met in person. It's like, yeah, whatever, man. Like, that's that app slang from back in the day.
Yeah.
And I was like, they dissolved. Complex actually bought them, and he fucking dipped and started working for
Yep, I
StockX.
remember
So he
saying
was
that.
like, yo, I want, Josh fucks with me. People know that I actually fuck with StockX. It's not just me being like, hey, this week StockX. Because that's the thing about everybody else on you. Like, these dudes, I don't say everybody else because I know these people are my friends too, but like, you got to be careful where you take a check from, dog. It's like politics. You're going to let these motherfuckers lobby on you. Be careful. And you also make yourself look like a clown when you're like, hey, StockX is the shit. And then the next week you're like, hey, GOAT is the shit.
Yeah.
Hey, fucking blah, blah, blah. It's like,
I've been really on my channel. I've been really good about just showcasing shit that I really fucking use and that I love. Like,
what's the point of
I love
having a
that
voice
shit.
if everybody else is speaking for you, dog?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no point.
Yep.
So, so I have an allowance. The first time we did that contract, the allowance was less. I'm not gonna say the amount. But, like it was less, and but I was still like, God damn, that's free shoes, and essentially I can spend whatever I want out of it. And the rest is for me to run my business. That's the sponsorship. And they don't give me a certain amount. I just have to make
That's how it works.
a certain amount of content they want. And, a lot of this stuff comes from clicks. But I also organically mention the StockX because I organically use
the
it.
shit, yeah.
So it's like, I don't, when Twitter people ask me questions, I don't calculate how I respond. Like, it's like I respond based off of what I feel. And someone's like, where can I get this? Oh, there's a size 12 on StockX right now. So it's all organic. And I feel like they're taking care of me because it's just that relationship. And Josh and them are like, this dude, he is the guy that actually does this. He lives our company. I go there. I've been there again. They flew me out a couple more times for like StockX Day and different shit.
Oh,
and
cool.
They've like always take care of me. And this last contract that I got with them was when we were trying to do the tour. I was trying to raise a bunch of money, and StockX was going to give me like $70,000 to go on tour.
Definitely gonna have you.
I
ready
didn't
through
fucking
that.
need the like. Everybody thinks that I was like needing all the money that I was like I need to raise $100,000. I was trying to fill in those gaps, which we filled those. I could have gone on tour.
Yeah.
It just came down to not being able to make all this. Like everything would have suffered.
Sure.
Ern wouldn't have been able to go on tour with Coheed, which was like a huge fucking thing for him. Which those are his friends too. So I'm not only affecting, by being selfish, I'm affecting their experience too, because Ern's an amazing individual to hang out with.
Yeah.
Who doesn't want Ern on the like that would affect the entire Coheed tour. And to get real existential, I start thinking like, dog, that's gonna affect the dude who did 40 extra hours of work to buy the concert ticket, and he's not gonna get a good of a show because Claudio's not gonna be in as good of a mood because Ern's not there to fucking cheer. Like, I think crazy shit. So I'm just like, this can't.
That's really considerate of you.
I
You
guess.
know what I mean? Like,
I'm
it's
not that considerate of a person. I don't
That's
want to paint
pretty
that
considerate,
picture,
though.
but I just want my friend. I don't want anyone to feel like they're in some sort of chain, or like you can't freely move just because you're trying to help me, and all that stuff is important to me.
For sure.
Like I don't want it. I don't listen to anybody, so who the fuck am I?
Speaking of not listening to anybody, let's jump into the complex stuff. I know you've had a long-standing, I don't want to say like beef, but
That's a beef.
Just
we have a beef.
Yeah, you guys.
I have a serious beef with them.
a serious. Okay, so it is.
I have a beef with like people who are fucking full of shit.
When did it take a turn into like trolling and joking around into like a real fucking beef?
Well, it's still trolling and joking around because it's the best way to have a beef. Because I don't want to kill.
Do you just not
anybody.
agree with what they're doing?
Yeah, I think they're full of shit.
Okay.
I think that it's like like they're just their entire existence is hypocritical.
Yeah, dude,
And-
they come up with their own, like they have to hire outside writers,
Yeah.
dog. They don't create their own fucking
But
content.
even the writers that work there, that's my main beef was with Matt Welty. And the fact that he fucking writes an article 2 years ago about YouTubers and the culture of sneak, everybody, all
and
these
shutting you guys
old
down,
heads.
like
Yeah.
saying you
Well,
guys
talking,
are
kind of
fucking
talking shit about sneaker YouTube.
Old heads, all these old
Absolutely.
heads last year, basically. Let's just not even keep it to Matt Welty. Let's just talk about old heads, right? Last year, 2 years ago, I wanted to talk shit about the quote unquote culture and how this isn't the culture they grew up in. Blah blah blah. Matt Welty wrote an article like basically highlighting that fact that this isn't the sneaker culture we grew up in. Da, 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 da. And now my man is an on-air personality.
Yep.
Has memes being made about him. Tweets them. I mean, tweeted a meme yesterday saying meme of the year. First off, let me put you on some G code real quick. You don't get to say that about your own shit.
memes, right?
Yeah, like
Yeah.
that's not how this works, my dog. So like, not only are you fucking cornball Olympics, you don't even know how to maneuver. So like, you can't even maneuver through like this fame that you said that you made fun of everybody else for.
What
that
is he
you
doing
want.
on there? Because I'm super.
He's a
unfamiliar.
writer first, but he's pretty high up.
What's
I
his
think,
on
at
air?
Conflict.
What's his as an on air personality? What does
They
he do?
do Full Size Run, which is their show.
So he's in sneaker.
Yeah.
The sneaker section of Complex or streetwear.
But he wasn't then.
section?
Like
Okay.
he
Right.
wasn't on the show when he wrote the article.
Just a writer at that time.
Yeah, then he gets this. Now he's on the show,
Yeah.
and now all of a sudden he's an on-air personality.
He is.
And all of a sudden he's got fans, and all of a sudden motherfuckers got merch. Your merch is trash. Like all that shit that they talk shit about. Now you got the other dude, Angel, whatever the fuck his name is, who writes an article about how sneakers have been gentrified and that it's a thing that belongs in the hood of New York, essentially. Like, yo, if you didn't wake up to the smell of bagels and the fucking Nas Wallaby, ba ba ba, like, fuck out of here. This 2018, dog. People weren't even around for that shit.
Right.
Some people don't know who Ghostface Killah is in the airport. There's people out there that don't know. So it's like this whole idea, and then you follow it with Complex Con. Motherfucker, what are you talking about? You can't say that anyone gentrified anything when you just rented a convention center with Verizon's money. Let's not forget that Complex isn't owned by fucking Mark Echo anymore. This is not fucking 555 Soul from 1999. This shit is owned by Verizon. Verizon and
I think a lot of people don't know
other
that.
company, Verizon and Held or Heard, that's a holding company. What they do is they buy companies, entertainment companies, and pimp them. That's what they do. So what they're doing is they're pimping street culture right now to everyone. That gentrification is happening because of you, motherfucker. What are you talking about? Sneaker culture is not standing in line for a product that's limited on purpose. You're doing this shit on purpose.
Yeah.
The Complex Con, every fucking drop that was there was purposely thought out and whack. Like none of that shit would get any shine on the street.
What's your theory on the SB?
It's bullshit.
The Diamond SB situation?
It's straight hype. It's straight up manufactured.
Was the
hype.
shoe ever going to release there? Do you
I
think?
don't think so.
You think it was
No.
just
that was.
I think they could have released it if they wanted to, but they sure, yeah, they planned to release it, but they also knew they weren't going to be able to.
Yeah,
They
that
knew
was
that it
the
wasn't gonna
unicorn
happen.
from the beginning. That script had been written.
So
in
without
my
the riot,
opinion.
if the riot
Yeah.
and stuff doesn't happen, does the shoe release?
No, because the riot's happening no matter what.
Okay.
You're not putting fucking that many people in there with that limited amount of fucking something.
'Cause what,
with a
250
StockX
pairs
quote
or
for
less?
$2,300, they're selling for $1,700 at that time on StockX. You're not doing that.
Gotcha.
Yeah, you're not like you're creating an environment because you know what's going to happen.
And that's why I'm asking you. I don't have a take
but
on
I'm
the
just saying,
situation.
like
I don't know.
you can't. I mean, you can't play the plausible deniability. We've
Yeah.
seen this shit happen with Jordan. We've seen people die over this shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Now we got people like you want to talk about fucking culture, motherfucker. You just wrapped up at least 4 people into the system. 3 of them I know are black. So who the fuck is doing what to the culture, sir? You just got another black man in the system by your event by hiring top flight security because you know that you have 75 fucking pairs of a shoe that you know is going to resell for $2,300.
Yeah.
You're doing this shit on purpose. Don't come at me any differently and say that you're not. And that's fine. If that's the game you want to play, go back, erase your fucking article, write a new article, come out and say like, yo, we did this, we do this, we're hypocrites because you're not allowed to do that.
Right.
And furthermore, Complex, Full Size, and all this shit, y'all have writers, editors, producers. Y'all just took a fucking break. They put out like 6 episodes this year. Now it's
6, yep.
time for a break. Fuck you. Don't you ever come to YouTube
And now
ever
we're
again.
talking about, and these are the same people that are talking about it's for the culture.
Yeah.
The sneaker culture isn't what it is to be. And
you
you're
can't
talking
even
about-
make content
So
all
that's
year.
your beef is that they're saying this out of one side of their mouth, but then they have producers and
Yeah.
writers and everything's cleaned up.
And they're doing the
everything-
same thing. Like they're basically unboxing shoes. Complex started a vlog that's boring as shit.
Yeah.
Complex started a news channel that's boring as shit. It's actually gotten a little better this year. But you know what I mean? They brought every single fucking YouTuber out that they talk shit about in that article and interviewed them this year.
Yeah.
Oh.
I
The only
saw
person
the
they-
Kais. I saw the Tony D2
the only
Wild.
person they didn't bring out was me.
Yeah.
Oh,
and I
no
have
shit.
an email
Interesting.
right here
Yeah.
that says Matt Welty being like, "Do you want to come on Full Size Run? When can you come here?"
And
yes,
and Ted agreed to
absolutely.
it, but he says, "Fucking furnish, get me out there, fly me out there, put
Which
me
makes
up."
sense if you're providing them fucking.
You're giving them
inter-
content.
your
You're
content,
creating.
Yeah, they want me to
views
come and
for
book a
them.
first class ticket for myself. I'm not coming to New York for a day, so you want me to book 3 nights in a hotel that is at least comparable to what I
Right.
stay in. So I live at the time I lived in a baller apartment. So so wait a second. I'm supposed to just leave my baller shit, smoking my baller weed to come to your bootleg ass fucking studio and sit there under hot lights and have you guys try to roast me for free?
Right.
The fuck out of here,
That doesn't
son.
make any. That doesn't make any sense
No,
to
none.
logically at all. Like
And that's
anyone
why
that
it's
thinks
bullshit.
that
On your
doesn't make
behalf,
sense
absolutely
or
not.
Yeah. So
what's the point? You've
my
built
whole
up your
beef-
following. You've done all your shit. You've gotten your fans or
Yeah.
whatever your followers by grinding and by hustling. So
Yeah.
why should you turn your fan base onto that situation for free?
Right. And it wouldn't have ever been a problem with, like, Welty could say whatever he wants and write whatever articles, but then on the show, they started just, like, throwing little shade, like, they'd flash Boost God on the screen for something, or
Weird.
really Welty said some shit when the Sashikos came out, and I
Yeah.
was like, yo, I love this shoe. I still love that shoe. I mean, I've had, like, 3 shoe sales since then. The Sashikos are still sitting on the shelf.
Yeah.
So it's like, I love it. And he's like, they do their little copper drop thing. And he's like, the only person gassing that up, some cornball on the internet. You know who that is? Like throwing little shade and then
weird.
throwing shit like only people who like sock like shoes. Like he hates Boost. He hates sock like shoes. He is like very vocal about basically everything that I'm fucking all about. But we come from the same world. We come from skateboarding.
Right.
We're both Armenian. We're both fuck with Adidas.
That's funny.
Yeah, it's really funny. So in another world or whatever, like
Yeah.
if perspectives would line up, we'd probably get along just fine. That doesn't mean that I'm going to call you out for the fucking stupid hypocrisy that you're doing.
Yeah.
Like you are. You made fun of all these people for online personalities. You now are really enjoying this shit. My man tweets a lot.
That's fucking weird because we disagree on shoes all the time. I've been very vocal. I don't fuck with shoes without laces. I'm just not that guy.
Yeah.
But I'm not like, there's nobody that would cop that except for
But when
fucking
you see
Dallas
someone
or
getting
I don't
shine
rap.
from something and
That's
you
weird
feel
to
like
me.
you should, you're like, well, because he collects shoes. He
Yeah.
collected Adidas for a long time.
I still do. I still
No,
fucking
him.
yeah.
I'm saying
oh,
Matt,
well, he
like,
did, yeah.
he's a big Adidas guy.
Yeah.
So I get it. I came in and I'm like, boost. And
Yeah.
he's like, what the fuck? Adidas has all this heritage. Adidas has all this shit. That doesn't make me a fucking cornball because you saw a fucking 10-minute clip of something and you
Right.
decided. Like,
That's what you made
I'm
your mind
sorry
up,
that
yeah.
this is an edited fucking show, my dog. Like, what the fuck you want? Like, you're getting pieces of it. Like,
Yeah.
make your own video. You know, if you don't like it, make your own videos. See
So
if
then,
people want to get on it.
do you ever see this relationship getting repaired? Do you ever see
There's nothing to
you working
repair
with
because
them?
Verizon. No, I'm not going to work with them because of the Verizon situation. I can't, with like a clear conscience, like repackage it for the people that are cherry picking it.
Yeah.
I mean, like people want to say whatever they want. Like you can get into race and whatever as far as like culture vulturing.
Yeah.
That's not the real shit. We all have our own perspective of how we came up in this game.
Mm-hmm.
The real culture vulturing is the people who see the youth and what the youth turns into once they pass youth, and they be like, how do we
Yeah.
tap into this energy? That's the culture vulturing. And that shit is the motherfucker that works at Verizon.
Yep.
That's Mark Echo when he decided to fucking sell, the shit to Verizon. Like, that's what that is.
Yeah.
Don't blame the dudes that are still in the trenches.
For
Like,
sure.
It's fucking stupid.
For sure. Did complex con, sorry, the Ronnie Feig situation. I know you watched the interview with Wex. I watched it briefly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't.
It was very just like plain and just I don't know, man, stale and generic. Like in this like white room and this.
I'm convinced that was a PR thing. I'm convinced that they didn't even like have it planned, and that all the comments about the upper being the comment that I made, essentially, like that being the consensus, is why they sat down and told that story.
Yeah.
And I think that story got kind of pieced together a little bit, and that's why it just doesn't feel real. I mean, that conversation doesn't feel real.
Yeah.
This conversation is a real conversation. There's ohms and likes and but. Theirs is like very. Oh, and when you were that, you've really done a lot with collaboration.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, man.
Yeah.
That's like the essence of product. Like, shut
Yeah.
the fuck up. No one talks like that. No one talks like
And
that.
even like their relationship, because obviously, you know, they alluded to it at the when they first started. You
Yeah.
know, one of my best friends. You know, this and that.
Yeah.
You know how they tried to bring in that element of like, hey, we're already close.
Yeah.
That even felt forced to
Yeah,
me.
the
Man.
whole
It just
thing
didn't
didn't really
feel
feel that good to
it just didn't feel authentic. Is what I thought.
Do you lose respect for Ronnie on that, or do you feel like that's just the position Ronnie's kind of being pushed in?
I think
and
Ronnie
that's-
has lost his footing.
Yeah.
To be honest. I mean,
Yeah.
and I would say this if he's sitting across.
Right.
I think that Ronnie has, and maybe he has different goals. So to him, he's like, I didn't lose my footing, dog. I jumped up. Like I jumped to another stair. That's fine. But to me, and like what I appreciate, because you have to understand, like I don't love Kith product in general. I have a lot of Kith because Kith did 3 drops of Adidas this year.
And I know recently
You know?
you've come out and said that you're actually selling some
I'm
of your
selling most of it.
your
Yeah,
kit.
like I don't wear it.
And
Like,
a question for you with the hat that you're wearing today. Obviously, you have
Something up with my
a lot
hat.
of the logo that's almost etched out. So
Yeah.
it's is that Teddy trolling or is that just beating the shit out of a hat man on the daily?
this is somewhat purposeful troll. But
Did you notice that?
I noticed it was
Yeah.
fucked up, but or blacked out, or was peeled
man.
off, or something.
Peeled
I
off
didn't
some
really
of them.
know.
Peeled off some of the fucking.
what does it say now?
I'm thrown off because it's kind of says kit, but it doesn't really say kit because the K is cut in half, so it's almost like a greater than, less
Greater
than
than
sign.
what?
Greater than it.
Huh,
There you
weird.
go.
All right.
Weird.
So
He said
moving
weird.
on. So I
It is,
just,
which is that looks fire.
yeah, there you go. So I kind of think, I didn't really fuck with a lot of Kith. When I came onto the scene, it was like Power Rangers and Rugrats, and I was like, I don't like any of this
Yeah.
shit. Like I didn't fuck with any of it. And then
Oh, you're telling me you didn't cop any Jetsons?
no Jetsons.
All right,
So
all
a lot
right.
of that stuff I wasn't into. I was super into Kith before it was Kith. Back in the day, Atrium, I shopped there a lot. I didn't know anything about
Okay.
Ronnie. Nothing.
Yeah.
Not shit. And then so when I started piecing shit together, I was like, oh, okay. And I started looking into it. And then the Columbia drop happened. And then
Yeah.
the Aspen drop happened. And that was what got me. Because you have to remember, this was during Boost, like, hype.
Yeah,
and
oh,
this
for
is
sure.
when, like, with new shit was
Dude,
coming in.
I wasn't up on kit. I've never copped one thing. Kith.
Probably at the
Okay.
highest level.
Yeah,
at
that was
at
probably
that
like
point.
the
I mean,
shit, right?
that was peak. You're
Oh,
peaking out.
definitely peak.
So
Peaking
that
out.
was where so that collab happened. I went at these are just circumstances. Like Kith opens a pop-up here that's close. So I get to
Aspen.
go there.
Yeah.
I go there. I have quote unquote fans there. Like there's people are tweeting Ronnie from outside being like, Blue
Yeah.
Sky's there. And we talk. Like it created an experience where I was like, all right, this shoe is cool. This conversation was cool. You kind of get like just a touch. It's like touching the Blarney Stone for a second. You're like, all right, I got close enough
Yeah.
to this thing. This guy's doing this thing that, it's it's attainable. I can see this. I can touch it. And,
feel it. Yeah, tangible.
Yeah, I know everybody here now. Like all this the store. Like, oh, this is just a fucking plaster wall. This isn't. I can do this. Yeah, it's just like getting there.
Yeah.
So, and I really fell in love with that product. Like the Columbia shit was perfect for snowboarding.
Yeah.
It all had function, you know. And the Aspen was just like the icing on. I just love the shoe. The other shoe that dropped, I love too. I have 3 pairs of that shit. The fucking trail one, you know, like I love what he was doing.
Yeah, the OG what, navy trail, navy and
so
pink.
it felt like streetwear that I could actually use for the streets that I was in, and that's why that's what really got me into Kith. Was that Columbia collab.
Yeah.
And you fast forward, and there's not much that I bought after that except for Adidas. I bought a couple of things. Anything else I got from there was free. I'm not even lying. Like I got like discounts on some shit for like coupons they sent out.
Some of the shorts, you know.
Yeah,
you
or like StockX would hook me up.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, like I never bought
StockX.
it myself. I was like, I want to check out like the new Adidas. I want to check it out. Like I put myself in a position where like, are you gonna check this out? I'll check it out.
Dude, that's how I am as franchise. I mean, I'm the guy who checks everything out.
That's where you get
everything.
That's where you get.
Because I like
once,
it.
But especially once you build a platform where people are expecting you to, it starts to be your business. These shoes are a fucking tax write-off now. Anyone who doesn't understand that is also not paying attention. You know, I tweeted that knowledge on Twitter a few weeks ago. I'm like, wait, y'all think that I'm doing this shit for sport? You know, like. Are you like this is a blessing. This is a great byproduct of the business that there's all this shit here and I get to enjoy it. Don't think for a second that this shit. If I need to get rid of it tomorrow to reinvest into a new business, it's out of here.
Done.
Yeah.
So like that's what it is. Doesn't mean I appreciate it any less. Like moments in time, man. Like what the fuck we're gonna do? So and that's just like what I feel about Kith and Ronnie's. It's not streetwear anymore.
Gotcha.
It is completely gone beyond what I would want to wear. And it doesn't have any like. There's no clues of it slowing down. Those new like pullovers are $300 a pop.
Yeah.
You know, everything is super heavy. Everything is a little preppy. You know, it kind of went Perry Topsider-ish the last 4 drops.
Interesting.
It's not anything that I like relate to whatsoever.
I think that's the direction that streetwear is kind of going, though.
I think
people
people
with
are
the rolled
trying to
up
fake
fucking
the funk.
pants.
People are
and the
trying to
bullshit.
fake the funk when they can't. Like because
That's just terrible to me,
but
bro.
it's not because they're not figuring themselves out in it. If you're doing fashion and consumerism to find yourself, I guess, like you're gonna get lost because you know the shoes and all the stuff you wear. It's like where you go in it. Like what's the point of getting fresh if you're not going to do anything? You're not gonna see anybody, right? So all that couture and all that shit. It's nice to have nice stuff. Like we're moving into cut and sew. I'm writing big ass checks for fucking garments to move. Like people like nicer garments when you know different between when I'm gonna rake my yard in, go to the movies in, and when I'm gonna go on a date on. For most people, me, I go in the same shit. But you know, most people change it up. So you have to have a fucking variety. But that's not streetwear. That's not attainable to everybody. That's not attainable to the kid. So first off, you have the fact that it sells out instantly because it's spread across 5 stores. I mean, that's smart as shit right there. If you're gonna have a brick and mortar, you better have 5. And then it's $60 fucking for just a t-shirt. That's like the buy-in. You know what I mean? It gets, and then it keeps going up.
That's
like
your Annie.
No doubt.
I mean, our shirts are about to go up to $60. I'm about to use Supima fucking cotton. There's no way around it. But I'm also realizing my customer base is not all people that want Supima cotton.
Yeah.
So I'm still going to produce the other
Lower
shit too.
end stuff
Why
for
would
a
I?
little bit
Like,
cheaper.
and that's my beef. Like, you cannot get to these positions where you're just like, yo, fuck all you people. And that's how I feel about Kith right now.
I feel like Louis Vuitton and these huge like brands like
But
that,
Louis Vuitton
Gucci,
ain't shit
whoever,
no more.
they aspire to be that. They aspire to be that
For what,
one fucking thing. We only offer high end fucking shit because they see it. That's why they aspire to be
But
the
I
same
don't
shit.
understand what the allure is because I go in the Gucci store, there's nothing I want to buy.
Yeah.
I go in
agree.
Versace. I got a Versace robe as a joke. I don't ever wear it. You know, I probably should sell it. You know, but you know, like it's like certain, and that only exists because of the climate other people create. The fact that other people love Versace is the only reason I can be funny by wearing one. You know, so they create a way for me to troll in it. But I just don't. Again, it's this whole separation. I never want to get rich enough to separate myself from the people.
Yeah.
And you know, Ronnie doing a lot of the design work himself in the early days, I think was big.
What made it tight, or what made it kind of what it was?
Be just like me if I hired designers to start doing my clothing. And people are like, I don't want this shit anymore. I didn't see Teddy draw this.
Well, like you said, it kind of got to that point with Bouscott. You're like, what the fuck is this shit?
Yeah,
I don't know what the fuck this is. Like, I don't even want this color.
I came in and
going
someone
with this
was making
design.
a shirt that I didn't approve. Like just working on design, like, oh, I was just playing with this. I'm like, you don't get paid to play with shit. Like, what are you doing? You know, like, you're not a designer here.
You're just playing with it.
Yeah, no doubt.
And then they're like, oh, so, you know, it's like, this isn't a hangout. You
Right.
know, like shit like that. But, yeah, he just left left me behind on that. I just don't really. I mean, I didn't fuck with it that heavy to begin with. Like I said, just the Adidas stuff and some random pants, and honestly buying shit so I can check out and be like, what is this? Okay, how do I get this?
Are you more excited about your venture now that you're going on with your clothing than the first venture with Sager?
Yeah.
More excited because
more.
you're kind of you're all in control.
Yeah.
You have the money to do it. You're not stressing as much, or what's all the above? What?
Yeah,
kinda...
just like working it out. You know, there's always like some anxiety, but I just feel like it's containable.
Yeah.
Where before it's like everywhere, and it like felt really cool. People were like, "Oh, I'm in Singapore and I have your clothing." You know? And it's like feels really good because I want to get it to as many people as I possibly can. That's fucking awesome, and it's more money, and I get to go do more stuff. But now it's, you know, it gets to a point where you're putting stuff out, and if it's not really you, then you're not really putting it out.
What is it for?
Yeah, so I just had to slow it all down, and I'm confident enough in that everything I make is cool. So like I make something that's cool and it's limited, I'm moved on to the next thing. So I don't have that anxiety of like, are people still going to like this? Mm-hmm. You know, like, are people going to fuck with this? Because every week
something
I'm on to the
yeah.
next thing. And that's something I had to deal with. I hated about myself. I'm never satisfied, but now I just use that as the fuel. I'm like, okay, people like limited shit. People like shit when they miss out on it. Mm-hmm. Instead of limiting that for people and being like, no, you can't get it. There's only 20. Just make it a time frame. Oh, you got a week, dog. You know what I'm saying?
No doubt.
Some of y'all got a week to pre-order. And if you want to pre-order, you want to get on this, there's a way to do it. The rest of y'all, you don't want to do that. Cool. There is a drop. There's one. Don't ask me about a fucking restock.
For sure.
You probably aren't getting it. Like,
no doubt.
The capabilities of a restock, I mean, people don't understand. A restock before with Sager meant, Sager, I need 15 shirts. Can you make it happen today? Sure.
Yeah.
A restock now means, hey, what's the minimum order for that shirt? Oh, 150? Yeah, you're not getting a fucking restock.
Right.
So if people don't want
to,
and that people, we said before, like people don't want to be transparent about business. And I was that way at the beginning. Like I want to hide the business side and be like, they don't need to know
from
that,
the vlog.
Yeah, they don't need to know that I can't sell this and I can't sell that, or this didn't. Like now I'm like, I don't give a fuck. Every day you see the stock. You can see the stock of what I have in the background.
Yeah.
And then people will see on a drop, like, do you see the stock on those black sweatshirts? You better be quick. And they're not lying. Because again, why do I need to make up this fake persona that I have a boutique full of all these garments behind me? I'm full of them. Like, dog, that's all my fucking money, son. I can't afford broccoli now because I got fucking shirts hanging there.
It's just got to move.
Hoping you buy
one?
them. Yeah. So I'm supposed to feel some type of like weakness because that's the reality. Fuck that. You know what I mean? Like if you don't order the shirt when I put it out, you don't get it.
And it's the motherfuckers talking shit, or the people that don't understand that will never get to that level. They've never been in that position. They've never been forced to be authentic.
Just mad, you know?
Well, that's the thing. A lot of people have never been forced to be authentic. So they can live in this fucking fake fairy tale world where they can be this person with this group of friends, this person on the internet, this person with their family. They're never forced to be fully transparent and fully authentic. And that's what I appreciate about your vlog. Mm-hmm. That's what I appreciate about being your friend, man. I appreciate you coming in here, having this convo with us. Is there any other questions you got to ask, Dal, before we kind of wrap this up? I want to let you promote Houston too. What do you got coming up, man? What do you got coming up?
I'm going to tattoo. I'm pretty much booked. I have like one opening because someone texted me and canceled, but I'm tattooing at 713 from the 11th to the 17th.
Okay.
And then the 18th, I'm doing a pop-up at Sneaker Summit. They put on a convention there, like a sneaker con type convention.
Sneaker Summit. You guys can go look that up unless you got the address off the top.
Don't.
But
I
figured.
People in Texas. It's like I think it's the only fucking
like boutique type shit or hype shit.
I'm pretty sure in Houston it's like known. So yeah, I'm gonna be there. They're cool. I've done their event before.
When do you jet out next week?
Yeah, I leave the 10th, and then the pop-up's the 18th. So,
sick.
Yeah, that's really it, man. Just dropping a bunch of clothes. Like, I try to get ahead of all the clothing coming out before Christmas. Yeah. Because last year was just so stressful getting it to everybody. So I literally, that Godzilla we were talking about earlier, that's going to drop in like 2 weeks, and then I'm done until after the holidays.
Dope.
So that nobody's like worried about
just
it.
chill, have fun, enjoy the holidays.
Sticking around here at maybe Breckenridge again?
Stick here, snowboard and shit, but I'm thinking of really trying to rent an apartment in Japan for a month in January.
That'd be tight.
And then just
for the culture, kind of hang out.
Just to go. Like I think it would be really smart for me to just immerse myself in Japan because everything I do has that flavor or whatever. Sure. And I think it would be really, for the vlog, it's really smart because it's a whole nother culture. Yeah. Cool as fuck. You can do a pop-up, all kinds of shit, meet fans. But also, like, I can fly Earn out for a week, do Japan with Ern for a week, experience it with my friend, fly his wife out so we can, and Alex out so we can all experience together.
Yeah.
Send them home so I can experience with just Alex, and then get a fucking week by my goddamn self. Just so I can do whatever I want. You know
That's
what I mean?
tight.
So that's what I want to do. It just really, honestly, and be completely transparent, depends on what happens with this Godzilla. You know what I mean? Like, I have a fucking ton invested in print, like high quality Yeet-Glaze and all this shit.
You
but
alluded
like I'm just like stepping in, like the new garments that's going to come on are insane, but they're also double the price. You know what I mean? People don't like $70 hoodies. They really ain't gonna like $140 hoodie. Yeah. But I can't do anything about it.
Hell,
you know
I spent $120 on the
shit.
Blue Sky Cross.
I spent
hoodie.
$365 on a Huff hoodie fucking 7 years ago.
Damn.
You know, the Quake hoodie. Remember when those shits came out?
Yep,
Fuck yeah.
I do.
I paid $365 for that
Holy
bitch.
shit.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So I get it, but yeah. So
that's cool, man.
making more
Are you
stuff.
trying to do Japan over the holidays then?
I just
want to
go for all of January, I think.
Oh, okay.
Like,
After Christmas.
Yeah,
and all
like
that
wait
shit.
for New Year's, and then because flights are crazy because of the holidays.
For
and
sure.
then just
That's what I was wondering. I was like, damn.
But I got to get on it. It's like already November. You
Yep.
know? So
Yeah, I got to get a new passport, man. I was talking about going to going down to where Yayo's at in Columbia, doing a podcast down there with Dallas, interviewing him. I'm gonna get my teeth fixed down there because he's
book
got
the
plug.
ticket. You could. Damn, I need to talk to him. I got mad teeth.
Dude, yeah, he just got his done. I'll show
Oh,
you.
really?
It's fucking sick. Yeah,
Yeah.
we can chop it up.
Crazy.
It's fucking sweet.
But yeah, he's got the plug, super sick. None of that fucking where they shave your shit all down and you get the sensitivity
Yeah.
issues. None of that.
Oh, shit.
I'll have to show you the
Yeah,
process.
that's
It's fire.
crazy.
But yeah, we were talking about taking a trip down there just to see what's
Okay.
up with Colombia.
Well, if you
and
book a
interview him.
ticket, though, if you book a flight, they'll rush your passport.
Oh, for real?
If you have a booked itinerary,
My shit got burned up in the fire, so I just need to go get it
Yeah.
re.
Yeah,
You know what I
if
mean?
you have an
Gotta get another one.
itinerary booked, you take it there. You're like, I need a passport. They'll get you that
That's
shit
dope.
tomorrow.
Okay,
Nice.
Yeah,
that's good.
they
It's
have
good
to.
to know.
I mean, if you get fucking stuck somewhere,
Right,
You know what I mean?
right.
So,
Cool, man.
Well, yeah, man. I appreciate you hanging with us,
Yeah,
man.
for
Hey,
sure.
I appreciate the transparency,
I'll
man.
come back
If-
every day, dog.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
If the homies out there listening, man, if they can't understand that, man, you're coming from a good place, man, taking care of your friends and family, man, was something big for me today that I learned, and just your overall transparency, man. I fuck with you. I like what you're doing, man. There's things that you're never gonna agree with, as an outsider. But man, I think you're genuine, man. I hope the listeners got that today, man. I appreciate your time coming in.
No doubt. And you're never
you
going to
guys.
agree with everyone on anything. It
Yeah.
doesn't matter if it's your mom, it's your family, it's your friends, it's someone you hate. If someone you hate, you'll be able to find common interests with.
Bet.
Someone you love, you'll be able to find things you disagree on. That's life.
You're
That's
not
what we call
supposed to
life,
agree
guys.
with everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I don't know
Crazy
where
that
it
people
got
feel
to
like
the,
that.
I don't know where we
It's
got
crazy.
to. You also don't have to talk about things.
Yeah.
Like one thing I learned from a man that I hate, my stepfather, I hated him the whole time he was alive. Never liked him once.
Yep.
One time I called my sister out for some shit and it caused like a really big problem in the family. And he pulled me aside. He's like, Teddy, you ever hear the word discretion? You know, and I was like, no, what the fuck's that mean? You know, and he's like, you don't have to tell everybody. You don't have to say, you can feel however you want.
Right.
You don't have to say shit. And that's how I feel about, it's like, my man's cool. He's great. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Later, he might say some shit and I'd be like, I can't believe he fucking feels that way about
Yeah.
that. You know,
Yeah.
but I don't need to know it.
Yeah.
It doesn't poison me that he might feel that way because also I don't really believe
How much how
that
much
people
stock do you put
feel
in?
the way they say they
Right.
feel. I've said mad shit real quick because I felt like I had to answer and be like, I don't feel that way at all. Now I'm too invested, dog.
Yeah.
Now my ego
I gotta
says,
ride this train,
My
yeah.
I
ego
gotta
says
go
that
down
I
that
gotta
path.
ride
Yeah.
this shit out for life.
doubt.
Like so. Really, I love Nike. No, I'm just kidding.
I think, we'll end it on that, man. Thanks again, Ted.
Yeah, thank you,
Appreciate
guys.
it, man. We went
Appreciate it.
3 hours on this shit, a little over
Perfect.
3 hours. So
Nice.
I'm geeked for everybody to check it out. As always, we'll be dropping another podcast. So we'll be dropping this one, and then we'll be dropping another one on Friday as usual with our heaters, some NFL coverage, some NBA stuff. Nuggets are red hot. During the podcast right now, Des Bryant just got traded to the Saints. So he's
Did he?
no, I'm not traded. I'm sorry. He was a free
Yeah.
agent. So he just signed with the Saints. That's going to be huge news.
That is because there was no contract yesterday,
Right.
as of, but today.
Yeah,
Okay.
so I just got the notification that he signed. There's a lot of stuff going on in the world of sports, fantasy football, DraftKings. You already know what we cover on here. So as always, we'll see you guys on Friday.